let's officially start the session.
Oh,
I
where's
have a
my character
suggestion
sheet?
to put in
Yeah.
the comment box.
I need this.
You should have some theme music.
So that was what I was waiting because I had one queued up.
Oh. Yes.
So,
John, is there beer behind you?
Oh wait, you do have theme music. I was here last time. I'm sorry.
yeah. Oh yeah. I have a playlist
Hand me one,
with
I don't care.
So Joe Bob's gonna be.
I have a
maybe
playlist
while
with
Okay.
approximately 200 songs of Russian
Nice.
music.
Nice.
So,
Dude,
we
do you
good
have
for
the
a
red?
while.
Do you have the
Fuck
red
you too,
Elvises?
dude,
The red
I've been drinking,
Elvises?
They're a
Uncle
Russian
Tito's.
communist surf rock punk band.
I don't think I
Straight.
do.
You need to get
I,
some red
I have,
Elvises.
I have a lot of
Red Bull.
Soviet music.
Well, the
They're
red
they're
not much
purposely they
red
are
Elvises.
Russian, but they purposely make fun of how Russian they are. Like the bass player has a giant balalaika style bass. Like they're super funny.
Okay. Yeah.
There's this movie called Six String Samurai that you should see. It's really good, and they were featured in that movie.
Good. All right.
Yep.
I'll put that on the list when I'm not.
Yep. For those of you at home, it's called Six String Samurai, a post-apocalyptic tale of a man wandering the desert in search of Elvis, so that he can become the king of the wasteland. That's what it is.
Was Elvis the king of the wasteland?
Elvis died, and then they were trying to have a new king of the wasteland. So all the musicians in the fucking wasteland, like over the radio, they're like, "Who's gonna be the next king? Come on down to
So it was
Vegas."
like a really shitty Fallout.
I never watched.
Well, it
Elvis
came out like
or he
25
reigned
years
champ of
before
the Thunder.
Fallout.
I mean, yeah.
Was
I
it-
was.
was he
I
really
was.
champ of the
I don't
Thunder?
know.
It's more
I
like
would watch
Fallout's
Elvis
based on a
in
shitty
the
movie.
Okay.
Like they took a lot from this movie. Yeah.
All right. So last time on Spacebook Soviets, we started in a room and we never left the room for 2.5 hours.
But we
But
killed
at,
we
at
killed
the end of
man.
the day, there was net increase in people in the room because you two arrived.
Yeah.
Right.
Space
There
time.
was a net
Net
increase.
increase.
There
Interesting metric
was
to judge a game
also, you didn't gain XP, but if it was Dungeons and Dragons, you would have gained XP because you killed something.
Everybody loves that system.
It's great. I step on a
Are you
a
sure
worm.
an injury wasn't sustained?
That wasn't an injury. That
An
was
injury
a-
was sustained. No, because he didn't die the first time around.
Even when we
So
shot.
I actually,
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
just to
that's
immediately
right.
shoot this down, but I think we've already talked about this. An injury was sustained. It was party relevant.
Yeah.
Like if someone in the party gets injured, and if one of you
Uh.
just fucking shoots someone else, I'm not exactly counting that
It
as
seems
a,
pretty
Be a
open-ended. What
great
about
motivation.
an opponent is showed the error of their ways? Does that sound?
I showed them the error
you
of
actually
their
gotta pick
opponent's
one.
ways.
We discovered we were doing.
No, I know.
yeah. But yeah, so
I was doing the second one. 'cause
you
that one's on
you
top.
guys found out that shit was pretty fucked up. Sergey told you to hold on, that he was coming and he was bringing a friend. The party met Serp, who is
Joseph Serp
Joseph Serp. That's
and
right.
Sickle.
He's known as the Sickle.
Good
I
luck.
forgot it was Joseph Serp.
I came up with that later.
It's some
Oh, okay, then I didn't forget.
It just felt like it needed a Stalin-esque first name. I mean, it's also my first name, but whatever.
Yeah, it's a great combo.
What are you saying?
Dude, when I would complain, the little old lady, she would go, "Oh, little Joseph Stalin doesn't get his bicycle for his birthday." That's what she would literally say to me if I complained about stuff. Like, when it was like Stalin, like complaining about not getting a bike for my birthday and killing people over it.
I just want you to
Jesus
know
Christ.
that I have a Word document, and literally everything you say about her, I put in that Word document.
This is, oh god, you know
So-
it's fine. She's already hexed me,
Also,
so it's
this,
not like
this
she's
is
doing
what
anything
Serp
worse to
looks
me.
like. He is an alien.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, we think so.
No.
We're not quite sure.
I could have just said radical plastic surgery, which just means I'm way more unhinged than even my name.
That is also possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know
Nobody in
what-
the party currently knows if he's an alien or not.
No one's
Yep.
asked.
I'm not
None
sure
of
we
you
will.
asked.
Yeah.
So you guys met Serp. He's basically he introduced himself as like a PR fixer. He has a nice suit and a shoulder cannon, which he
Looks like the Predator.
showed he proved is not just for show. He talked Sergey into quote unquote eating his borscht, which is now a thing in this game. It's a very important character moment for Sergey.
Yeah.
He is now forever defined as I must eat my borscht every time he does something hard to do.
Little Log sometimes has to eat his borscht so the scissor man don't cut off his thumbs.
Dude, it's like a character from like a fucking series, and like the only thing you know about him is that he like says some shit about the Scissor Man right before he kills everyone. I'm sorry, go ahead.
well, the key to this is just knowing just enough about a culture to make fun of it,
Yep.
and not enough to truly understand. it.
Yeah,
That's the key to being a true, honest American patriot.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah.
Appropriate, mock, and perhaps understand later.
I mean, understand well enough to mock completely.
Yeah.
I think it's the more
Appropriate the
accurate.
parts you like, mock the parts you don't, and never understand it at all.
Exactly.
That's the American dream, ain't it?
I like Ushankas. You know?
So, also very importantly, Serp talked Sergei into eating his borscht and killing Pickering. So Sergei tried by doing a no-look shot and instead shot him in the neck. When you found out he screamed like a little girl. At which point Serp blew his head off and immediately stomped on the remains, which we found out is a thing Serp does.
Didn't I ask if when I blew his head off if there was any head left? I don't remember if that happened.
I don't remember if you did, but I
think
remember
we
the
said-
description I gave for what it was like when you stomped on his head. So you killed him, and then you were like, all done, now I can leave. And Sergei said the infamous line, we took his life and his money, but we will carry out his will.
Yeah, we're still doing the job.
His job. Why turn down job?
Already paid?
Yeah, I mean, you already paid for it, so yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that is where we're at. Damn it, this webcam does not focus on the table, so everyone is blurry, but close enough.
It'll have to do.
It's like a witness protection layer of just no one can tell who you guys actually are.
Oh yeah,
no
this
one
is
can
Smoking
see your
Devil
face.
will never be able to fucking deduce by
Especially
Did I ever teach a shit heel named Joey?
It's that
Yeah.
one guy that I hexed. I think she'll know.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I think the last one you almost gave out your full phone number and like.
I think you
Exactly.
actually did give out most of
Yeah.
your phone number.
I did.
For the
Yeah.
FBI specifically.
Yeah.
I did.
Because we love the FBI. You guys are doing
The
great
FBI,
work.
yeah. They're keeping us safe from threats both international and
Dad.
domestic.
How about True Detective? It was good.
All right. So, session 4. You actually met for the 4th time.
Nelson,
That's great.
before I open this,
Um,
are there any more of these? I'll put one in the fridge. I don't know if this
And yeah, you guys are all in a room. You're standing around a still smoking corpse of Pickering, the absurdly obese man who was in charge of running most of the station. And you've just taken all of his money and murdered him. So, what would the party like to do next? What's the plan, gang?
Seems like a good time to be leaving.
Yeah, we still got stuff.
Makes sense.
We doing anything about the mess? I believe it.
I
Happy
make
Man
a
outside can
phone
take care
call.
of.
I make a phone call.
Ah,
We have orange level cleanup. Send light team. Click.
Light team.
Light team. It's a light team.
it is
Oh,
a very
okay.
heavy thought.
That is a heavy man. He says that, and I pull the phone back out and I say,
Now we have
bring
to
a
go
hydraulic frame.
and stop the mistreatment of the bouncy, the
Gribbets.
gribbets.
Because that's right. I forgot to mention the very important part that you did agree to work on stopping the essentially
Continued abuse of the gribbets.
yes.
Plan was to go down to Robit, yes?
What kind of things are going on to these guys? Is it like human rights abuses?
We
or-
don't know.
We
You
don't know.
Oh. Okay.
We have to investigate this.
Oh, okay.
Basically, he said that they were doing shit and he had proof, and then everyone just went okay, and now he's dead.
No.
So
I see
Robin,
connection.
I know a guy. He's a smuggler by trade.
Yeah, should have that guy.
Oh, this is the man we're trying to find.
Perhaps, I don't know.
Can you call him?
We have his information, don't we? Can we cross-reference what
you
this
have
guy...
a lot of his information.
Yeah,
you
so
got
let's-
a lot.
let's look-
You keep
including
saying you know this guy.
a
I want you
shit
to
ton
call
of
this
scat
guy.
porn.
Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't help us.
Laska, get out your
Does any of it
telephone.
have gribbets in
Call
it?
him up.
No,
Okay, good.
Call him, please.
you don't think so.
You don't think so?
Cavalcasted.
I will
Nah.
be in
Boris-
back room surveilling to make sure there is no gribbets porn on this hard drive. Do not disturb me.
Boris did take amphetamines and then attempt to go through all of his data and instead organized it and learned nothing.
Ooh.
So it is. I mean, I assume it's pretty easy for someone to pick up.
Well,
It's
an-
alphabetized and
it's
organized
an
in a
indexing
way
system
that makes sense.
for me.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Boris
I
has
don't know what that
devised
means.
optimal alphabet.
Organized by file size.
You got your own code.
I was starting to do alphabetical, but it's all R's.
This is all written.
I know.
This is
I
all.
make new
You wanna go
alphabet
knock on
with
his door?
many variations of R.
I'm
All
actually
the
surprised he
folders
wouldn't
are
have come
named in
out yet if he
wingdings.
wasn't.
How do you read?
Now you know my secret.
All right. So you called in a cleanup crew.
Yes.
We're on the shuttle, right?
You're not. You're still in the like. You're on the
Okay.
substation
Okay,
above the
we're-
plane.
We're in the office.
that's
you're
that's,
in the
that's
office.
part of my character.
I think by this
thing.
point you'll probably hear a knock on the door, and be like, hello?
Happy man is going to be not so
is-
happy.
Is everything okay in there? I heard a pretty loud noise.
Who is that?
It
He's
sounds
a happy man.
sounds like a
He's happy
sounds
man.
like a gunshot, I guess.
It was okay. I thought.
Oh, you're gonna open the door and
I'm gonna-
he's talking like through the door.
Oh no, I'm shouting at the door.
Okay.
I'm not gonna open the door.
You
He's
yell what?
exhausted. He's
I
not-
farted.
I farted.
It was loud.
He's exhausted.
Yeah, so he's taking it easy tonight.
All right.
If you see where he is shouting on door, give him a molotov through the door.
When you hear me
I
say
just-
I
I just
farted,
nod.
he's definitely gonna be like, yeah, definitely didn't sound like a fart.
What did you say? Come closer.
Oh my god, you can't do it?
The door's
Use the
locked.
door as a fucking.
Yeah, I was joking.
He's like on the other side of the door, like using the intercom. He's like, the door's locked from the inside. I can't.
You
Sergey,
stick door. I can't hear you.
But you.
Can I interrupt real quick? Sergey, who is this man inside doorway? Is he important? Does he have information?
Is your
It sounds like the receptionist,
Oh, that guy.
Oh,
the guy that he stole amphetamines from.
Ah, okay.
He's happy.
Also, tell me, is he a witness of crimes?
He was outside.
Not.
He know our face.
Okay.
Okay, I do not know. You're going to have to take word for
I'm trying to determine if he is
him.
borscht.
If he is borscht,
Yes.
I hope he is not borscht.
And then perhaps we know.
He alright.
We for now know kill him. Yes.
Not yet. We
Take him with us.
killing.
I put a knife away that you didn't realize I was holding.
Like you're like, do we kill him with open hands? Like,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
and then you're just like, okay, and suddenly you have a knife in your hand, and they're like, wait.
Wait a second.
You went like this, and then went okay, and then there was one there, and you're like, that was
It's just a little. It's just a little sickle.
oh, okay.
It's
It's a linoleum cutter.
It looks big enough to really to castrate well.
Well, no, it's, you see,
So-
you
so
see
it's
the
like a
linoleum
karambit.
cutter?
yeah, like
I
What
don't
is
have
it?
to say that.
Linoleum cutters are like they're just super short and very sharp, and
Yeah,
they're just a
those are-
little hook
yeah,
because it's designed. You get real up next to the linoleum
Yeah.
and just go whoop.
like a really big one of those.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Like a Bowie.
Oh, like a oh shit.
no,
Okay.
more like
when
a-
you said a little blade, I was thinking like little
like a
blade.
knife blade that's a sickle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So
that
more,
makes sense.
Yeah.
So more probably like a comma, actually,
Yeah,
kind of.
like a comma,
don't
except
see
I
really
mean,
sharp.
we can just say you
Yeah.
have like a
And
mini
Colonel.
sickle.
Yeah, it's a mini.
Like you just have a sickle that's like 6 inches long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just fucking.
It's
Good
average.
for
okay?
castrating.
It's average.
It's the average size sickle.
Perfect size and shape for grabbing specific organ and pulling out.
The sickle is called a bagging hook. I didn't know that.
Okay.
Ugh.
Used to remove bag.
The bag, yeah.
Bag is skin, yes.
I believe so.
So, actually, you know what? Pull out a keyboard. You guys already handed me back Cowboy Costi, yes? Or you still have?
Yeah.
He's on
I
the
think
computer.
he's on the computer, like on a campfire. singing
Oh yeah,
cowboy
he's,
songs.
he's playing the guitar to himself on the campfire because we decided that's what his standby.
I like this American
Oh, okay.
computer program. It's
Very well.
funny.
Joe Up's here. Shit, we didn't give him the recap, and I don't think he watched it.
Uh oh.
We can give him a quick one.
Yep.
He was in the ship. He doesn't know.
Oh, that's a
what's
good
going
point. Yeah, he has no idea what's going on.
Well,
That works.
well
We're
not
gonna
only
see
that,
what
but
a
he was
That's
at
that's
the
perfect.
session
Yeah.
before
Actual
last,
character
right?
isolation.
Because he was the pilot for that whole thing.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
he's-
yeah.
he's-
yeah. So
yeah,
he's been chilling.
So
in the
literally, the only thing he's missed is picking up Joey's character from the airport.
ship. Right. Which he didn't do. Hey. Hey. Sorry, we're trying to do layout, and I'm recording the session, so it's wires and shit.
Yep.
So we already did a recap, but then we realized you've been in the ship the whole time, so you don't know what happened.
Passed out. Yes.
out
So
sober, I imagine.
Joe Bob,
Yeah.
Joey, Joey, Joe
Nice to
Bob.
meet you.
It's great. We now have a John and a Johnny and a Joseph and a Joey.
Yeah. We're just hitting all the biblical names. real
Greg,
hard.
we're gonna need you to change your name to something with Nell in it, and I'm gonna change my name with Cost in it. We're gonna figure it out.
My
that'd be
costume.
cool.
Costike.
Now you're gonna be.
Costike? That was the best you got.
No.
Cost and a
Top
slur.
line.
We'll just throw that one out there.
No. He's gonna be
So you're
Costa, and you're gonna be
It's with a
Custo.
T.
Slur?
It's with a T.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
not with a D.
Yeah, Costa and Custo.
I
was like,
do realize
style.
it sounds very
Costello.
much like-
Okay.
That's not bad.
Costello's not bad.
Costello's not
Okay.
bad. That's
I was
a
thinking
name
just
too.
Custard. I mean, I could just,
I mean, it could be a slur for like a
What's up,
common
I'm
slur. You could do
Custer.
something.
My Custer.
like-
Who's that?
Acosta?
I'll be Coster.
Costa sounds
I
like
feel
a
like the
different
Southern be like,
version of
General
Costa.
Are you
Coster.
Coster?
Oh yeah, Costa.
No, my,
You're
my
the
first,
Wild West.
my
Sounds like one
first
of the
name's
many
my,
variations
my
of my
first
own
name's
name.
Abraham A. Coster.
Not bad.
A Costa.
But I was gonna say Costa seriously sounds like.
Costa.
Dude, I'd have a Deadlands character that's like, I'm Costa Callahan.
Sometimes people go
pretty
like, Joey?
I would.
Welcome to
Oh,
our
yeah.
our
That's
Emporium.
This is
fucking
the best
name,
He's
Joy.
amazing with names.
That's
He
my
fucking
name.
busts them
Look at
out.
me. Do I look like a
Actually, I
Joy?
was saying earlier,
Do I? Am I? I'm
all I
not going
can
to
think
be a
of his
Joy
names
to you
like-
right now.
Okay,
Um,
okay. The only
Little
thing
Wit
I don't like about
Smickfingerbone.
it is that it's impossible to
Terrible
pronounce
names.
I mean, it's great for a fantasy setting.
or like
Yeah.
any
Yeah.
like
Now,
any sort
with
of
me, I
crowded
was
room
look
where
for a
I'm
certain
I say Greg.
rhythm to things.
Oh, they think
so
it's
like,
Craig.
if let's say the name is Jack, so
Right.
I'm looking for like
Greg.
a
All kinds of things. Right.
Or
usually two
Yeah,
syllables.
the
so
G
it'd be like
gets
Jack
ambiguous when
Blakely
you're in a
or
crowded setting. That's
Joe,
true.
there's
Yeah.
a pizza in the kitchen
Oh,
too.
Um,
Costa, there's
3 also works.
Yeah,
pizza,
yeah.
pizza's in the
Actually,
kitchen.
Yeah.
Jack Robinson.
How
So
about
Happy
Back
Boy's
up,
Deadlands
I'm
character
gonna hit that
was
shit.
He's
from
using,
original
he's,
Duxbury.
he is using the.
That's a pretty good
Okay,
one.
I am not.
One of
using
my
the current
favorite
You're just
Deadlands
yelling.
names
I'm
was
yelling through the door.
my friend
Okay.
Tyler.
Yeah.
His character's name was Whitaker Lee Temple.
So I think,
Yeah.
so I think what he's gonna do.
Of
Jason had a great one.
Was
For
that-
his guest play.
oh yeah, James Baker.
Yep.
It's,
Uh,
yeah, Dr.
okay.
James
So
Baker.
he's-
It's such a
he's
simple
gonna-
name, but it was so good.
He's gonna call out like, Mr. Pickering, sir, are you okay?
Mr. Pickering is fine.
Can he say something, please?
Yeah.
What did the guy sound like? What did the guy sound like?
I mean, he was just a fat, like, kind of whiny guy that just like, but the Gribbits.
Okay, so I go, don't worry about me, I'm fine. And I have a skill you didn't know I had.
That's a roll.
Go ahead and roll influence for me real
Fuck.
quick. 2d6 and whatever.
I thought I
Yeah,
could just
Nick-
get by on.
Nick, I mean, it's more so it's like you gotta. Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
It's
that
gotta
was-
be
You're
a.
also fighting an
That's
accident.
so actually, so his character's name is Serp, which is the Russian word for sickle.
Okay.
So we now have the hammer and sickle
Oh,
to
sweet.
complement that.
I don't know. Didn't remember if I'd sent this to you before.
You
the
did,
last game.
you did.
It's
Yeah, I
good.
shared it around. It's good stuff.
I'm a.
Behold what late night boredom with clip art does.
Yeah.
I like the last part. No God.
You have Jeff?
Wait, do you have 2d6? Do you, okay. I want to say your influence was
I think it was +2 because I added something to it from my background.
okay.
It was like influential or something
Okay.
from.
Oh, that's right. You were just using like the merc.
The Merc kit.
Wait, if you were the merc, it's probably only like a 1.
What is it?
It started as a
Wait,
1, but
what
then I
is
have
it?
Oh,
this
did you
background of
edit
like.
it?
Are you talking about his influence?
Yeah.
So his
Do you have a
Where's
character
mine?
sheet?
yeah, it starts at +1, but let's see. He has decorum, which is from his
That's
privileged background.
That's right.
Okay. So he gets a +1 to it.
Yep.
Okay. And that's not. Okay, tight. Okay. Yeah. So you get a +2.
Sick. 5.
Oof. All right. So you actually get like kind of close, but it's still clearly a Russian accent.
I'm doing fine. Don't
So he's gonna
worry
be like,
about me.
I've worked for Mr. Pickering for a few years. That's not Mr. Pickering. If he can't say something soon, I think I need to call somebody.
Oh no, I'm beginning
Okay,
to smell
Hold
more
on, hold on.
borscht.
I have a question.
Yeah,
Where
right.
are we exactly?
Right? I'm totally
So
smelling
you're
borscht.
in his office, which was like, I think I said it was like a 15-minute walk from the hangar.
Sounds
That
like
you were
Okay.
in?
To take him
And
with us.
basically, like, who owns the office?
guy.
Like, who owns this?
Okay.
The
You will
the
become a
office
friend.
you are in is Pickering's
Just like kidnap
office.
this guy.
Yeah.
Bring him
That
with
is
us.
all you know.
So we have
In
no
my
idea who
experience,
Pickering
when
works
you
for.
befriend
You
hostages,
guys
they
have
always rat you out.
no idea
One
about
point or another.
anything else on the
Oh, no,
station
no, that is
whatsoever.
fine.
Okay,
There were no
well,
questions asked.
Well, yeah, so here's
You
what I'm
do know it is owned by Facebook still.
Oh, so we're
Oh,
not
it is owned by
blackmailing him?
Facebook.
Yeah, the substation is owned by Facebook still.
Okay, at that moment, it's
The-
like,
The
no,
receptionist guy will blackmail
no,
him?
my friend. You do
No,
not work
no,
for
you-
Mr.
Oh, we just
Pickering.
plain show.
You
He's
work
good
for
at,
Facebook.
Are you gonna
Skate
open the
good.
door or are you gonna do
Oh,
it through
right.
the intercom?
Me, I'm gonna open the door.
Okay. I assume you're going to immediately fill said door
So
in
what-
an attempt to keep him from
I'm
looking
in the
into
door.
the
What
room.
actually
Okay, you're in the door?
Absolutely,
Okay.
and remember, I'm plump.
That's right, you are a little plump, yeah. Okay.
Once the
So
door's
there's this
opening,
plump kid, and then there's
I'm gonna
just
do
a
this
head and eyes.
because I'm
above.
bracing for banging noises.
Yep.
Okay.
It's like,
Did you put your shirt back on, by the way?
Not yet, because
Okay.
it's only been a couple hours.
Okay.
I don't know how
Fred,
long.
is
meth
your guy
lasts.
like kind of plump
Like 8.
or
No.
like skinny as fuck?
more like
or like
more on the
average?
skinny end? Yeah.
Okay, like skinny with a pot belly, maybe. Kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not-
I
I'm not
just
big,
realized
but
it
I'm
does.
not
It's a
fat.
question that doesn't like. The character look is kind of just always like, oh, this is what the clothes they wear. But when someone takes off a shirt, it's like, well, actually, wait,
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
could
no, I'm
change
like,
the
what
appearance a
shape
little
are
bit.
you? Yeah.
So my physique is -1, but I'm not fat.
pretty
either,
good.
So
Okay,
just like wiry.
so you're like
yeah.
me.
Yeah,
almost.
sure, yeah.
That's okay.
Run around on meth.
Here, let me
Look at your
Take
add
your
to
shirt
the.
off, yeah.
That's the effect.
but
Got
yeah,
some, got some, a little bit of chest hair.
I use my girth to block most of the thing, and I say, "You do not work for Pickering."
You can see him try to look over your shoulder
are-
and then see Molotok just like,
filling in the gap.
because he's still
No, it's,
too
it's
tall.
Like, it's like one eye, and then like my nose and mouth is like.
Yeah,
Like
he's still too tall to like
the
fit through the
Jurassic
doorway
Park.
if he's straight up. So he has to like.
Jurassic Park
How
like
much
T-Rex
of a
shot.
giant
like-
is this guy?
He's fucking big. It's more. It's less that he's a giant, and more just the fact that space stations like size is at a fucking premium. So like you build
Nothing is
everything
built
that
to
we have
code
like
anymore.
7-foot tall ceilings, and he's like 7'3" or 7'2". So
Oh.
he's just like,
Right.
I'm
Which is weird because space stations have a lot of space.
get out.
I understand.
I appreciate
Like, you've
it.
been here for 20 minutes. You had your joke.
your character dies.
Suddenly,
Everyone
Boris
say goodnight to
Borisovich has a
Ghost,
heart attack.
Too
much,
It's been a
man.
great evening. It was a great
He
interview.
says, "My greatest regret is that I didn't jerk off to all of the scat porn." And then he falls over dead. No one else is a doctor, so no one can save him.
I have an electrified wrench.
Hey.
Why is this not
Alright.
working?
That'll
Sorry.
be something.
It's okay. It's okay. I buy us a new one.
Okay, so you remind him that no, like you don't work for Pickett, you work for Facebook.
Oh no, let me actually do the whole
Okay,
the whole
sorry.
thing. I have a whole shtick going
All
on.
right.
Uh-oh.
No. You don't work for Pickering. You work for Spacebook, which means you work for me. And you know what? I have seen the work you do, and it is very, very good. You don't deserve to be in a backwater little area like this. I tell you what, I'm going to give you a promotion to get you out of here. Only thing is, part of it comes with no asking questions.
And I'm gonna like kind of like crouch down a little bit and go, we don't like questions.
And I know you are a smart man. So here, I tell you
I
what.
like hear his breath on his back. Like,
Here is a phone. So now I'm going to roll bribe.
Okay. Yeah. I'm definitely leaning towards the like I might just start house ruling, giving you bonuses to rolls if you have a monologue that good where you're just like, here's why and why and why and money. And people are just like, oh well, there's no reason I would say no to that. Yeah. What does bribe actually? Does it give you anything
I think it's
special?
like if
It just
everyone
says,
agrees
use
at the
acquisition
table
of
that they
by
would have done
political
that.
power, legal decision, faction involvement, diplomatic immunity.
How much money do you give him? Like a little bit or like
I think
a
he's
decent
offering him the
amount?
promotion. Right?
In this case, my bribe is actually the position.
Ah, okay. I see. Wait, you're rolling bribe. When you said a bonus, I assumed you were like pulling out money.
I'm giving him some money, but even like
Okay.
$1,000 is probably one more than he gets,
Yeah.
and two is just a bonus to the position, which you know, it's
I'm
not bad.
actually gonna say that's solid enough combined. That
You were giving
Also,
cash.
he probably has it in the back of his head that we might kill him if he doesn't cooperate too.
I mean,
Yes.
Oh no, he's got
We'll beat the
Molotov
shit out
right
of
there.
him. Yeah.
because
We're
like
giving
the
cash to
Molotov
a drug
doesn't
We
dealer.
do
block
have the carrot and
smell
the stick like in the room.
from
like,
the room.
Yeah, yeah.
Handing him the carrot.
knows
Like,
you smell.
Yeah, yeah. Take the carrot.
That would require him to go in the room.
The smell is no surprise.
But yeah, no, I'm gonna say you did that well enough. He's just gonna be like, oh.
I just want to be like, okay, no, like,
there's a.
the new job is going to require no asking questions. Here is your job interview. Step aside. Responds to that.
Do you take the job? Yes. Okay.
Is there
Clean this up.
And he's like, why is he? Oh.
if
All right.
if this is Facebook,
He just what?
do we have something like Amazon Prime that's the equivalent of like I can order some shit and have it delivered
Yes.
express?
He's called Fetch. He's right here.
Oh, okay. So I tell this guy,
So
Fetch,
you definitely. So that fetches his minion
I need
specifically.
I need blue tarp, picnic table, 3 chairs, and spread. Can you do?
I know the perfect market. I tell Fetch exactly where to go, how to get the best price, and send him out as well.
Wait, was that the spread?
Yeah, like you know,
A
like
spreader or like
picnic,
food?
like a picnic spread.
A picnic spread.
Like a
Okay,
picnic
I just
spread.
wanted to clarify.
No, like a spread for a schmear, like for a bagel. No, I'm setting up a bagel shop. What do you
Oh,
think?
that, or maybe you left off the like a spreader, and I was gonna be like, "What are you doing?" All right,
It's like
so
you've
yeah,
never
you're
hosted
gonna
a dinner party.
you're gonna say that, and he's just gonna be like, and like look at you, and look at Molotov, and look at you, and kind of like, okay,
My friend would also like sandwiches.
yes,
yes.
Where should I go now
You know what?
for the like? Do I start tomorrow or now or?
For
Oh, I'm sorry, no questions. Okay, bye.
be a smart man. Give me a second. I have to create this job profile. I'm going to quickly create a job,
Make
job
him like
profile and
VP
stuff
of
like
marketing.
That's not a bad idea. But also as part of it, I'm going to have like a lot of spyware on him. I want to be able to find out where this guy is at any moment and be able to contact him on a moment's
Redundant
notice.
Trojan.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the blackmail checkbox in Workday is what you want. You just I want to blackmail him eventually, so monitor everything.
Yes, that
And
is.
then people like John go, okay,
Yeah.
turn on Big Brother.
I would like
He signed up
We
for this job.
definitely
He
know
did.
that you watched porn 27 days ago.
I'd like to know that I
So
do that
just
as a
said he
rule.
works for
That is
Settings,
not.
yeah.
That is not.
Oh, yeah.
An option.
I actually, you know what? It's Facebook. It's safe to say that that's just the default. And you have to put in
Yeah.
a specific request. Be like, no. These are special people. Don't watch them. And then it has to be approved. But it's usually them just being like, are you sure? And you go, yes. And they go, okay.
Well, I mean, wait, you don't
But
know.
those are the people that they watch even more.
That's when they just hire someone to follow them so that they aren't watching them.
Yeah.
So we got him.
Exactly.
No,
Right, and
they aren't watching that.
What you
Exactly.
don't know is that the whole thing with Pickering was 2 things. 3, it was expediting my plan, tying off a loose end, and gathering blackmail on all of you fuckers in case I needed it. Because I could always say that I wasn't involved somehow. I'm a PR guy.
Wow.
No, I'm just
Minus-
kidding. I'm
minus
just
the
kidding. I
fact
didn't
that
actually do that.
You were the one who murdered a man in
Yeah,
front
yeah.
of 7 witnesses.
But he can say that he
Or I mean,
did
I
it.
guess
But you
5
know what that means, though?
witnesses.
That means I'm also the only one in my camera vision that isn't in the camera shot.
That's okay. All right. Wait, do you just have a body cam on all the time? Is that a thing?
Do you know that? I don't know. Well, you're the game master, so sure, yeah, I do.
I feel
So-
like if you worked for Facebook and they're like, hey, do you want to wear a body cam? You just be like, yeah, okay. I just record everything around me all the time.
Yeah.
I am going to argue for
Okay.
something and against something at the same time.
Okay.
Because there's a small part of me that
I like
says,
to watch my own
would you
grave
call
of
this
tits.
a frivolous
Yeah, right.
expenses made? But considering how much I
Chicken
stand a
beer,
game
popcorn.
is
Follow me
really
on
frivolous.
YouTube.
I don't think it's frivolous in this situation.
Yeah.
So we talked about this before. Wait, so you have that as your level up criteria?
Yes, it is.
So,
Oh, I already
so
have
does
that.
so does Greg.
I'll find it.
Oh, okay.
John's.
Let me find-
John's. I'll
My-
let
my-
John make his own
I
sales
like
pitch.
this one. Okay. Huh?
You find it.
For a
Yeah, I like
frivolous expense while I grab another slice of pizza.
We should have brief conversation. I have great idea for spending much money.
Spending?
Really?
Spending. You see how I only have 2 arms?
Yes.
Ooh.
That could be fun.
I don't think we can find that type of thing over here. This is a little bit backwater, but I like the way you think. Maybe next stop.
I could use more arms. This for smashing.
I just
Oh,
realized.
I unplugged the monitor over there.
Why
yeah.
would you do this thing?
Because I need the surge protector for my setup. And it's my surge protector, so.
That is
Suck
fair.
it.
Okay, then I'm going to have to try to
I'm
find
taking
the
that
book
ball.
in
I'm
here
going on with it.
to find out what my level up conditions
Oh, wait,
are.
don't we? Wait, I thought we had a book of this. No?
No,
I thought I bought it.
Yeah, you did.
Where is it?
Somewhere.
Might be upstairs.
This is the problem
here
with
it
having too many RPG books.
Yeah.
So you're
You
just
shut
like,
your
wait,
damn mouth.
wait, I say this is the only problem.
You
with
take
having
it
too
back.
many RPG books.
Heresy.
But yes, I was thinking.
It's one
No,
of
that
those
was
double
last-
Unite
I
the
just
Bond.
found my Dark Heresy book.
There you go.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
Uncharted World.
Sure
I
enough.
love it too. It's a small book.
Wow, I did not realize.
Yeah, it's great. It was only like $20.
Wow.
Oh, yeah,
Rules
that's
are, like,
great.
pretty minimal.
Wow, I
Yeah.
did not realize.
I like
Trying to
considering
figure
most
Like
rule
D&D,
books
where every
are
other
like
roll is like a
60.
fucking lookup
I
table.
still love comparing that to Exalted 3rd Edition.
Oh my god. I don't
It's
think
back
I've,
there.
I don't think I've ever picked up Exalted Third. I mean, no, it's literally just the
Oh,
large.
there it is.
Touching that book gives me mild anxiety.
tome.
It's the dictionary.
Yeah. No, put it in Joey's
So
hands.
big.
This is literally bigger than any textbook I have ever owned in my entire
Yeah,
life.
dude, this is this
It's
is
like
up there.
two of them, like the two biggest textbooks I've ever
I
had
think it's
combined.
bigger than
How
most of the
much does that
You
dictionaries
could
out
drop this
to
on a small
boss.
child and like
I
accidentally
kickstarted it, so-
and kill them. Like
It was whatever the.
Like if someone was like, "I
was.
killed a man with a
Yeah.
book, Your Honor," they'd be like, "No, you didn't." They
Compressed
release
style,
take that out and
yeah.
be like,
For the Kickstarter, they
Okay.
released
The
a
murder
special
weapon, Your Honor.
Orichalcum edition that had like
Exhibit.
basically like gold leaf, like a gold leaf cover on it.
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah,
That
I
was
think
like
that's-
300.
The thing that's so disappointing
What
is
is Happy
I don't
Man?
even really
It's
like the
mostly
3rd edition.
character.
"Oh, so
It's
Happy Man
kinda
just
bad.
fucking leaked."
The biggest problem
no
for
one
me is
actually
charm
knows his
bloat.
name.
There's a lot of
Yeah,
charm
this
bloat.
is actually like advanced, like 3rd edition, like.
We can talk about Exalted
Nah.
later.
Sorry.
Completely different.
No, it's cool.
We didn't
You
get
looking
this
through the book is fine. It's the crosstalk.
Exalted.
All right. So you guys send away Happy Man because no one ever asked his name. Yeah, you have a light team coming in for an orange cleanup. Apparently,
Orange level. Yeah.
orange level cleanup. I'm sorry. Codename Tang. Tang Spill, maybe. I don't know. So yeah, you guys are good now.
Now we go down to Robin, right?
Wait,
This
do
is
you
where
still want
smugglers
Fetch to get the...
Cancel order. I was going to have a picnic with Happy Guy and
I
show him that
I was
there
gonna
was
say-
nothing to be afraid of. Put tarp over Mr. Guy, so he just big blue lump. All subterfuge, not necessary.
I want to pick this as my XP condition, but I already did it, so that wouldn't be fair. A solution is purchased
Oh.
because otherwise I would have.
Yeah.
Something tells me that'll come up again real
Yeah,
soon.
yeah. You can pick it right now. if you want.
I'll pick it right now. I'll probably end up. Who knows? I might even do it again this game session.
You guys can also just make two completely unnecessary purchases side by side.
Yeah, but
It's not as fun.
So get your shuttle.
All right. So you guys go back to the shuttle.
yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna. Yeah.
You guys.
We're doing?
You guys.
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah.
You find
I'm
a.
the last one to leave the room.
We have like names and faces.
Alright.
to
the
look
last
for.
one just to leave. They go. Ah, anyone else stepping, fat man? He's everywhere.
My bad.
I did not, but it got on
That
the
was
pants.
me.
These are very nice pants too.
Oh yeah. Last session we did this. Joey invented proto silk.
Mm-hmm.
It's apparently the jumpsuit that Greg has.
Oh yeah.
Or I'm sorry, Lazka. Lazka is wearing a proto silk jumpsuit.
Yeah.
I realized Lazka's the only one where I had to phonetically write out your last name. Nenavisti.
Yes,
All right.
this is correct.
Also, Joe, does your character have a last name, or are you just sticking with Vitali?
Lomachenko.
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 Lomachenko. All right. I missed your
This
last
sounds
name.
Ukrainian. What is this? Chenko. Ukrainian spy. No, I'm just kidding. That's okay.
All right. So you guys go back to the shuttle and you find a passed out Vitaly Lomachenko.
It's a good idea. I take
Fetch.
that.
Oh,
Wake
Who
me
is
when
sleeping,
get.
man?
this
Bitch, coffee and
this is
bourbon.
good. He looks like he's probably still ready to fly.
He looks sober.
Yeah, I mean it's
Oh.
really only been like
Yeah.
an hour.
Yeah.
Or actually, wait, no. You had to fly over, so that's like
Oh, that's
Three
probably
and a half, or like 2.5,
It's probably some time.
maybe 3.
Job done?
Yes.
Great, who has booze? No? No one? Okay, I just get my own.
I'm raising
I was going to
eyebrows.
say, like,
This is Pilot?
He's good player.
Yes.
Very the
Birds.
best.
The best.
He's drinking.
We might need to top him off
yes,
before we
this
go.
is what he's. You don't want to see him pilot.
Can I just add that in your ship somewhere you have like a shitty bumper sticker that says like both ships and pilots need fuel? Can I just throw that in there, or is that acceptable?
That's fine.
Okay.
Some for engine, some for me.
Is it the same liquid?
You don't
They're
know.
close enough. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Do you know anything about ships?
Do you need to see in 20 years? I don't think I do.
This is why I have instruments.
Oh, wait a minute. Before we go, I
big
need to
on
pick
off
up
button.
Cowboy Costia.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah, nobody actually said they would pick him up. So
Yeah, so I'm picking up Cowboy Costia.
okay.
Okay, I will just have him program. It's like purge the porn. I don't need the porn. Keep whatever else is there.
Unless any of porn has this compromising information on known quantities. Enemies of Spacebook. There's lots of porn. Maybe
You want to look
just
through it?
send
I'll
him
take.
that
I'll take.
porn?
I'll look through it. I will take 114.
Very well.
Do you look sad when you say that, or happy?
I look like. Oh.
I don't know if he.
Oh boy. If I had a nickel for every time I had to review scat
114.
porn to figure out compromising information. I would have-
Do you lick your lips a little bit? Like, no, shucks.
No, he's just a stone cold professional. He's been asked to do terrible things,
Right.
He's probably
including
made
this
scat
before.
porn.
That was
for his
nice
job.
stare.
You've probably been assigned to
Maybe
be like, you need to go make scat porn with this person so we can destroy their entire career.
I'm like totally
I can,
desensitized to it.
I can understand this.
You definitely disavow
Remember,
people.
my metric for having a bad day at work is being bit. As long as I am
That's a
not
good
bit
point.
by somebody, I'm having a good day. It's not a bad day.
He's not exaggerating either.
That's my work issue.
He's literally been bit.
Who's biting you?
I got bit by a Marine.
Oh. Fucking.
I love every time you say I got bit by a Marine, everyone goes, oh yeah, okay. Like literally, if you were like, I was bit by a corpsman or an Air Force or an Army, and people be like, what? You're like, I was
Weird.
bit by a Marine, and they're like, yeah, okay.
That's
Like I love Marines. I got a cousin who's a Marine, but like that's just the response everyone has is they're like, well, yeah, I mean, if you get in a fight with someone, a Marine's gonna bite you.
Yeah.
Like they're just gonna do whatever they need to fucking do to try to beat you.
Until you
And they
get
don't
their
give a
ID
shit.
and threaten
The
to tell
last
daddy on
Marine
them.
I
Yeah.
personally knew
They're
punched
feral. You gotta
a beer
hit them on the
can in
nose.
half.
No,
And
no, no.
sliced
You
up his
solve
hand,
problems with
punching
Marines
full
the
beer
same
can
way
out
you
of a
solve
beer
all
can in
military
half.
Fight them
problems.
back.
Blood and
You tell daddy.
and hit the ceiling fan,
That's
and
terrible.
then there was just blood all over the fucking walls, dude.
Punching in general is
He,
a
he,
bad
he,
idea.
he punched the can in half that while it was full. It was pretty outstanding.
I mean, you can do a lot of
Punching's not
stupid
bad.
shit.
Yeah.
You can do a lot of shit where like, that's awesome, and then you're like, I need to go to the hospital now.
But once again, this guy's a Marine. That's
Sure,
the
yeah.
underlying point.
Yeah.
That's why I'm
Yeah.
not surprised.
All right.
Alright, where are we going?
So, job is done.
Wait,
Vitali needs new coordinates.
Where do we go?
hold on.
Robert.
Wait a minute. Yes, Robert.
Nowhere. Got it. More booze.
Robert.
Robert?
We're
Robert.
going to Robert.
It'll take a while till we get there, fine. More transfer booze on there. Okay, let's go.
Very well. I will go into my quarters where I will play many video games.
Orders.
No,
It's like a
no,
choreo trial.
no,
This
my-
is a pretty-
No, straight up, my butlers have already set up my workspace. It's a leisure workspace.
So actually, his ship is small enough you don't have workspaces yet.
Damn.
No, like your butler set one up in a corner.
I can totally
At
see
the
your
very least,
butler.
they set up-
It
at the very-
has a lounge chair.
At the very least, they probably have my gaming chair and like.
I mean, it's like when I bring my like PS4 down here and I set it all up
Yep.
like, in the corner, and I'm just like, okay, cool, now I can land.
Yeah. So that's
Multiple
that's
copies
what
of
I'm
the-
going to be doing.
Yeah.
You guys all start hearing scat porn. Start
Oh, you
blaring
don't
on
even have
from my
headphones?
computer.
You're not even getting the headphones.
I mean,
Just imagine
My
somebody,
character doesn't think to do the headphones
Alright,
at first.
that's
I'm
fair.
doing my job.
just imagine
think
somebody
it
trying to
would be
fall
easy
asleep
to
and
over
like,
here,
Yep.
but it makes
Yeah,
any
he's
sound.
literally
After, like,
scanning
after
Even
the
if I
somebody-
don't see it.
Like after somebody looks at me weird,
It's not cake.
I
friends.
go, "Oh right,
Come on.
volume, sorry," and I
yeah,
just
yeah.
turn the volume down. I'm literally feel like we're looking over my shoulder. I'm like taking pictures of all the faces in the scan porn,
you gotta do,
and then just
the
fast forwarding through it.
That's
and
how you
then
get
just,
the.
like, running back
That's how
through
you
a
get
database.
the ring busters of just like.
Yep.
Hey man, but let's be
But,
real. There's also got to be a
and
couple
him-
of
and
queefs
him-
in there.
Oh yeah.
And the
And
whole
those you got to do with some squeeze.
and the whole time,
facial hair fucks it up. That's
and the whole
thing.
time,
You
he's
can't make a seal.
he's just like coldly cataloging it the same way
Oh,
as
yeah.
your work, just at work. Just
Yeah. Snapping a screenshot, writing some notes. Maybe once in a while, be like, oh.
so
Yeah, like running through a
so-
database, no match. Okay,
Like-
no match. Okay.
he has like
No
an
match,
occasional
okay.
like eyebrow lift.
And it just,
Uh,
I'll say one time, you go, that's new.
Yeah, right. Like, never seen that.
Oh.
I didn't know ducks could do
And I'm
that.
go- he says, oh, that's new. And then just like. That's the key. Anytime anyone's looking at anything pornographic, just the like slow.
Huh? How are they?
You're
Just,
like, you're
keep
not
hitting,
sure.
like back to rewatch the last 5 seconds. You're like,
What? How
okay.
how damaging? How is this too esoteric to be damaging?
If someone's not paying close attention, they're like, I don't even. This isn't even porn anymore.
They're just
What?
like, oh, what's
This is a work of art.
Yeah. All right. So it takes about an hour to get to the surface. This ship technically is rated for atmospheric entry. Everyone questions that upon re-entry. It's a little scary.
calm down. You're
Because
fine.
we're not like strapped.
You're either fine or we're all
like-
dead. There's
like-
nothing to
there
worry
are
about.
some seats, I think, but it's like this is mostly a cargo ship. So like I think there's like just enough seat. Wait, how many are you in there now? There's 2, 4, 6.
Butlers and fetch.
Oh shit, you have a fuck ton of butlers. Okay, so all the butlers are in the cargo area, just like like latching arms with each other. Trying, like the ones on the edge are like holding the boxes that are strapped down.
I'll be in my car in case
Yeah,
we need
sounds
to.
like
then.
you need a
corner.
seat. Yeah, I just imagine you like
Butlers are
trying to-
holding on to hip.
Yeah, I could see there being like crates and like 4 feet between a wall, and you just like wedge yourself in there and take a nap. But yeah, so like you make it, everything's strapped down. This isn't like a rust bucket. It's just barely rated for atmospheric entry.
I like what you've done with garbage bag. It looks good.
Wait, where are we entering though? Do we know where to land to get close to the smuggler people?
You
Just like
don't
landing
at the
somewhere in Robin.
You're currently flying into a planet's atmosphere, and you're gonna figure it out. Is what I'm
Seems like
getting
a
so
full
far.
plan.
How
How
to
big
find-
is the? Like,
Oh,
I
so,
thought we had,
yeah, so here's
we
the
at
fun
least had,
part
like,
about the planet.
names and schedules for when
Yeah.
we came and stuff. Like,
Well, so no one's gone through the data.
I did
You were on map.
before Matt.
Did you go through?
Yeah, I asked them for the
Okay.
password and shit.
All right,
I was
but
like,
right
I
now
got
you're
names,
on
faces, I got everything.
I also
right
wanna
now
make-
I'm on
I
Matt.
want to make it. I want to make it known that I'm also going through the regular data.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
After
So,
this-
so you guys know that the ground forces are led by a man named Grex. He's like the head of the entire effort down on the planet.
And do we have like navigation logs to show like where they?
So it's
come
less
from on the
navigation
planet?
and more like you know where their base. They're like they have 2 bases on the planet essentially. So as you fly towards it, the first thing you notice is like it looks like there is land all over this fucking thing. It looks like there's barely any water.
How big is it compared
It's
to?
weird
like,
for a.
Earth?
So it's actually
For our
just a
people.
little bit smaller than Earth.
Okay.
It's very similar, and it makes sense that this is why they would fly a colony ship out to it, right? It's like an Earth alike.
Sure.
So you know the two places. The 2 places are actually pretty close to each other. They're only about like an hour and a half away from each other flying.
Okay.
But so there's 2. One is noted as the mining camp, and one is noted as the research post. And I will let you guys decide which one you want to go to. The information you have is essentially that the mining post is the only mining post they have on the planet, and the research post is where they have the one scientist who is actually working on things.
You want smarty pants, yes?
Are they Gribbet
I'm
scientists
thinking.
or human?
A human.
Are
That's
the
where
humans-
the
are the humans
research the research is being done at the research like the research post, and then the mining camp is more just like
Okay. So between the two things, we're gonna find one of two things. We're gonna go to the mining camp, and we're gonna find a bunch of gribbets being enslaved. It's gonna suck. It's gonna be really like tragic and hard to watch. Or if we go to the research thing, we might find gribbet zombies or something. That's why I'm voting for the gribbet research. Because we might find some fucked up shit.
I was basing it on like I definitely want to know more about gribbets, but I don't want that to come from a conversation with another human. I still want to get a gribbets.
I agree. I
Into
would
a
still like
lab.
to know what tastes like.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I figure like if we go to the mining colony and they're using the gribbets as miners, those are going to be the ones that are like really tired and easy to take. And like they would assume that he like fell down a mine shaft.
Okay,
so none of your, no one else
have-
in the party knows what you're thinking right now. So let's. Do you want to voice your opinion for us?
No, this is all internal. I'm considering.
Right. No, I'm just saying if you want to voice your
although,
vote.
this is actually a good time to
I
go.
literally said I think
Someone
we should go
tell
to
me
the
where to
research
land,
station
or I
to
just
go find
park in the
some
middle
fucked
and
up
you guys
gribbets,
walk.
Like we're being experimented on.
Yeah, I was gonna say that we might as well have
And
this
maybe
conversation in characters like
freedom or
So
something.
we have two options. We can go to mining outpost or we can go to lab. Where do you think we will find the best chance for the parameters of job, the abuse, and how to end it?
I know a guy, Francisco. He is a.
You always say you know guy. We're on foreign planet. There is nobody here. Only enemies. You don't know anyone here. Stop pretending you know
maybe
guy.
guy, maybe he.
Anybody else fed up with this shit?
Well, you apparently do not care if I know guy.
Question.
So far he says he
If I
does.
believe
he does.
you know guy.
Question.
for one,
Every,
my
every
vote.
time that he say he know guy, have we met guy yet?
No.
We
Where
still
is
have
guy?
not met guy.
Where is guy?
Well,
Last
you
guy?
say you do not
Is
want
he
to
here?
meet guy.
There's no-
I am sorry, but you say you knew not what to meet.
Oh my god.
Really?
So let's go. Let's go to mining camp. Let us meet Francisco. Let us meet the
I don't
miner.
want to hang out with children.
I want information on Francisco. More information. Type in. Right here on pad. Type in more information. I look.
What is social security number?
Well, I am cross-referencing with scat porn also.
I don't know, like, it's up to you how
Does
much
he
I
have
know
a
about this guy.
I don't
Well,
need much.
How much do I know about these
Also,
people?
you can just
So,
refuse.
Literally, I'm gonna say for most of these contacts, it's literally just like someone that you've had a past experience with, where you're like, "Oh, Francisco," and they're like, "Oh my God, Laska, I haven't seen you in like X many days, years, months." And it's like, "How have you been? I haven't seen you in so long since X job."
Yeah.
So he's not
So-
lying about it.
No, he
don't
literally
have that.
has an
Okay, we
ability
just
that
haven't used it
anywhere
yet.
he goes, he can find like a contact.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I literally know a guy.
And I have to decide right when we
You
get.
can say, I know a gribbet. I know a
Uh,
gribbet.
Oh, I know girl around here. Her name Felicia. Last time I was here, she stabbed me. She'll help us.
Sounds like liability.
all right, so while you guys,
no.
so while
I
you
talked
guys,
to her. It'll be okay.
Yes.
so while you guys are discussing this,
No bullshit.
you're actually gonna start getting an incoming
I say, oh, I'm going to
communication.
come back. She said, I'm going to stab you.
So
Just
so
like
as
last
you turn
time,
it on,
yeah.
there's gonna be like a moment of silence, and then be like, "Wait, is this? Well, are you the resupply?
Yes.
Duh.
That,
That one.
is that yes?
Yes. Jesus.
Okay, shit. All right, well, come on down to the research post. We need all that shit down
Of
here
course, they're
first.
southern guys.
Sure. On my way.
When they help
You
with
have booze?
surgery on these.
You were supposed to bring the booze.
God damn it.
Hate this planet already. Be there at 20. Fuck.
All right.
Hate this planet.
There's nothing worse.
What was that
What
about?
planet does not have booze?
Well, this ship is
cheating,
full of probably
motherfucker.
nothing but booze and my car. So.
So we are deciding on mining plant or research station. I vote research. I want to see.
It sounds like we're going to a research station.
We can meet Francisco also. Tell
Friend.
Francisco meet us at research station. He come.
He bit of an ass.
Okay. Tell him fuck off then. That's fine. Don't need
He will fuck
Francisco.
off by himself.
Tell him to
I-
fuck off.
He doesn't like
I just made to start walking out of the ship, and there being two people who go, "Are you Francisco? No. Are you Francisco? No. Are you Francisco? Yes. Fuck off."
Fuck you! You're a fucking asshole! You're about to come to
And then,
research
and then he
station.
says, Laska?
Anyway.
All
find the research station.
All right, so you fly towards the research station. So again, they're pretty close to each other. But so you realize as you fly towards this, most of this planet looks like it's covered in land. Like it's all green. But one of the things you notice is the green is like pretty uniform. Like you don't see any mountains or like variations really at all. So as you fly over, so at one point you do fly over like the mining camp, or like you fly near the mining camp. In order, like mining camp's here, research station's here. You're kind of flying this way, so you can kind of see the mining camp from the distance. And you kind of see like a little bit of smoke, and you see just like it looks like essentially like a small island poking out of the water. Is what the mining camp seems to represent. You're too far away to see any real detail.
Can I see it's in water?
Right, so like it isn't like everything's covered in water for the most part. But around the island there's like a little bit of greenery around it, but not a lot compared to most of everything else you've seen as you're flying in.
So it's like it's in a moat or a lake?
No,
I'm trying to get an idea of what you're talking about.
Right, so essentially, as you let's just say you fly down close enough. So as you get close enough, you actually see that like it doesn't look like it's land. It actually looks like it's just a shit ton of like algae.
Oh.
Like just a fuck ton of like everything that you thought was land is actually massive collections of algae.
Okay.
That just look so like anything poking out of the water has a huge collection of algae around it.
What is that, grass?
You don't know.
I don't. You're right. You got
But the mountain is odd in the sense that there isn't a shit ton of algae around it. Like there's significantly less, and it's maybe like you're not that close. But it looks like there's less around it than otherwise around.
Yeah.
So as you fly towards the research station, you realize there's a shit ton of algae around it. And the research station appears to be two like large, like really large metal pontoon landing platforms that are like floating.
Okay.
Like it's almost like the have you seen like the SpaceX rocket landing platforms they have out in the ocean? So it's almost kind of like that.
Okay.
They essentially have two with like a small walkway connecting them. And you find it very easily, not only because you have the coordinates, but because there's a massive tree sticking out of the water. I actually have a photo.
How many trees are in the world? Is there like forests?
So you don't see forests, but it's a tree kind of like this, where it's like a big ass piece of ocean, and then there's just like one tree sticking out in the middle of nowhere.
Really?
I don't know if you can.
And is it a really, really big tree?
It's pretty fucking big.
Okay.
And in terms of like what the algae's like,
Mother tree.
literally like Jesus.
There's fat men floating in it.
Hey, fat
There's
man floats.
no person in it.
The algae
but
make fat men float.
The algae looks
Says
kind of
cash
like
cow.
that. Like
It's
it
weird
is
float
very,
grass.
very thick algae.
Okay.
So as you get real close and start landing, you actually see like small life forms like climbing around like the base of the tree and going up and down the tree and stuff. You don't see a lot of
fucking
detail.
cargo hold. There's no fucking windows out there.
And so
getting
essentially,
restless back there.
there's two like
We're just
pl-
gonna
like
destroy the tree before we get out of here.
I was actually thinking of ways to accidentally.
God damn it, fucking murder hope.
No, like I not intentionally.
I was
I
actually
know,
thinking
I
there
know.
might be
For
a
comedic
rare
effect.
creature who lives in that tree that I could murder. I don't know. This is kind of my thought.
And this is why every GM ever goes, I have a great idea for a thing. And every player goes, how do I kill your thing? And every GM's like, ah.
How do I kill your literal dreams? You think
They're
it's
like,
the
I have
product
a-
of your
I
imagination.
have a nation and a people that are new that I created. I spent 18 hours creating them and go, I'm going to rape fuck your entire
That's the
civilization.
new
And they're just like,
With
oh.
no consequences.
Oh, wait, what? And they're like, yeah, do they have pointed ears? Fuck them.
Just like-
Genocide. I'm murdering an entire people. And
Just
you're
like, they see your thing and they're like, I have a great idea for a character, and you're like, what? And they're like, oh, a Cthulhu priest of like the apocalypse.
Yeah. You're like, I told you that the plot is like subterfuge. And,
Layers
like,
of society.
Okay. All right. Fuck it.
Everything's
I
stealthy
found
if
to
they're
do
all
that.
dead.
I have
found
very
a demon book.
secrets.
Mike,
yeah.
everything's stealthy if everyone's dead.
I found a puzzle cube.
Have you seen that GIF that's like stealth is recommended for this mission? There's a guy in like ridiculous bomb-proof armor, and he's just like firing a machine gun.
Yeah.
That's how I play Metal
so-
Gear Solid.
Shirtless
Shirtless.
Fallout. Yeah.
Shirtless M60 with the Infinity face paint.
Yep,
Gotta get the Rambo going.
Metal Gear.
So as you guys get closer, you realize there are two pontoons, like pontoon landing platforms. One of which has like a shack on it. It's like 20 feet by 20 feet. And the other pontoon thing is like clearly designed for like a cargo ship, approximately your size.
Face with cargo door, opposite direction.
Bro.
What do you mean, away from the little walkway?
Yes.
Okay.
Hide our numbers. Walk single file. I don't know.
Fucking
All behind
sand,
Molotov, it only
fucking
looks like
sand
him.
people.
We'll just drop each one of us off on a pontoon a few miles away from each other, and then we'll meet up.
I say
Hey,
like just first.
You
and
want
then
swim
all of us
through
are
ocean?
behind
You
him.
swim through ocean. I don't
okay.
care.
You used to be able to do
Is
the
a sky car?
the freaking.
And it is stealthy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
might
Yeah,
actually
Gene is
be
the best
useful.
at the sand
You
people.
have a sky car?
You know what? I'm gonna get in the passenger seat
So-
of this stealthy sky car.
Yeah.
Oh,
right
so you
now.
sit on fetch lap.
There's only
Okay.
2 people in it.
I get into.
It's like a 2-seater.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I'll be right down.
Yeah, I guess I'll try to make Fetch uncomfortable enough to leave.
While we're getting ready to land, I have an idea. We don't
Please
know
stare at
how
me.
many little boys be outside.
Hey, baby.
They want liquor? They want our liquor? Well, your liquor. That's their idea, not mine.
So
You
saying
buy me
that
more
you're
booze. My price double.
Well, do we have way in?
Hey,
What do you mean?
who's this best shared?
I don't know.
Just shut your damn
don't-
mouth.
I haven't been here before.
You want to fly
you
without
put your
me,
shirt on
without me drinking?
No, we do not. We will not.
That's
I'm
what I
just
thought.
walking around with Rob.
You found it more comfortable.
I was just gonna be like, oh, tough
Yeah.
guy. Over
Well,
here.
so I took it off because I needed more like space.
We will get
Yeah.
back
to,
before we-
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
the shirt itself was claustrophobic.
Yeah,
I needed
yeah,
space to think.
Yeah, but now you feel way more comfortable. You've
Yeah, yeah.
discovered
So
this
I-
heightened path.
I'm gonna finally bite the bullet and Google how long a
Finding
meth high
booze in the
lasts.
ship will not be
I
hard.
don't know, and I didn't want to search.
meth
From what-
lasts a while.
I was gonna say, from what I understand, okay, about 8 hours.
About 8
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah, I've had a lot of friends who were meth heads. I also did it once.
Joey,
It was like 8 hours.
well, I was about to say, Joey, I didn't want to say that I assumed you had friends
Yeah,
that were meth
yeah,
heads,
yeah.
but I'm not surprised.
Oh, I lived in a
and
lot
then
of places.
you said, I did it once, and I was like, okay.
It was like a circumstance where like doing it would actually make me more productive because we were like throwing away a bunch of shit and the dude was like, I'm gonna do some meth right in front of you. Do you mind? And I was like, no, that's cool. I'm smoking a bowl, like of weed.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, we are gonna be up all night, so if you want a hit, you can have a hit. And I was like, I've never done, like all these thoughts happen
Yeah.
at once. I've never done meth before, but then again, I say you should try everything once, and this is a good time to do it. Okay. So I did it.
Yep.
And fucking we stayed up until like 10 in the morning and like banged out the entire job and like got huge kudos from the people who own the warehouse.
Yeah. Oh,
Well, shit.
You dropped it in the pizza. No.
What?
I don't drop pizza money on the pizza.
What happened?
You dropped pizza money on the pizza.
Oh,
No, on
I got
Mike's specifically.
pepperoni, onions, and olives on this side, and pepperoni on that side.
Yeah.
It's like a combo without the peppers.
I know mescaline lasts for like 16 hours.
What?
Jesus.
Yeah.
Why did you want to be high for that long?
I didn't know. To be really honest.
Alright.
At 9 o'clock the next morning, I was like sitting there going like, I still can't close my eyes. I still see shit under my eyelids. So, okay.
Good
I
to
had a
know.
next roommate that OD'd on ecstasy twice in a week.
See, I've only ever done E like 3 times in my entire life, and I'm like, I'm good. That one's more of a gamble than a lot of other drugs, if you ask me.
Hey, better
I've
than
seen more
Jimson weed.
people that were fucking perma-stoned off it. Say what?
Better than Jimson weed.
Yeah, that's true. Or Datura.
Let it steep too long, you die.
I've had 2 friends like change their psychological makeup by taking too much Datura. One of them was really bad and he was kind of like fucking spaced out forever, and the other one is like one of my current buddies who's just a little weirder now. Just
See, that's one
forever.
of those things where
Bug
someone's
bomb
like,
does
hey,
the same thing.
See,
Yeah.
it's one of
It's
those
a
things
little
where it's like,
weird.
hey, do acid. It's like supposed to cure depression and shit. And I'm like, I don't know.
Well-
sometimes people have weird effects.
Yeah, you gotta
and
know what you're
things get
doing.
a little weird.
yeah, you definitely don't take
Yeah,
like
and
5
then
hits
you,
of acid the first time you take it. You know what I mean?
That sounds like a
Here's the
specific
fun thing
reference.
here's the fun thing about LSD. Completely non-addictive.
Yeah, exactly.
However,
like, yeah.
every time you take, even if you take it only once, you run the risk for something in the term of about the next 15 or 20 years of just randomly, completely relapsing and having the exact same trip all over again.
I've never met anyone who had that experience, but I did meet people who were like perma high on acid a little bit. You know what I mean? Like if you've done acid enough, you would just hang out with them and you'd be like, you feel like you're high on acid to me.
Yeah.
Like just vibe. You just feel like you're high on acid to me. And it's
Secret.
like turns out they took
They are.
500 hits of acid. Yeah. And it's like, oh well.
But anyway,
There you go. There's
finding
a
booze in the
cautionary
ship will
tale.
not be hard.
Now-
You'll find
now
that
you
pretty much
taste
any
colors
crate
forever.
in the ship
And
is
my
pretty
lips
much
are
filled with
worms.
booze.
Yeah.
Right.
We're not selling booze. Booze stays it.
Good.
So
Drugs are
one of the other things you notice as you land is there's quite a
Think
few
of the sugar
turrets
vodka.
surrounding the pontoons.
Huh?
One of the things you notice as you land is there's quite a few turrets surrounding the pontoon.
Do they swivel inward as well?
They do.
You have empty box.
They appear to be 360
Duh.
up down.
How many
He has
boxes
empty
do we
box.
have? We need to go around and put box on top of each one.
How big is box?
That they cannot see. They're like, oh, where are those?
The big box? Small box?
Actually, I
One
need to
box?
be acting way more manic if I'm still on a meth high. So
A little bit.
I'm
Well,
it's
so
been
it's
a long
been-
day. Pretend I'm
It's
shouting everything I say.
been like halfway. Like it's been like 4.5 hours, almost 5.
Oh, you're still.
I thought it's been
totally
1 week
tripping.
since you looked
Yeah.
at me.
I have
You're
plans.
probably
Does he
in the
make
height.
quiet or do I have to make him
Sorry,
quiet?
I
terrible,
have plans.
terrible time for jokes.
Good.
Sorry.
Okay, get in box.
You get in box. I am thinking outside box.
I move box. You get in the box.
Oh my god.
We surprise from inside the box.
Getting inside the box means thinking outside the box.
So once I'm in that box, I'm like not gonna stop giggling. 'Cause I'm just like permanently amped up for the moment where I do a big reveal.
So,
Just-
assuming
Even though I have no plan.
assuming a lot of people
Like
don't
Molotov
fit in
stuff.
his sky
Yeah.
car, I think everybody else should just get in the box and I'll just move the box.
Can I have my own box?
No,
So-
small box.
Everyone in same small box. I will
I-
fold you together. You will fit.
All right, I get in the box and I bitch the whole time.
It's fine.
So
cramped
I'm
in
pretty
here.
sure,
I am
I'm pretty
breathing
sure
all
the
the air.
boxes he would have that are full of liquor would really only fit one person. Like
He big
Really
he has
crammed
big
in.
box.
Buy bulk. Save
I'm not
money.
getting in the box.
Whatever, multiple boxes. I don't care.
okay.
Well, Doc, I'm starting to sweat.
Does no one else shop at Comrade Kirkland?
Comrade spelled with a K, of course.
Is there another way to spell it?
I actually fucking love the idea that you only drink Comrade Kirkland brand
Is
vodka.
it safe to assume?
I'm making that canon right now. That's fucking cool.
Would it be safe to assume that there's like some sort of like space
$16.99
dolly
shoes for the whole
to
family.
move
Come
boxes
on.
in the ship, or would they be giving me one to move this stuff?
Yeah, I'm gonna say they have one.
Okay.
It's essentially like almost like a flatbed pallet
That's
type
what I'm
thing
looking
where you put on
Yeah,
the boxes. Yeah.
Okay, get in box, open cargo bay.
Who's getting in? You're real lucky these boxes are thick. Anyone gets in close enough to your box, if it wasn't so thick, they'd just be like, "Is this?"
But, so it's not only
box
giggling.
is
Like I'm
going.
also constantly shifting around inside because I'm like, yeah.
He's on bottom. Who's
Well,
bottom?
I imagine you got in and then the lid closed, and then you went, "I forgot which is opening," and you're just like, "I need to be ready for when they open."
We're gonna open the box.
It'll be
It's just gonna be
ready
your
to just-
ass. Just like,
I've been assuming that I'm inside of a box. That's why I've been so whiny.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's gonna try to stand up, and it's just gonna be an ass, and then, ha-ha! Then he's just, oh.
Okay, comrades and boxes, cargo bay open. What to do?
Slight
Gonna be in my car.
time out here. Would you say that a passenger has reached their destination?
I would.
Congratulations, XP for everybody.
huzzah!
That's
So
great.
we've gotten 2 this session so far. Is that right?
Isn't that
No,
three?
only
Yeah,
one.
just one.
How
Wait,
does
but I
XP
thought you
express
bred
itself in this
someone.
game?
So,
I think if you get as
At
much
the-
XP
well,
as
first off, when one person gets XP, everyone in the party gets XP.
Okay.
So it encourages you to help other people reach their goals.
Cool.
2, at the end of the session, you tally up how much XP you've gotten, and when the number of XP points you have equals the number of like skills you have, you gain a new skill.
In either one of your trees.
Okay. I'm looking at my character sheet again.
But wasn't one of the XP things for what do you call it, bribing that guy?
He didn't have it yet.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because I had the same one as his, and then I was like, well, first off, that isn't a frivolous thing, and second, we didn't want to have the same XP condition.
Okay.
Right, so I'm
we,
fine.
We both had a frivolous expense,
Right.
and he changed his just now. So
I'm fine with him changing his. It's just not like you can't do something and then change it and be like, I want that.
No,
Yeah.
sure, but he
I
still
want
had
to
it
use
then.
a rich resource.
but I have a
discount.
frivolous expense, and it wasn't frivolous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I,
Like,
I,
he
I gained a
didn't
lot
make-
out of it.
He didn't make a frivolous expense. He made an expense that was worth the
Yeah,
like,
I got it.
the
Okay.
exchange.
Yeah.
So, boys in boxes, cargo bay open.
You gonna start pushing people out?
I'm walking next to him.
I mean, you have a dolly in the ship.
Okay, I load on dolly. I push out.
Alright. So, as you walk out, you see a caricature of a fucking cowboy. Like, literally, like, cowboy boots, blue jeans, big ass belt buckle, like, denim shirt.
I immediately
Cowboy
look him
hat.
up and down and go, comrade?
And you do that whole kind of pausing, but no, cowboy!
I didn't ask you what your name was. Where'd I put box?
Is that the alcohol?
I don't know what you ordered.
Alright, put it in the shack.
Which shack? There's three shack?
There's a 15 like a 15 by 15, 20 foot by 20 foot shack behind him, and when you say which shack, he's gonna be like,
I walk out. I think I can handle misunderstanding. Molotok, we take the shack where we unpack crate of whiskey. Yes?
Well,
Let
yes.
us go.
But what about science stuff?
We do science
I try to stagger up to the guy.
later.
How much for jeans?
out now? No, not yet.
Stay in the box.
he's gonna be like, what?
How much for jeans?
Jeans are not for sale, my friend.
Alright, give me hats.
No.
What
Do
we
you have
trade?
my alcohol?
What we trade? You get the booze,
There's
we
no
get
trade.
hat and pants.
This purchase was made, my friend. Grant's paid for this already. I ain't paying you shit.
What did we get paid? No, we get hat and pants. Maybe not. You get booze.
I think you make the
So
strangers
that's
give
good?
the man your hat and pants.
So he's gonna look at you and go, fuck this. He's gonna hit a button on his wrist, and all of the guns are gonna orient and aim right at you. He's gonna be like, you fucking load that up, and you get the fuck out of here. Alright, boy?
I look at the thing on his wrist and I say, I smell borscht.
So, this is gonna be funny.
Guys,
If by funny, I mean a
win
terrible
this fight.
idea.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm just
Okay.
saying. I'm just
No,
saying
no,
I want
no.
to do something.
Okay.
I'm just expressing intent.
So I have my
don't
electric
plan.
wrench.
In fact, I'm gonna look at my character sheet for a plan.
I don't know whether I should beat him outside the head with the electric wrench or go for the wristwatch.
Go for a wristwatch.
Don't
He gets
attack
hit.
him while we have all the turrets pointing at us. This is instant death.
I mean, you don't know how much damage they do.
I guess not.
I also don't know if crushing his wristwatch
Yes, Nelson.
necessarily stops them.
I will be
Do we
fine
have a
because he
wireless
won't shoot the
network right
booze.
now? Am I within connection
That's
range?
that's a good point.
I would say you have the ability to connect to
I'm in the
networks,
ship.
and you are on the
I am
little
not in the
thing,
box.
and you saw them on your way down. Would you like to try to hack them?
Yes, I would like to use a program. Choose behavior and trigger. The behavior will be the guns will point at the at the cowboy once I get visual guns cameras online.
Well, program's more like the way I read it is more so somebody says activate alarm, and instead they get electric shock.
Oh,
Or they say it targets an ally, and you say it instead targets the person who gave the order.
very well. Then
That's
instead I
fine.
will use Cowboy Kostya to do this.
Okay.
He has far more free abilities.
So I think you roll influence in that case.
Nah, it's still interface. I'm pretty sure.
For an AI?
Huh?
Oh, I guess I'm sorry. You're right. He's not full AI.
So that makes
The best of
7.
the Red Army Choir.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
It's pretty great timing.
That's about right.
So basically what you managed to do is the equivalent of they connect to it's like a Bluetooth connection type thing, and rather than you taking control, you removed his control.
Close enough.
So they all aim at him, and then all of a sudden they all just go, "Boo," and they just kind of go back to their default aim.
Oh, it's fucking sickle time.
And he's gonna be like, whoop.
Pants. Hat.
No, I'm gonna like lean really close.
Give me
Like,
your
oh, sorry,
boots,
sorry. Okay.
your clothes,
I leaned really
and your
close beforehand.
motorcycle.
Yeah.
So I'm still this close, and I look over at the gun. Look at the other gun, and I take his hat. And I go,
So-
here you go.
I look at him immediately and I
Pleasure
go,
doing business with you. Get out of the way. You are in the way
look.
of booze.
hey look, you are no longer cowboy. You are just boy.
So as you do that,
joke. Get out of the way.
so as you like, he goes like the guns move and he looks and sees them and starts tapping on his thing, and then you take his hat and he kind of goes like, and he just keeps tapping.
I tickle his hand.
You just sickle his hand.
Can we stop immediately murdering people? I wasn't gonna. Okay, I wasn't
You
gonna
roll me a
murder.
physique.
Like, let's ask him questions.
I'm not trying to murder him. I'm trying to break his device. I want to be very
Okay.
clear about that.
Okay.
I did say I'm going to sickle
Alright,
his
so
hand.
the physique
We're here to, like, find these
so your
people and, like,
ideal
make sure we
scenario
get around.
here is you break the device without cutting off his hand. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's, look if I injure him.
And
You know,
I'm gonna push the load of boys past him.
Okay.
If you injure him,
just
that's the
took the
case of
hat
failing
and you're done.
forward.
Take his hat. I'm gonna push.
Yeah,
that's
back.
what I mean. Like, injuring him is like I fail at a
I'm not going
cost.
to the shed. I'm going
So,
into the main building.
While we're being wheeled
I'm
past,
getting rid of
the
this string
tree-
device, actually.
Whatever the big.
Oh, you're going to the tree.
This
I'm going to
fucking
whatever the big thing
place.
is behind the shed.
Okay.
Find a pair you like.
Duck, we need code word for when to
Certainly,
jump
I'll
out.
tell you what it's not.
What
It's
do you
not the
think?
Love Shack.
Code word is submarine.
9 or 8.
This is good code word.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, what's gonna happen is you don't cut off his hand. You do break the device,
Cool.
but you break the device into his bone.
Ow.
So he starts bleeding a fair amount,
Oh shit.
and he just starts going, like, "Oh God! Oh God! Oh no!
I take it
What do
out.
I do? No, what do you do?"
I take out.
Molotov, did you
I
say
take out
submarine?
my
I don't
mannequin.
know if I hear or if not.
I take out a ball of gauze.
No, okay.
I just gonna huck it in his forehead.
So yeah, I'm gonna keep you walking.
It's flesh
I'm gonna
wound. Stop crying like baby.
I walk away.
So I'm still pushing them forward, but I'm gonna like turn back and see this, and he goes, "The new boy is crazy. he's cutting arms and shit."
He seems like loose cannon with his loose cannon. You get joke? I don't know if you're here for the box.
It's joke. It's good joke.
So you're gonna throw the ball of gauze at him, it's gonna bounce off his head, and he's just gonna be like, oh no, why? What? I don't.
Dude, if you didn't want me to murder more of your characters, you shouldn't make it so damn funny.
He's not wrong.
I mean, a human hut who's trying to, like, get shit on my partners and I want to kill him anyway, just because it's a human hut and he's fucking an abomination and shouldn't exist. But then you give me a reason. That guy's gonna die.
Basically, he's gonna actually have the wherewithal to pick up the gauze and like put it into his arm and like start wrapping it up. But he's gonna be like, "Whoa, wait a minute! You can't! Oh God, what?"
Shush, shush,
Ow.
shush. It's all fine. You'll be fine. It's only flesh wound. Now go sleep.
Maybe he'll learn not to threaten people with huge turret gun next time. Maybe he talk to them first. I say.
All right, so he's gonna run to the shack and open the door and be like, "Doctor, I need help." Johnny, you're working. And then the door opens, and the man in charge of guarding you yells, "Doctor, I need help!" And you turn around, and his arm is profusely bleeding.
Did you
And
say
he's holding
submarine?
ball of
Yeah,
gauze.
so would you say I'm like a little bit past the shed? By this
Yeah,
point?
you're a little bit past the shed.
I'm gonna go, doctor. We need a doctor? Is that what you look for?
Did you say? Okay, I don't know if I hear it. You say submarine.
Can I look to see if there's like cameras or anything?
Yeah, you don't see the cameras.
Okay. Yeah, fuck it. I don't know what's going on. I hear there's science man over here.
I'm a.
Wait, is he a science guy that we just? Is he a
I mean,
scientist?
that was a cowboy. He
Didn't look
looked
like a
like a
scientist.
cowboy.
Yeah, it didn't look like
That
a
guy, no, he,
He
ran
just,
into
he just
a.
ran to
he
the
ran-
shack and he opened the door.
Oh,
And now Johnny's character is introduced.
okay, cool.
So I turn around, holding onto a cane, kind of steadily, but kind of shaking it at the same time. turn around and I go, "Oh, hello. You injured? Take med pack. Go. I'm working."
You
Doctor
guys
is
hear
familiar
a
with
fake
communist
Russian
medicine.
accent out of the shack.
He sounds like a good doctor.
Yes,
He's very trustworthy.
quick, concise. Sees many patients per day, I think.
Wait. Costa, you hear submarine.
Whoa.
I'm gonna burst out of the crate,
Oh no, that's the time.
and
That's the time.
instead of the phrase that I thought to shout, I am going to instead shout submarine.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna say one is the actual top of the box. Holy shit! You almost got it.
He bursts out of the side of the box.
Your arm busts out the side, and you yell submarine. Actually, wait, hold on. Okay, you're on the edge, so you actually do open the lid.
I look at you, Molotok, and I say, "It is shame he was waiting for this all day." And now
It was
he,
a good plan.
now he fucked it up. I mean, look, at the top it would have been
The
thing.
cowboy didn't notice.
Like,
I mean, his
leap up
arm's
and be like,
broken.
Yeah, I mean, he's got other things.
very distracted.
I guess I'll come out, seeing as we're not like on the run or
I mean,
anything
yeah,
like that.
everybody in the box definitely just heard submarine, and the door opened.
Yeah, and then I'm like up and ready for action, but there's like
Is
nothing.
this catchphrase? Do we? Is
I
this
am one of my
secret
butlers
action
to let me
talk?
out of
It was code word.
Do
Wouldn't
I
bother
hear
you
the
more.
submarine
as
Never
well?
we use code word.
You definitely hear
Never
Subs for what?
It's a very loud submarine.
I poke my head out the shack and start looking at this mess.
Doctor,
Okay.
What is happening?
So,
You have patience.
so more importantly, first
Delivery.
off, what do they see?
Alright, so I look like this.
That's a dog.
Okay, this
That's
is
a
not
dog.
this is not the photo. Yeah,
dog
That's
is
just an ordinary
That's
dog.
dog. That's somebody's.
that's
dick.
actually a cat. Okay.
Oh my
You guys ever watch the cartoon
That's the
Jackie
best
Chan
thing.
Adventures?
Alright, so this is what I look
It's
like.
like the
Wow,
grandpa,
right on.
I
but
think I've seen that.
a little
Fucking
Russian.
Hojo.
Oh shit.
I'm
There's
totally okay
definitely
with
a Hojo element.
There it is.
Good call.
Yeah. Okay.
Definitely.
Are you
So
science
it's like-
men?
Yes, I'm here doing bio work.
You know
Not
what it
my
actually reminds me
profession.
of?
But they need me to come up with many devices.
Such as?
Actually, it reminds me mostly
Well,
of Uncle from Jackie Chan
I
Adventures
actually
crossed
create
with
the
Gendo.
device you see on the
Gende?
grids.
Gendo.
Do you
Oh,
notice what they wear? They are standing on the land. Because
Is there a Gribbets insight?
Also,
You now notice gribbets that are staring at you, astonished from the tree.
also,
So,
you're slipping into a German accent, and I think you should keep it.
you be a Russian
He's
German.
all, no, it's because of what you were saying. You're like, I have put a device on the gribbets. Like, and you start
Alright,
slipping
yeah,
into
actually,
German.
I'm okay with that.
I don't know how to do the accent very well. I'm
It's
just
fine,
trying it
it's
out.
fine.
It's
I
funny.
just
Yeah,
want to
I-
point it
I-
out.
think
especially
if
funny
you've got an
because I do
accent
the
you can
exact
do,
opposite.
stick with it.
Oh, you
I start in
Yeah.
Germany
Start
and
in
then
Germany
slowly
and then
migrate until I
into
end up in
Russia?
Russia.
Yeah.
It's like a distinct path through
I
Right.
used to
Eastern
go
Europe.
from Russian
So-
to like German Jew is like how like my
No, the-
accent would go. It would
So
like
this is-
start as
The
like
problem
Right.
with me is that I start Russian, but after a little bit it starts turning into a bit Italian, if
Oh,
you know
God.
what I mean.
Alright, so,
I didn't notice that until you
Costa,
pointed out.
Boris Borisovich, upon seeing the gribbets, I will now describe their physical features to you. So-
real quick, bursting out of that box, still have my shirt off. I will have had to take it off again because I've worked up such a sweat. Because like I'm still like overheating and heart rate is huge, and I've been in that box. I'm just like drenched with sweat, holding shirt in hand again, and I'm like wild-eyed, like crazy hair now, and staring at the gribbets like they're
I mean-
magic.
Literally shirtless Krieger in any scene of Archer.
What do the
Oh,
gribbets
yeah.
look like again?
So, you asked
We're
that.
about to find
Because
out.
I have
So
great
gribbets-
skin.
Are basically, easiest way to describe them, are basically like large humanoid frogs. So they're about,
Troglodytes kind of.
I mean a little bit. Kind of, you ever seen a murloc?
Yeah.
A little bit like a murloc.
Okay.
Like
But
3
they're
feet
not.
tall.
They're not like piranha. Like murlocs are like piranhas.
Oh,
and
they're not
humans.
predators. They're
They're mud
They
kids.
look more like
mudkips,
frogs.
right?
So Battletoads.
Yeah, that'll tell.
Yeah, Battletoads are a better
Battletoads.
approximation. So,
How tall?
Nice.
so they're approximately 2.5 to 3.5 feet tall. Their average color. So right now, most of them are like a dark, like most of their bodies look black, but their faces are like a mixture of blue and green, and some of them seem to have like streaks of like yellow, orange, or red on like their fin
crest.
type thing, like a crest.
Okay.
And yeah, some of them seem to be standing, some of them were like squatting like you would imagine a frog would, and they seem to have been doing stuff, and everything stopped the instant you busted out of the box and yelled, "Submarine!"
Oh, I just remembered. They know.
So,
Oh my god.
Oh, yes, they do.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yes, they do. So in the first session,
Yeah.
they set off specifically,
It's a really
Sergei
dumb
set off a
consequence.
lockdown of the Spacebook station and then immediately tried to blame it on the Gribbets. And he failed so hard that not only did it not work, but the Gribbets know that he tried to blame them.
did they know his
like
face?
in
Like,
the-
as a people,
Yeah.
they know.
It's literally in the description of the ability where if you fail within that margin,
Yeah.
like they know that you tried to blame them.
So
And
the
he
ent-
tried to blame the Gribbets. So the
Like,
way the ability
entire
works,
race of Gribbets.
Like it's
know.
already in their oral history. They already have
Like-
an urban legend.
Like most of their civilization doesn't know a single human, but they all know the story of Sergei.
the alien
Blamed
people
them
exist.
for something he did.
They don't have a lot of news.
No,
They just have
I mean they only have Gribbet Spacebook.
and so for a little bit, I'm basically just staring at the Gribbets like this.
I mean I'm guessing at least 20 seconds of
Yeah.
just.
I walk up to the Gribbets and I say, "Do you speak?
Could save.
Do you speak? What is it? I mean English?
I mean you're speaking English.
Yeah.
Basic.
Do you speak English?"
So at this point, from behind you, you will hear, "I speak English,"
I turn
and
around.
you will see a Gribbet hiding at the feet of the old man.
Hello.
And
Meat.
he's wearing a very clunky version of you know those like deep sea diver suits
Yeah.
where like they had the big like tank on their head.
Yeah, yeah.
He's basically wearing one of those, like a small version, and he's just like, "I speak English."
Who is?
Meet Benjamin Franklin. Also, Benny.
Little
Wow,
boy, what
I
have they
think I'm
done to
gonna
you?
faint.
So,
Like I think my physique is tiny. I'm like way overreacting, and
Yeah,
you
dude, you
faint.
might
Okay.
you might think you're hallucinating.
I
I also am
imagine
looking
you
at my
faint.
dream job.
I imagine
like,
you see him and just go
Yeah.
like one of those like excited little girl like.
I'm gonna run up close to the doctor.
Are you gonna run?
Yes, and I'm
Okay.
gonna
'Cause
crouch.
they're gonna recoil when you run. They're gonna be like, "Oh shit!"
I'm gonna like crouch at his feet, which I assume I'm your height crouching. And I'm gonna go, little boy, what have they done to you? Was it the cowboy, regular boy man?
Regular boy man.
I answer like, no, this is experiment number 62. This is air suit for
I told you.
frogmen.
I'm Benny. What did I say? There would be fucked up shit. He puts frogman in air suit. This is fucked up.
This is frog boy.
This is little frog boy in suit.
So when you get close, you actually notice it's not an
So
air suit; it's full
looking
of
the
water.
way you look in your suit,
Yeah.
and you're like, "This
Yeah.
is Frog Boy in suit," and we're like, "Hot call on the
You see the relative?
No one's brought it up yet.
It would be rude
So
at
when you
this
get
point.
real
Just
close
the
to
elephant
Dad,
in
I'll
the
be like,
room.
"You're real big."
My God.
You a frog boy? Quick.
He's gonna look at John. Frog
He
boy.
means gribbet.
I'm a gribbet, yeah.
I'm gonna like lean in just a little bit closer and go. What do you taste like?
I lean over and Molotov. Don't threaten baby gribbet man.
Oh my fucking god!
Take him.
I overhear this and I go, oh, would you like to know more?
I also lean into your ear and I say, "You do not
I need
tell
more
you're
pills.
going to eat. We talk first together, then later
multiple
time.
times.
I put my arm around his shoulder and I said, come with me.
Actually,
I have many experiments to show you.
I love the scientist in the movie that just wants to show you his basement. He's just like, watch the sins against nature I've created.
so right after he says that, he's gonna go. They say I taste like frog legs.
How do they know that?
That's just what I don't know what a frog is.
I'm gonna. So I say this with like a sense of childlike wonder, not so much that I'm going to like rip him apart and eat him in the suit, but I'm very interested in where he wants to take me.
Yeah. Show us, science man. Show us your sins.
Yes, old boy.
So I enter in back into the shack. I do like I find that like this little panel joined in my little code. The door in the center like opens wide, and you see like this little spiraling staircase going downwards, and the entire walls are entirely filled with all these different little experiments of mine. They've been labeled, they've been framed. They're like glass little things with all these like just a
You know the
hand.
jars that Cersei has, or the Dragonstone with the babies in them. Oh.
Yeah, and the further we go down, the darker it becomes. So like first you have like just a normal head, you know, but then like you start
Bioshock,
noticing some of
everybody.
them are like, decomposing, and you start also noticing that like they're becoming a little bit more artful. Like
Oh my god.
Called it.
As we
Fucking
go down
called it.
further and further, my mouth is more and more agape. Just kind of like,
I was just taking like intermittent sips, and now I'm just like,
I look at I say,
I get down like so far. After a certain point, I'll probably just go. Sir, this is as far as I'll go. I will wait
Also,
for you here.
I assume everyone just left Boris
Oh no.
on the surface, right?
Fetch would.
Fetch will bring him.
I was hoping to wake up surrounded by Gribbitzes poking at me.
Okay.
I mean, you did pass out. We didn't like.
Apparently, you. Well, no, Fetch. That's why I was just wondering if anyone was leaving him up there.
I was planning on leaving him, but if Fetch gets him, Fetch gets him.
Yeah. Okay.
I want to say that you're probably not at any risk of being retaliation, because if Gribbits know what this Dr. Strangelove does to them and don't kill him, you're probably fine. See?
You'll hear a small voice from behind you go, "Oh, they don't know."
Oh god! I ask if I can. May I?
I'm gonna point out you didn't know he was there. Like you all assumed he stayed upstairs, and all of a sudden you just hear, "Oh, they don't know."
Okay.
And it's just a smiling little Gribbit face in like one of those little, like a diver helmet.
We reach the bottom of the plateau. It's like completely dark. I finally switch on the lights. It's incredibly sterile inside of this basement down below. And you notice that there's a lot of bone work going on. There's a lot of limbs.
You're a
all over
doctor
the
and a
place.
hobbyist.
Yeah. And then you notice on the sides that there's a lot of different plans up on like chalkboards and whatnot. And you see a lot of my work. It's been a lot of air compressions that have been made by the mercenaries, and then a lot of my weaponry that I've been tinkering on the side. But notice also that I've been constructing external limbs to try to see if I can use the bones to like make legs longer, if I can make arms longer.
Yeah, you're fucking Buffalo Billing the fucking Gribbits.
So I'm gonna say at this point, Boris Borisovich wakes up.
I'd fuck me. He's like
Boris
Ryan
Borisovich
Gribbits.
wakes up and is like, Fetch, put me down. Fetch lets you stand up, and you look around and realize you're surrounded by just Gribbit bones and weapons that I imagine is basically like a wet dream of yours.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'll let you
said
decide if you want to
Rock
pass out
hero.
again.
No,
Okay.
no, no.
If Rock
I am convinced that I'm dreaming.
They kind of look like exoskeletons.
God damn it.
Yeah, I'm gonna start like wandering over to one of the first things I see, I guess.
Yeah, dude, we all
And
smell the weird.
Yeah, if unrestrained, I'm gonna start
Well, what?
examining
Smell
and reading
weird?
everything.
I smell.
said we
I
all
smell
smell
the
the
weird,
weird.
and I like it.
And I go, welcome to my laboratory.
Are you hiring?
You're a hero.
You hear a small
Batman.
voice say,
He already has an assistant.
He needs another one, I think.
I see this little man murdering someone very soon. I smell borscht on him. He likes
"What's borscht?"
this meat you eat when you kill.
Meat?
Soup.
I like meat.
Do you like soup?
We didn't see any animals on this planet, did we?
You've only seen a Gribbit so far.
Okay.
What did the Gribbits do to all the other animals, I wonder? When I see one species on a planet, that's the first thing I think to myself.
Same. Also, how did they eat?
So I'm paying attention to nothing except.
I'm a few floors above.
Yeah, I imagine you're
So-
just chilling, watching, looking at like the weird things in the stairwell. Like, yeah, this was a good This is a good place to stop. This is like
Hey, if I had to become their doctor, I had to understand their anatomy. So, you know.
Didn't really ask for your story.
Sergey's over here playing fucking future.
I don't know if you caught it, but I
PUBG
did
on his
offer.
phone.
Vitelli did offer a what you call it? That's the word I'm looking for. Small flask.
Flask.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
I
was one
imagine,
of those.
I
as
imagine
well.
your guy has like 8 flasks on him.
Yeah, I offered him one of
You're
them.
gonna
He
have a
was
hard
almost
time
finished.
convincing me that this is purely
Oh yeah, when he
anatomical
said, "I
research.
think I'm stopping here," it's like,
Why
okay.
are they in poses?
Oh, that's
Why are they in poses? This one is doing the thinker. This one over here. This one is over here is doing Ginyu Force. If this is just for science, then why are you putting them in
You
autistic
point to
pose?
Ginyu Force, you hear, I did that one!
Oh, you're very good. Yes,
He
yes.
did not one.
He's very good.
Indeed.
Very creative.
Indeed. I must discover what these creatures are capable of.
Yeah, he's like manipulating the doctor the whole time. He's just like ribbit that got a mind. He's just like Planet of the Apes in his own race. Like,
Billy, bring for us subject number 94. I asked for another grivet.
Okay. So for the record, I gave Johnny like a general outline of this. Literally everything within the door is all him. I have no idea what it is. Like he was like, I take you down the stairs, and I was like, oh, okay.
Here we go.
Underground now. And it's like we keep going, and it keeps getting darker, and I'm like, oh. Well, I guess the entire character I developed for this Gribbon is just fucking out the window. Because like literally, I have a notebook upstairs that if I had it down with me, I'd rip 3 pages out and just fucking tear them in half and throw them in the air. But like, yeah, let's do this.
replace it with a copy of the Island of Dr. Moreau.
Yeah,
Like, those are
I
my
mean,
DM notes.
literally, Benny was like, Benny the Gribbon was supposed to be like, hi, I'm Benny, and now it's like, I killed my own people.
No, but what I'm
Really
wondering
don't.
is
You
like,
and your fucking NPCs named Benny.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't even name this one. He named it Benjamin Franklin. I
He
didn't do
likes
anything.
he likes the lightning. We don't get much metal here, so electricity very hard to come by.
I like the
It would appear that you're doing fine.
We learn we can make do with electricity from body.
So you're using the Gribbets as power source?
Somewhere in this basement are like 100 Gribbetses running on treadmills.
I think that is way too much credit to give him.
That
They're
are
not
strung
running on
together into
treadmills.
some kind of weird fucking battery?
It sounds like. So yeah, I'm just nodding listening.
No, it's
It's more like a
I know some of
motherboard
these
with their nervous systems.
No, it's not slavery, you see,
this
because the Gribbets
fidelity.
pay each other money to run the treadmills. That just sounds like slavery with a couple of
This would be
steps
terrible
on
if I
it.
were sober.
I imagine Maltok basically like, yes, this is science. This is
Yeah,
what
this is how
science
you do
is.
science.
This is what you
this makes perfect
You
sense.
take people apart and you go, oh,
I'm right there with
Okay.
them. I'm right there
and
with
then
them.
you put it in book, and then you close book and you
You do whatever
let
books
it
do.
dry out,
You
and
give it
then
away.
you get the knowledge. That's how it works.
Are there any Gribbet corpses like on any tables?
You see a lot of their exoskeletons, and you see their parts of their bodies in jars and
They're,
in different.
they're endo or
Alright,
exoskeletons?
I'm gonna.
I've turned. They're
They're mechanical exoskeletons. They're
Yeah.
not the actual.
I just took their bones and redistributed.
And you made them into mechanical
Yeah.
It's
exoskeletons.
like
So-
this is like some Monster Hunter shit, where it's
Yeah.
like I'm gonna make a robot, but out of monster.
Oh,
bones.
because there's no metal.
Yeah.
So it's like it's the only material that's around here.
It's when you want a Gundam and you're trying to invent necromancy because you don't have metal.
So
And
you
you're
remember,
saying it's
you know
for
Pickle Rick?
anatomical science?
You know Pickle Rick?
Yeah.
Him with the rats.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
a pretty good descriptor.
Okay.
I'm just coming at this.
I
now.
want to
Totally makes
say that
sense.
I didn't know that he was the guy who's in charge of the laboratory when I said all those things about there being some dark shit on the research center. But I think,
Oh, when you were like, "There's dark shit on the research center," I was like, "There probably is."
and if
I
there
don't
isn't,
know.
there's going to be now.
Wait. So this is all very interesting, what I am seeing. But
There's a lot going on.
what I understand about this is that we took a job. Oh, yes, job.
Oh yes. Actually,
My
this is-
protection asked for alcohol. They just ordered without my consent. I'm sure you brought much alcohol. He asked to taste Gribbet. I like to show. Yes?
Whoa.
Okay,
First
you
of
now
all,
have
I
my
have to
undivided attention.
Yeah. First of all, I have to say.
What
don't
are you
bring any
guys
books.
talking about?
You don't want to hear
Progressively
this
larger
part.
flasks are just being pulled out and just chugged.
Things are being done which can never be taken back.
I imagine one being like
Okay.
minor setback. It's like a little blast, and then like major delay, and one's like, I want to forget today. It's like a fucking like half a gallon flask.
So the
that takes
beast was
up
just
the
like,
half
I'm
of
not
your
a
pants.
pilot, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have Benny come back with subject 92, blindfolded, a bit sedated, and I'm going to put him into one of my apparatuses.
I'm gonna say while you do that, Benny's sharpening a knife. Pretty adeptly, I might add. Like
Really
chef style.
casual.
Where
I
it's-
was
it's- like he's
so-
not even looking, he's just like shing, 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 shing.
So the thing
shing,
about
shing,
Benny
shing,
is
shing.
Benny likes meat. There's no meat here.
I
Other
mean-
than gribbets.
You haven't seen it.
I said soup. I said meat, and then he got interested, and then I said soup, and he was way less interested. Which if there's two things that you can make out of algae and water, it's one thing you can make out of algae and water.
I was just
Two
like, two things, I was
ingredients.
like, what's the second thing?
Yeah.
Booze!
It's the entire planet is soup,
That might actually
waiting to happen.
Alright, so what's your apparatus do, Johnny? Because at this point, I don't fucking know.
So yeah,
I'm on this ride too. You guys thought I was at the front of the train, and then all of a sudden I was next to you, like, where does this go?
Like,
I-
where's the conductor?
I didn't buy a ticket, but I just woke up on this seat.
We just derailed and we keep going.
I remember I was in the driver's seat,
Keep
and then I
rolling,
did a
keep
lot of
rolling.
ketamine, and then I just woke up in the seat.
sorry, man.
No. This
no.
is exactly
This is
why
fine.
I wanted to run Uncharted Worlds. It's so that it was a system designed where somebody could just be like, wait, I have an idea. And I go, okay, go. I'll figure out the fucking aftermath after you fuck up everything I've written. I'll deal with it later.
I look at this scientist guy and I say, you are aware of our job here, yes? Why we are here? No, not to deliver booze. That was cover. That is not why we
No,
are
I
here.
do not know why you're here.
Oh, right, John.
But
Tell him.
I know why you're here now.
Tell him, Joe.
Oh, I thought-
You here to test my new machine.
Yes.
And
Yes,
I
we are.
have I have
The shirtless man.
I have
Like now weirdly calm, but like
Yeah.
still covered in sweat, still like
Oh,
crazy
yeah.
hair and stuff. But like I'm
Still
100%
pupils
attention.
dilated as fuck.
So like yes, that is why we're here.
So, I have subject 92. I must test my new apparatus. I'm gonna have Benny start equipping the extended arms and legs to the grivet. And
Wait.
if you
Do
can kill
the
him.
grivet's arms and legs extend, or do they just extend?
No,
the
he has
grivet?
an exoskeleton of arms and legs
Okay, cool,
in
okay.
a bone form.
So he's using grivet arms
Yeah.
and legs to like a dock loader.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah,
Oh,
think.
I'm very concerned based on the
Alien?
way he just
Think-
started.
I was just gonna say from
Alien?
Alien, which is in like.
Yeah,
the-
exactly.
the-
That's
yeah.
exactly what
Yeah.
this is. Yeah, and I go, if you kill him, you can eat him.
Whoa. I look at you. Like, I just give you. You want to get this party started? Like,
Absolutely no hesitation. Attack this thing in a machine.
Okay, so right when they
violence.
look at you, then he'll be like, whoa! And then he'll inject the grivet with something and wait and watch his eyes because it was kind of sedated. It'll kind of like,
wait, the baby grivet does the injecting.
I mean, he's not a baby grivet, he's a full-size grivet.
He's just.
But he's gonna inject the other grivet, and then it'll kind of like start twitching a little bit, and then start breathing kind of heavy, and then just look at you and just go.
I want to point something out. If the grivets are 2 or 3 feet tall,
Oh,
and he's using an
it's
extension,
pretty
so he's
small.
now like maybe 5 feet tall.
I mean, like
Montauk
tops.
is still like 7
seven,
feet tall.
like 7 and change.
So even after the buffing, even with the suit, he's still way
Okay,
smaller.
a mech
Oh, yeah.
made of basically like baby bones.
Baby
There's a lot
bones.
of that.
Okay,
That'd
baby.
be the easiest way we've ever gotten dinner.
They're like elementary schoolers.
They are bones. I mean, yeah, like it's like okay. So I hate to admit it, But when I was trying to figure out how much they weighed, I did have to Google how much does an 8-year-old weigh.
Oh my god!
God damn
And the
it.
approximation for how much a Gribbit is
So,
about an 8 to 10-year-old.
So how many NSA watch lists did that put you
Probably a lot. The worst part was I started off with how tall is a 10-year-old. And then I was like, I feel like now I'm on a list, so I should change it. And then it was how much does an 8-year-old weigh?
Oh
And I
my
was like, I
god.
think I made this worse.
Was your
The
next
first
was your
list Bjorn was
next search for
incompetent.
chloroform?
Yeah.
No. So one after that was
How
How much pounds can you fit in a duffel bag? Like how much?
How many? Yeah.
Dude, your first search term got
Oh my
flagged
God.
under the FBI
I've,
search list of like incompetent pedophiles because they're like, he's clearly just started because he's asking how tall a 10-year-old is.
You could just
The
go
next
to a
thing would be
parking
like, how much can I
Even on
fit in a
average.
van?
Yeah.
Like, what is the cubic foot?
Best candy for kids today.
Yeah. What is
Most
most
popular
popular
candy.
candy?
I have
God.
a PDF somewhere on one of my machines that's like the percentage of your weight that every one of your body parts is. Because
yeah.
I had a character who like lost a leg, and I was like, oh, I want to know how much he weighs now. So I wanted to see what percentage. But that's on there now.
That's where the FBI's like, we
my
have you
serial
under
killer.
accusation
Well, and then
of being a
we're
serial
all
killer. You're
recorded.
like, no, sir, I just have Asperger's, and I didn't realize that's what you meant. And I looked up a lot of fucked up shit, and I
Yeah.
realized this is evidence. I just didn't understand what it meant. And they're like, I don't believe you. And you're like, well, I can't explain it any worse.
Well, no.
Please?
If it makes you feel any better, we've all been talking about this for the last 10 minutes, and amongst all the things we have said, no one has once said,
Don't do
we
it.
don't actually do any of these things, and it was a joke.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking at the camera
Just
right now,
kidding.
and for perpetuity,
I attack
like,
it.
he started it.
Yes.
All right.
I proceed to just punch it straight in the face.
I say it's time for Little Soap to get action, and I run in.
You run in with them?
Oh, yeah! We're dropping the hammer
Wait,
and the sickle,
I'm
baby!
sorry. So real quick, you said it's time for Little Serp to
Little
get
Serp,
action.
yes, Little
Oh,
Serp.
I see. That's
Okay.
nice, sir.
Because if you didn't point with your finger,
Oh, no.
Time for Little
no,
Surf
no,
to
no.
get some action.
No, that's
I was gonna say like,
that is my Molotov.
because I was gonna say I don't think they're gonna want to eat it with a sauce.
Accurate.
I just got
A
it.
little much.
I just got
Punch
it.
it in the face.
At first,
Okay,
I thought you
that
were
was an
saying
eight.
I was gonna
Yeah,
put
so
sauce
basically-
on my dick.
So basically,
I was
you
like, whatever.
punch down to punch it in the face, and it's gonna like just basically instead of punch you in the face because its arm isn't long enough, it's gonna just hook your forearm. Like it's just gonna stab your forearm with a bone.
With a bone knife.
Like it literally, it has like a kind of a hand, but basically like sharpened bones sticking out,
Oh my god.
and it's just gonna like, yeah.
You are not
As
a
it gets
scientist
punched in
at
the
all,
face.
dude.
Okay.
Nothing you've shown us is anything.
Yeah.
You would need to be
take
a
a minor
scientist
wound.
too.
Yeah.
When did you even? I mean, they're like
tied
this
together
fucking
bones.
long. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I roll armor.
Yeah.
Cuts my armor.
It cuts your armor.
You,
Yeah.
you see my
Um,
airsuit. Airsuit.
I forget how damage
For
even
the
works in this
froggies, so
fucking
they can
game.
survive
Pretty much
out
up to
the
you.
But I
Yeah, that's
feel like
super
it should
tech,
just
yeah.
Yeah,
almost.
that's really
I have
impressive.
revolutionized the air industry on this land.
Actually, wait,
Okay.
Johnny.
Yes.
Would you have a faceplate of any
Close
kind
look,
in this
just a
armor, or
garbage
is it
bag with
open?
duct
It's
tape.
literally just arms and legs.
Okay,
But-
so there's
The
no
whole time
like
you just look
chest
a little
or
closer.
face
I mean, there's
protector.
the most
What did you
part
get your
is the
degree?
braces
Degree?
to keep it together because of the entire apparatus there. But it's like not armor.
It's been
Oh
fine.
fuck!
They
You know
say
what?
you're
You know
the
what it's
doctor,
like?
Yes, I
it's
say yes.
It's like
Now we're here.
Meek from Thor. You remember the little? It's the
Yeah.
little like grub in the armor with the knives for hands.
Yeah.
Wait, can you look it up for
Have
me?
you seen that yet?
From Thor?
From Thor Ragnarok.
I don't remember this. Remind me.
It's the little it's the little
Yeah!
like dude in a robot suit.
That's
He's just
exactly
he's
what
just
it
a
is.
fucking grub.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
With a mech suit.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's made of bones.
But it's made of bones. Yeah.
Okay. So it's like a little dude in a suit, but it's made of. Here, I'll show everybody else too.
Yeah.
So he stabs me in the arm as I punch it.
So this is like a high-tech version
Oh,
of it, but it's made of
Don't,
bones.
Yeah.
don't worry, Molotov. I'm coming in hot.
So it actually injured Molotov.
Yes!
Wow.
My machine works! Ha ha!
So this is This is my plan.
Okay.
I was gonna say it stabs my arm a little bit. And I'm gonna hoist it up and just rip one of the legs off.
All right. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
my machine grows.
I mean, yeah. So basically, you do that and rip its leg off, and because it's not its actual leg, it's just gonna take the other hand and just stab the same arm to do like a Wolverine
Can I-
thing.
Can I?
So roll your arm.
Oh.
I want to.
No.
All right. Yeah.
It doesn't give me.
I want to cut off his arms.
I'm just gonna hold it out.
That's what
and
I'm
then
saying. I just come dive through.
Do you want
just
to get
like,
the one arm?
Yeah,
that's
so
getting hung?
it's still
yeah, the
like
one,
cut into
the
one
one that's
arm.
hanging by. I'm just like a run through
Okay.
action. Just
Yeah.
ow.
Roll your physique.
Yeah, so I'm holding it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just ow.
Nah, 8.
All right. So basically, you're gonna cut it, and it's gonna fall, and you're gonna be like, "Ha ha!" And then you're gonna realize it's gonna land on its back next to you, and then just stab you in the shin. So what you roll is fuck. What is it? Is it just 2d6?
Yeah, plus armor.
I forget what armor is.
Most
Is it
people
just
have
zero?
Yeah, unless you
Alright.
buy
Hold
armor.
on, I
So
need to
you
look
roll-
up the Russian word for
So
fuck.
you just roll a 2d6.
And so,
Costa, what's the Russian word
Suka's
for fuck?
bitch. I know that one.
Yeah.
so just
Yeah.
Black.
Black. That's a hard. Oh, that's right. Psycha Black. That's what
Blitz.
they say that.
Blitz.
Suka's bitch. Black.
Yeah.
Bitch
Okay,
fuck.
I'm gonna
So,
look
like,
up good Russian curse words.
so he like slips out of my arm, and I'm still holding the leg.
Well, actually, no. I'm gonna say the arm's still there.
Okay, the
You
arm is
just
still there.
cut
That's
the
fine.
arm off at
So,
the joint.
My arm is up. There's an arm with that blade thing in me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a bite out of the leg, and while I'm chewing,
Oh, no, that's the bone leg.
oh, I thought I got the whole
No,
leg.
you ripped the bone leg off
He took a piece of the armor.
on an 8.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you ripped the bone leg off, just not the actual leg.
Okay, well then I'm gonna pull the real leg off. That's what I want.
Oh yeah, that's a 12.
Yeah.
Or 14 or fucking whatever.
Yeah, so I'm
Okay.
gonna yank one of the legs off, take a big bite, and then look over at you, and go, yes, job is we're here to stop men hurting robots. Or whatever." Do you know him? And it's like mouthful of food.
What a mouthful of raw flesh with like
Wait,
blood.
what's the name of your guy?
Laska.
No, your friend that you were supposed to meet here.
Francisco.
Or
Francisco?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that Francisco.
You're a bit of an asshole.
He's a bit of an asshole.
We need to find him next. I'm just gonna spit.
Okay, Joey, roll 2d6 real quick to
I
see
just
if you
did.
took any.
10.
Alright, you don't take any damage.
Okay.
So basically, it tries to stab you in the shin, and you're just like, nope. Just, and then you rip
just
its
move.
leg off, and it just starts bleeding out.
Stop! Head stop! My custom move.
Head stop.
To finish
Alright,
it, I
I'll
guess.
allow it. You just rip his fucking leg off, and he's... You don't even... Yeah, I mean, you don't even...
11.
Alright, yeah, you fucking stomp the shit. Wait, do you want to shoot and then stop, or just stop?
Yeah, let's just soften him up with a shot.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys do this shit.
Just like
So that
It's a shoot
Pop
so
goes
that-
the grivet,
yeah, yeah.
and then you step on the mess.
Oh, I know that sound.
Just
It's just something
flap.
I think Fed.
I will tap on this man's
Set up-
shoulder. and
Did you
say,
have to deal?
Do
Did
you
you
have
have to
another
protect
flask?
yourself from the scissor man?
It's pretty gross.
Dude, okay. So
Instead of just making
I'm
more
looking up
things.
Russian curse words, and these are Russian words that we need to have in English. One is idiota kusak, which means a piece of idiot. You're a really, really, really smart
I actually
person.
really like that you're like, you're not an idiot. You're part
yeah,
of
yeah,
it.
exactly.
That's how shitty
You're a
you
piece
are.
of idiot.
You're like the toe of an idiot.
Huisgoli, a penis from the mountain.
A penis?
A penis from the mountain.
What is a penis?
Describes a penis, like a
Oh, a penis.
dick.
I heard a fetus with a P.
Oh.
I heard a penis, and I was like, what's a penis? Is that a
It's
fetus
a penis penis. Yeah, obviously.
Man.
Yeah.
The penis fetus from
I know.
mountain. A penis from the mountain describes a guy who just appeared from somewhere and nobody knows who it is.
Some penis
There
from
was
the
a
mountain.
dick. There's a mountain dick.
Yeah,
mountain dick.
Who's this random dickhead from the mountain? You know what I mean? Like that's essentially what they're saying.
Phenomenal.
Wow. All right. So yeah, you successfully fought the Gribbet in bone armor, ripped off its leg, and took a bite before
Well done.
shooting it in the face and stomping its remains.
You may eat.
Would
the-
ripping off its leg to eat it in the middle of a fight count as a ludicrous stunt turning the tide?
A
doesn't really turn the tide.
No,
I think we were always gonna
Also,
rip
you
this
only
thing
get
apart
one
needed.
thing you level up at a time.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That was one for each.
Also,
It was
I'm
one
gonna-
for each. We
I'm gonna
fucked
show
it
you
up.
my arm.
We
and
thought
be
it was.
Mr.
but-
Science Man.
Okay.
Here, come here.
Yeah, but-
and I actually sew him up.
Okay.
Yobane Pozatizi, which means fucking pliers. Used to express surprise in a negative way. That is a Russian saying.
I mean,
Fucking pliers.
Like
So-
you stepped on a pair
like,
of pliers.
I was
no,
thinking
like
more
torture.
like yeah, like I
It's
was.
so
def-
common in
I
Russia.
immediately jumped as somebody pulls out pliers. They're like fucking.
Yeah, no,
pliers.
it's like that is literally gotta be what it's from.
Yeah.
Like in World War II, they were pulling out like Nazi fingernails by the fucking millions, dude. Like, holy shit.
I mean,
Goddamn.
I can
pliers.
understand pulling Nazi fingernails. That makes sense.
But to have
Assuming that they were, you're
Fucking
assuming that they were
pliers.
being
Viper
full
dish.
of Nazis.
Viper
Remember,
dish.
gulags.
Yeah.
One word. Gulag.
Someone who appears out of farting.
What?
Viper dish is someone who
Viper
appears out of
dish.
farting. Someone who thinks is really important, but in reality is not.
Wow.
Wow, you could say that to me.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it. Viper dish is what I
I was
was.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
actually, whipped out a dish.
Viper dish.
Damn, Joey, you're good at the pronunciation.
Uh,
You keep saying shit and then Costa nods, and I'm like, all right, you didn't fuck it up that bad. Like,
It sounded fucked up.
I mean, yes. Most Russian words sound kind of terrible.
yeah, it's.
So you like patch me up?
Yeah, I absolutely patch you up.
Okay.
Mike, I'd just like to confirm with you that these
He's the
frogs
one-
don't know
he's the one
because
who-
we like have a systematic means of tricking them into my becoming one of my subjects and experiments. But upstairs, they all call me father because I heal them up.
Oh
I'm
no!
their dog.
No!
And then I can sedate them and then lead them astray into becoming one of my
Oh my
subjects.
god!
That's so much worse.
You're the
I-
absolute worst person.
I will agree that
He's
you
the most
believe
evil
that.
out of
Okay,
all of our
yeah.
evil.
I will agree that they call you father and that you believe that.
Okay, that's fine by me.
I really want to. Okay.
And Benjamin
I have
Also-
an
Franklin is your,
idea.
like,
Also, Johnny
One of
Lou,
your
I just
wives.
have to say, you have done the greatest job at making a character that the party will likely kill, like rapidly. Like not just
You
making a
made
shitty
yourself
character that's like actually an
protagonist.
antagonist,
Yeah.
but like you just go, "This is my character," and everyone's like, I think
we have
you're the person
Yeah.
we're here to kill. like you legitimately, like I fully support it because it's an amazing role playing experience. But like, I literally told you the plan. I told you the plan
I'm
of the
glad to hear
group.
that. I'm glad to hear that.
I told you the plan. I gave him the plan of the group. I gave him some general ideas, and he just went, "I'm gonna be a mad scientist." And I was like, "Mad scientist, sure." He's like, "No, no, 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 no. Fucking
way
mad."
worse than
Like, you don't
everything
understand.
about science.
I'm not just some mad lad scientist. I'm not just gonna be like, "Ooh, science." I'm gonna be like, "I fuck corpses."
Yeah.
Like,
Buffalo Bill the scientist.
So
Yeah.
here's the thing, though. That's not why we're here.
I mean,
The-
you're
the,
here.
The job was to stop like
Systematic.
Spacebook from like forcing the Gribbets to use the Gribbets Facebook or
Oh,
whatever.
but I'm hired by Space.
No, no, no.
I wanted to dissect
It was
the Gribbets.
specifically you were hired to stop them from like subjugating, oppressing, and
abusing them.
abusing the Gribbets.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
like
wait,
he
wait,
was specifically like Gribbets
Make it
should
with
have
us. Just
freedom
no reason.
and should not be essentially slaves.
Is
Yeah.
he? Is,
But
We can
But
exploit them.
my
like
my
Facebook.
conundrum is that I've been ordered by Spacebook to do these things.
Right.
Yeah. And so I
Well, so
I
we
know
get into the specifics when it comes up.
All right.
But-
Okay, once again though, they're in poses. You seem to have been enjoying it a little bit, like the extra credit time.
I've been bored.
You were like sitting there twirling away, going, "Oh, Spacebook, making me bend Gribbet bones to my will."
I have nothing better to do. Do you see a TV? Do you see internet?
On this planet are
I have
3
blue
books.
legs.
I have.
Oh, I'm gonna say
I have neat.
the
Only three
leg
books.
the leg
One
is
is
not
one
as
of
good as you
One
thought.
is
it was.
Necronomicon.
I didn't think so.
Yeah, it's like when
He's
when,
always
What?
when
Like
Benny
Vikings.
said like tastes like frog legs, you were like, I have had pretty good frog legs before. Frog legs can be.
No,
When
it's
we were first coming
But
down
this
here,
was
though,
like, especially because it's raw. It was like it kind of tastes like seaweed.
It's gaming.
So
It's like
I
a
s-
gamey
I
seaweedy
still have the leg.
leg.
I'm gonna take another bite, and then I'm gonna pick up the frog boy.
Like Benny?
Yeah.
can I mention
Hey,
that?
Wait,
I,
wait.
I haven't
Benny
taken my
or
foot
the
off
dead
of his
one?
face.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna pick up Benny. I'm gonna put him on my shoulder and go, "Little frog boy, take me to Batman." Still spitting food out as I eat from the leg.
Out of character, I'm gonna say as soon as I saw Benny, I knew something was dreadfully wrong.
I'm gonna say
Again, Benny was made to be a lighthearted, wonderful character.
You immediately started playing it. I was immediately whatever you thought it was supposed
As
to be.
soon as he started doing shit, I was like, oh, he's fucked. And I just fucked. Because no, here's what happened. I gave Johnny Lou a description of his character and like 2 lines on Benny.
Yeah.
I did not clarify that I wanted Benny to be
You
like
just said he's
the
been
cute
researching
mascot
That's fun. I think
of
he
the
still can
Grimmets.
be.
He just, yeah. Not a complaint.
I
Not a
told
complaint.
you I was
mascot
gonna be
now.
mad
Not a
subscientist.
complaint by any means.
I mean,
They put
told
him
you I'm
in
a sick fuck.
Spitting a leg out
Yeah.
as I talk. And go,
So I tell him, Francisco, my manager, tell me to do these things. Please.
Is he from mining
I
place?
need
Is he
new
dying?
job. I need new job.
I will take your job.
Talk to Francisco. I'm sure he will replace.
Okay.
I've been complaining for years.
You have a job?
I have. Like,
I need new
Johnny,
job.
something I forgot to write down. The only reason you're still here is because they won't let you off planet.
Oh yeah.
Like
They're afraid
literally,
of
you've
what
been
he would
like, I
do.
want to leave, and they're like, no,
Please.
we're not letting
yeah,
you.
you're like
Take me with
You're
you.
like the Catholic priest / serial killer / mad scientist that Facebook was like, we need to hide him somewhere. the very best we can do is let him do his thing on
The
the
problem
Grimmett
is
world.
they need me.
Yeah, exactly. So they're like, well, the Grimmets are kind of like the lead. I'll sleep the best at night of any other race. They're not humans, you know. Like,
I make weapons from everything.
Jesus.
I gotta say, you guys, I planned out a lot, and like Johnny Lou doing this as his character just threw like 40% of it. Just
I'm
immediately.
sorry.
No,
No,
it's
no.
perfect.
This is literally like one of the things I love about being a GM is like the 24 hours up to the session, I'm cramming and coming up with all this shit, and then we start, and I'm like, all right, 20 minutes in, and just all of that is gone.
Oh yeah, I didn't
No.
need to do
It's
that.
Yeah.
completely
I
gone.
was just
But
complaining
it
about
also-
that a couple weeks
It
ago.
also works great because now I have all of this shit where I'm like, well, this is what their civilization would have been like, and now they blame you that it's not like that. So sweet, let's go.
So I have Benny on
You
my
have Benny on
shoulder.
your shoulder.
I'm following
And
along.
I'm
Scientist
eating
man.
a leg and I'm marching up the steps.
So I'm gonna say, pretty rapidly, you realize that you didn't notice this, but his suit actually leaks water like a little bit,
Uh-oh.
just very slowly, but
Little
like a little
Frog
bit.
Boy's on
Like
timer.
you get like one floor up, and you're like, did Frog Boy pee on me? And then you
like,
realize
stop
it's
and
just
smell
it's
it?
just like a couple drops, and Benny will be like, oh, I drip.
We fixed lake.
Big- Big man,
This jumping
one
character
moment.
fall.
Let me open door. Must be for security purposes. I open panel, put in my passcode,
Yeah.
reopen the door. It shuts immediately as soon as we leave.
Well, I haven't left with you guys.
I just
You're
go,
still in my lab.
I think,
Bruno,
Yeah, but you're
I
stuck
think
in
if everyone
Okay.
just goes time to leave,
The only
and no
door
one
in
says
that-
anything, Boris would just stand there and just wait for everyone to leave and be like, like it's
Yeah,
literally,
you do see
literally,
no
shut
law
the
of
door.
it's
automatic.
literally the equivalent of a child being in a department store, hiding in the circular clothes rack, just watching everyone leave throughout the evening, and then they lock the store and he goes,
The toys are mine.
So I'm opening jars and looking at.
oh
shit.
yeah. I mean, like dipping a pinky in.
There was a news story recently about a couple kids who like got locked in a supermarket over the weekend, and they
Oh my
just
god,
ate
it'd be great.
a massive amount of food, just a
Oh, yeah.
massive amount.
If
of
you
food.
if I was locked in a supermarket for like a full weekend, I would get hammered, use every condom they have. Like you don't even need to use it on your dick. You can blow balloons. Like you can just do whatever you want.
Just take it
I would
off.
see how many condoms it would take to make a ham float. Like you could do whatever you wanted. You could fill an aisle with vegetable oil and see how far you can slide.
That
like,
I do.
what are they gonna do? They're gonna charge you for all this shit? Like you locked me in here. It's not my fault.
Watermelon rolling, man. You
Yeah.
gotta see if you can.
Banana.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Dude, here's another good swear. Yoptel Mopsel
Yoptomatsu.
means Jesus Christ or God damn it in a swearing way. Yeah.
I love it could be
Yoptel
either,
Mopsel. I don't know.
it's either or. Yep, the monster.
Yoptomatsu.
Okay. Yoptiel?
Yoptel
Mopsel.
Mopsel.
Yeah. I've never heard
It
that.
sounds very ridiculous, right? Like it's.
It sounds like someone made that shit up.
Right.
Wait, hold on a second. Those are not the soft sign. Those are the hard sign. Yoptel Mopsel. Mopsel.
Well, sick.
I do want to show you this. I'm imagining if he gets a chance to eat any of them, it'll look like this.
I still like a penis from
Oh,
the mountains.
God!
I think that's-
What?
A penis from the mountains is a
He's
really
not
funny
even
one.
chewing. He's just.
So I
Okay,
see the
everyone needs to see this
scientist guy.
video.
Okay.
It's a man with a watermelon. They shaved all of the rind off, and he uses his face like a cheese grater and just goes through the entire watermelon. Like, he smacks himself with like a Chipotle burrito bowl tin a couple times to amp
To
up.
keep the watermelons going.
No, like to, like
Nice.
beforehand to like amp
Let me
himself up. He
see.
smacks himself with some
Let's
tinfoil.
see.
The
I
question,
guess-
the question you gotta ask ask yourself though is, does he eat pussy like this?
Oh yeah, and then
That's
it's
one of the tricks where you just like smash your face into it.
Yeah.
You can
Oh,
eat
it's a
like less than
Japanese
second.
dude?
yeah.
Chinese.
Well, it's that was the gift that people use for a long time of like when I get to the pussy, and it's just the guy clearing half a watermelon in one go,
Right.
and then just doing the rest. And it's like that's not how you eat pussy, gentlemen. Like I don't know who thought that was funny, but like. It is. It's very funny.
I like
but
how
the
Joey
first
just looked
time anyone
bewildered
did
seeing
that,
that,
there was
like,
a very
what am I
unhappy woman on the
watching?
receiving end. Just like, what are you doing? No!
My favorite metaphor is I don't remember her name, but she was a stand-up comedian of some kind. And she was making fun of this rap song that was like, "I'm pumping that pussy like gasoline." Because like when you pump gasoline, you're like just in.
I
You
literally
just go.
You pick up, you put it in, and then you just
Like,
sit
is
there.
that
And you wait for it to be done.
Right.
So are you like peeing in her?
I mean, that's how.
You just you take your
stick
dick out,
it in,
you
you
take
start
your dick out,
peeing.
and then hold it over a little bit and shake it a little so you can
Yeah,
get a little bit more out of the fucking thing.
Like there's no, you don't fuck your car with the nozzle.
What color?
You just like,
I just gotta get all of it out, so I'm not wasting any money.
That's a good question. Vitali, important piece of information. Your hat is a mahogany brown. Your new hat is a dark mahogany brown.
Your new hat is a deep mahogany brown. Show 'em what else he's won.
And is
Lice.
A tiny frog boy.
is regular boy outside still?
I mean, yeah, he's basically just been sitting there just nursing his wound.
He's crying.
I mean, there aren't like tracks of tears, but there's some
When we
water.
leave, I'm gonna like have most of the legs still. I'm gonna point to him and go, "Frog boy, is this Batman?"
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
I already have my sickle out.
So then Benny's gonna look at you and look at him.
He's on my shoulders still.
Yeah, oh no. Benny's gonna look at you and then look at him and just go, "Fuck you, Johnny boy." And he's gonna go, "No way!"
Yes.
And he's gonna go, "Batman!"
We all shoot him at once.
I'm gonna 9, and I'm gonna pick him up and throw him as far as I can into the water.
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot.
So first
Shit.
off,
I wanted those cheats.
first off, this place, the algae is very far
Okay.
from here. So as soon as you pick them up, you're like, "Fuck, I can't throw him past the algae." Fuck it. And
Throw
you
him
throw
towards
him.
the algae.
You throw him, and you're like, "Hey, I'll probably hit the algae and then maybe like stop or bounce or something." And he just hits it and just immediately sinks in, and then the algae grows over. Like rapidly, the algae fills
Oh
the gap.
shit.
Well, that's terrifying.
And so that happens, and you're like, "Huh."
I'm gonna like.
And
wave,
then you
I'm
see
gonna
it
wave.
start going like up, like someone's pushing on it, trying to get it
Oh,
up,
no.
and it's not breaking. And you all
Oh,
kind
I'm
of
gonna-
watch it, and it moves a little bit.
I'm gonna like take another bite and then kind of like point at it and go, "Remind me not to do that."
And I'm gonna approach slowly from behind with my can and go, "Oh yes, do not go in the water. Very dangerous."
You tell us this now.
And the
Well, no
algae,
chance.
algae lies
Fair
flat.
I look
Where's
at
the
Benny.
point?
I look at Benny. I look at Benny, the little frog dude, and I said, "Why do you not tell us
It's fine, I
about
just wanted to sell those.
death algae? Would be good information, don't you think, little frogman? Yes. We help your planet. You tell us not to step
It was
in
in
death
my
algae.
report. You know, read my report.
You go downstairs.
I don't know why I'm so mad at Frog Boy, but he seems like he is hiding something.
I don't know what
think he
problem
forgets.
is. I give you
think
the
he's-
Batman. We have Frog Boy
I
now.
think he
Job
lies
done.
enough to
So,
actually walk.
something does not feel right.
I'm actually gonna interject real quick. When you say, "What you not tell us?" He's gonna hug the top of Molotov's head like a scared child, and just like,
I'm gonna still say what I say while he's like squeezing my head.
Yeah.
And go,
Well, because I mean, your head's big enough and he's small enough. He can literally
just
like
like
wrap his
arms, like,
entire
over there.
arm around the top of your head and like you're fine. But he's just gonna be like, "You stay on Tatooine. It's fine.
No.
If you go in water, I tell you." Oh, wait.
Wait, Benny's right.
He has like a weird Russian, Southern German thing going on.
He's very impressionable. He picks up the
I
accent.
thought he was basically like Mr. Poopy Butthole. Like was what I was. Hey guys,
He was originally Southern, and I fucked up his accent. Let's just
Hey, you know what? It sounds like whatever. Yeah.
You're right. It's supposed to be Mr.
killed
Poopy
all the
Butthole.
frog
I
pals.
fucked. Well, my original idea was he was going to be a friendly little high-pitched Russian, and then he went German, and I was like, fuck it, he speaks Southern, too. Why not?
He's very multicultural.
It's very multicultural.
To be fair,
Well, it's-
he's learned English from a crazy German man and a cowboy. That's like his two extremes. But yeah, no, he'll be like, if you
I
went to
actually know
water,
a
I
guy
tell
who
you.
did that.
Thank you, Benny. I'm very convinced that you would have stopped me from jumping into death water.
You killed 92, you okay?
Fair enough. So now what? Look, scientists, man,
Let's
we have
also
to.
be honest.
I think
We
we
all
need
know
to
ocean
powwow.
terrible.
Well,
Period.
it's obvious this whole planet is fucked. somehow.
All I know is I want to leave as fast as possible.
Well, first,
Francisco keeps me aboard. They keep telling me that there is no shit. You have
Sergey,
shit.
Sergey, can you do something about this? Francisco character who is keeping our fine friend. I don't know what the fuck you're doing here, but we're keeping him doing whatever he's.
So real quick,
He's an
Pastor, what do you want to do downstairs? I'm sorry, what does Boris want to do downstairs?
I want to thoroughly analyze a subject.
Oh god.
Well, the body of 92 is down there, and it's
Yeah.
pretty fresh.
Yeah, so I figure I'm
So-
like cracking open jars that interest me of stuff and just like because my number one goal for visiting Robit was to like dissect the fuck out of a Gribbit.
Right.
And it looks
so
like
you
there's
have a
plenty of
Gribbit that's
material.
only
All the work's
missing a
done for
leg.
you, yeah.
Right. Okay. For
So
I'll-
I imagine you basically are like, fuck yes, cut straps, pull it out, put it on table, and go.
just go to town.
All
Oh,
the tools
yeah.
are
He also
available to
said
you.
that he
Yeah,
has
exactly.
like
Everything's already sterile. Everything's ready.
I also
Like,
imagine
just
you
an
like
alley-oop.
you pull out like an iPhone.
I
and
didn't
you
know
turn
that he was
on,
still
like,
there. I
some
was focusing
fucking
on him thinking
music,
my
and you're
assistant
just
now.
like, oh.
We're also taking plenty of photos.
with you.
Like just does a little bit of stretching.
Like some classical music's
Just doing
playing
it.
on the
I
background.
mean, I literally imagine like the music we're listening
yeah,
to.
actually.
Yeah.
Or like K-pop.
Oh.
Like what is it, baby metal?
Oh
is
my
that
God,
the is that
yeah.
the
Yeah.
yeah.
What we're forgetting is
It is
that
Japanese,
You,
but
what you're gonna
you
gonna
know,
find
they all look
something
alike.
probably down there that we've all forgotten about that you must have done, which is like a
Oh,
giant
freaking
handwritten
Yes, it
manual,
was.
Oh god.
like of all
I'm
your
sorry.
experiments. Like you know, you find any video game, any RP, like you know, like
It-
experiment
If
number
you're a fa-
3.
well, no,
you know,
There,
like-
there is no
Exactly.
So if you're offended, I'm
See?
sorry.
It's all right.
Asians don't all
So-
look alike.
so GM,
White people look alike all the fucking time.
And
Kostya finds
we love
his.
mac and cheese.
Oh, we do. I mean, anyone who doesn't love mac and cheese and fried chicken can fuck off. Like, honestly, like, I moved in with a black guy, and the first night there, I brought home a 2-liter of grape soda, a fucking watermelon, and a plate, like a party plate
Hold
of
on,
fried
did you
chicken.
know that he was black?
Yeah.
That's fucking
But I was so white, I didn't think about it. No joke.
Oh my God.
Safeway just had like a black people day. Like the manager was
You mean
racist.
February?
I don't know. No, it was like July. It was like June or July. But I went to Safeway.
Because all that is 4th of
You mean
July
the
shit.
Fourth of
actually.
I went to Safeway and they had fucking watermelon on sale. They had all soda on sale, and I fucking love grape soda. It's the best soda. Fuck you if you think otherwise.
You
And
do
they
drink
had
a lot of grape
And
soda.
they had a party. John's only for you. I love grape
Okay,
soda.
okay,
Yeah.
3 out of 4.
I found, and there was a party plate, like fucking party plate of fried chicken for like $15.
Nice.
And we had just moved into an apartment. I came home and I was like, E-Man, look what I got. I got dinner for like 3 days. And
Oh,
he
it's
walked
just
in and was
E-Man.
just
Yeah,
like,
okay.
dude, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Like day 1 living together. Me and this guy who all we knew about each other was that we got drunk a lot and we both ran from the cops together. And he was just like, are you
You
kidding me?
told me,
Like,
yeah, you told me about
yeah.
E-Man last. I actually know who this guy is.
yeah, and he just looked at me
Do
and
you?
he was just like,
No,
yeah,
no,
I told him the
personally.
story.
I know the
Yeah.
story.
You know the story. Then.
But he literally just looked at me and was like, are you fucking kidding me? I just went, what? And I looked at him and I was like, dude, grape soda is fucking delicious. Like, that's what I thought the issue was that he was like, you drink grape soda? Are you kidding me? Because that's what everyone always did. Is they're like, grape soda.
Oh, it's so bad
come on.
for you.
No, they would just be like, that's gross.
So what's what he say?
And he just looked at me and he was just like, wow, you actually don't. Really? Like, he actually was like, oh, really? And I was like, what do you
racist, you're
mean?
just
And then when he was like, wow, you really, okay. And I thought I was like, oh, no. Yeah.
You're like, no, I just moved here from Seattle. You know what I mean?
Allow me to translate.
I've just never
You're
seen
not
a black guy
racist.
before.
You're just an idiot.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, this is the same dude who, like, after living together for like 7 months, he and all of his friends from fucking Benicia were like, dude, you're the blackest white guy we know. Like, it's cool. And I was like, wait, really? And they're like, well, not on purpose. Like, you're not legit. You're not hardcore. You're just kind of black on the inside. like
I don't know what that means.
yeah. And they were literally like, you can use the N-word, and I'm like, this is a bad idea. And they were like, no,
I
you
would
can
not
do it.
even let them
You can
give
do
me
it. You can
permission.
call us all like we're all
You wouldn't
your
let them give
N-words.
you permission?
I wouldn't let them give me
no,
permission.
That sounds like a trap.
I did it. I fucking did. I was like, this sounds like a bad idea. They're like, no, you can say it. And I was like, all right.
And then you said it once, and they were like, don't ever say it again.
We were walking in a group, and I didn't realize that I was in the middle. And at the time, we were all hammered, and they were like, yeah, go ahead, say it. And I'm like, all
And
right.
you dropped it.
All right, y'all my niggas. And they all stopped as a group,
Yeah,
and I
but
bumped
you-
into one, and then bumped into the other, and it was just like, oh god, this is how I die. Like, literally, I was like, the cops are gonna find me with a note taped to me saying he used the N-word. And the cops are gonna be like, well, it is a white boy,
This is an
and he
important
used
note.
the N-word.
And when you said it just now, no hard R.
Soft.
When you said it then,
I did not use the hard R. I was very
Still no
aware.
hard R, okay.
I was like, if
this
I
is the
say
same
a hard
guy
R.
that bought grape soda and fried chicken
Right.
for his roommate. I'm
Yeah.
assuming you're gonna go hard R.
No. But I said it, and they all stopped, and I was just like, "Oh God, this is how I knew this was a bad idea." And then they all started laughing. They're like, "Holy shit, you should have seen your fucking face." And then once they all finished laughing, they were like, "No, but for real, don't say that again."
Yeah, exactly.
They're
I
like,
knew
"We
it, I knew it.
take it back. It's
I
actually
knew
not
it.
cool. Like,
like,
don't do that."
That can't last.
They just wanted to do that joke.
They did.
Yeah.
They just
That is
wanted that
little-
joke. And to be fair, it's funny as fuck.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
And
Like,
it's
if
gotta
I
be
had
funny
the ability
every
to
time
do
they
that,
do it, dude.
I
You're
would
not the
do
first
that
white dude.
all the
Oh,
time.
yeah.
You're
Brief
not the
aside,
first white
I
dude.
actually knew a
Every
Texan
time-
black
every
man who
time-
hated fried chicken.
Every time I've ever heard it, I go, what?
Yep.
I'd rather not.
Don't.
I prefer not to.
How do you grow up in Texas and
'Cause you
hate
know what?
fried chicken?
I just thought of a really bad excuse for not saying it. I was like thinking, I've had family on this country for a long time, and I'm like, they're like, you can say it, trust me. I'm like, no, I can't say it. My family were slave owners. That's why I can't say
See,
it.
this is why
Good
knowing,
day.
This
Like-
is why knowing your ancestry is great. Is people can be like, "Fuck white people." I'm like, "Yeah, fuck white people." My ancestors came over in like the 1900s.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
just nope.
We had to go to
Oh, you
Ellis
mean like
Island
the
and
worst,
shit.
the worst excuse for this I've ever heard in my life? My family weren't slave owners. Do you know how expensive they were?
Oh, man.
Oh, I saw that
Yeah.
shit. Oh, I
That
was
was-
like,
that
you're
was-
so unaware of yourself.
That's where you just like
Oh, that's John Oliver.
I couldn't have been. My family weren't slave owners. You know how expensive your grandfather was to buy?
It's one of those things where you're like, I see how that made sense in your brain,
Well, this
but like,
this is actually a
holy.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
shit
your
like that
argument should
actually.
just been
no,
my family was
no.
poor and you should have left it there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have been like, my family was too poor to own slaves, and
My
you've been
family
like,
was, yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
I can kind of get that.
Yeah.
But when you phrase it that way, you're just like,
Someone punched me in the face.
wow.
Yeah. Well, funny
my
enough,
God.
It's
Pretty
shit
much
like
what happened.
it's shit like that. Whenever I think people were like, "Oh no, I'm logical and I use reason all the time," and they usually fuck up little things like that, where you're like, technically the logic's there, but holy shit, do you just not understand
What
anybody?
you just
Thankfully,
said.
there's a meme just for these occasions. Everyone loves logical fallacy, Raph.
I suppose.
This is what I want to know. Where is Batman?
Where is Batman? Exactly. Yeah. So
We still have like the mining complex to hit up. And
Right,
We do.
right. So when you ask that, Benny will go. I have to remember to do Mr. Poopy Butthole. Yeah. He'll be like, Batman at Francisco at mining camp. Fuck, I do a different accent. I can't stay with the same accent.
Don't worry about it.
Roll
It's
with
right.
it.
It's right.
Yeah.
It's right.
but
I mean, I've
so-
changed my accent like 6 times since I sat down.
No.
It's all good. It's all good.
When I'm doing an
Terrible
NPC, like
accents
I
is
want
half
the
of the
same
point of this
one
game.
every time. That's the shitty
Yeah, of
thing.
course you want it,
Yeah.
but that's not mean it's always going to happen. You
so
got to
the-
practice.
Batman at the mining camp.
I knew cowboy, but little regular boy man wasn't bad guy. Bit of a dick. He wouldn't give me his hat. He's fine. He's okay. He's 3D.
He was bad guy,
He seems like a shit.
not bad man.
Is shitlord a Russian word? Would you say shitlord?
Not really.
You say a
Well,
bitch
then-
fuck. He's a bitch fuck.
There you
It's
go.
like it's
We
funny
call
actually.
that-
The word like sheep means shield. So like
Shield man.
Zarya in Overwatch has a spray that's sheet. That's how you pronounce it, and it's like the thing with like 3, like a W but with squares basically.
Yeah.
That's
and then
great.
like the backwards N and the
Yeah.
T.
Yeah.
Russian is
That's
my
pronounced
favorite
sheep.
language to like try to read because I'm like I know 60% of these characters, and then all of a sudden it throws something and I'm like,
pronounced over it.
whoa,
Yeah.
what? No.
It's like, oh, this,
Oh.
it looks like a this. No, it's not.
Regular.
Like A, B, shovel, R, backwards
Oh, no.
N.
It gets better. Have you ever seen Cyrillic in cursive?
Well,
It's a fucking nightmare.
that's a chicken scratch, like a fucking seismic graph measuring an earthquake.
No.
I'm pissed off
Cyrillic,
enough that Arabic
cursive
number,
Cyrillic just as a
numerals
blatant
have fucking
fuck you
cursive.
to anyone who's
Oh,
dyslexic.
yeah.
Like
No,
the
it's
fact
just
that
The
we
letter
have
that, looks,
cursive
the
is
letter that
very
sounds like
nice.
a D is a G.
Yeah.
Looks
Cursive,
exactly like a lowercase g, but it's a D sound.
cursive was an invention
Why?
of necessity, which I understand. When we didn't have typewriters, it fucking sucked writing, and it made sense to use cursive. Especially when most people,
different
That is
letters.
what
especially
shorthand
especially
been
when
print,
most
yeah.
people couldn't even read. I
Can I
get
just say
it.
that back
But
when
I
we
can
were doing
also
that,
see.
they couldn't agree on what words were supposed to be in the dictionary, so
I
they
mean,
can go fuck themselves.
Yeah. But when most people can't read, it's a pretty small group being like, no. Like, there's 3 guys being like, this is how you
The
say
smaller the group, the
Yeah,
more
but
they
then
care.
also they spent like an entire day just drawing the D for the very first letter
Oh,
of the
they drew
entire
the D a
book.
lot.
Oh yeah, they
There's
did.
a lot of D.
Absolutely.
My-
Thank
My
you.
favorite Russian phrase though, Smili Ruski Khor,
So anyway,
Really
I-
Ruski whore.
which means brave Russian choir.
No! Really Ruski whore is brave Russian choir.
wow, phenomenal.
Oh my god.
That's
I just went,
Everything about
hello, I would like
to see
uh,
the Smili Ruski Khor.
Smili Ruski whore. And they're just like, oh, yeah, this way.
Yep.
And they're just like, here you go. And you're like, this is a choir of men. I think I have the wrong word for whore.
So
It's like
uh-oh.
it's pretty much
I
the same as
approach
in
I
German.
approach
The word for someone
Molotov?
from Berlin and
And
Joey
I
Donut
overhear
are
this
like
conversation,
a
they go,
syllable
he's-
differentiation away.
Francisco over by mine. We shall go to him. Tell him I leave for new job. Yes? New job? Yes?
We have job.
Job?
Yes.
We have jump.
We had jump.
Good job.
Jump.
Sounds good. Plus, we go to mine. We see dwarves. They sing for us. Sounds great.
Indeed.
Maybe they have booze.
Yes, many whore.
Oh, wait, real quick, Johnny.
Like in Star
How
Wars, the
enamored
Luke
would your character be
skyscraper,
with dwarves in
talk to
general?
that magic frog in the swamp.
Dwarves?
Yeah.
Like-
Would there be anything at all?
Jar Jar Banks.
Like
That's the
I
one.
see them as
Got him.
an anatomical anomaly, as a midget.
More like
Yes.
okay. That's what I thought.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
Here we
dude,
go.
I'm absolutely okay. Like, I'm actually trying to nest with their anatomies, so I'm trying to.
Okay. All right.
That's why that's the thing that's happening is to try to see.
Okay,
you know,
you
I
can't
get the
go.
best
You
one.
can't go. That's why that's the thing
You know,
that's happening.
that's why that's happening.
Okay.
So that
Yeah.
you know, I'm trying
Yeah.
to biologically
All right.
create better
It's
ones.
also kind of weird that you're
So-
making like medieval level tech, like, right? Is
I
why
mean,
do
it's
you
more
ask
so there's
many
like
questions?
no
I'm
metal.
just
trying to
super
recreate the companies that
bored.
used to
It's
have.
because
I have
there's-
nothing better to
there's
do.
no real metal on the planet.
Yeah.
Is the thing. Is
Right.
he's just
He's
like,
they've been isolated.
I mean,
sorry, I didn't mean-
Facebook couldn't have shipped you. I mean, you're getting booze.
yeah.
No, I don't get the booze.
We're not gonna avoid
My
that booze.
protection.
Okay, so everybody, I
protection
assume,
gets
I
my
assume
booze.
everybody
They-
goes
I'm a
back up
prisoner
into
here.
the shuttle,
Oh,
and
no
you all
booze?
head out for the.
Well, you were supposed to bring the booze.
For the mining deal.
You
Sad
bring
man.
booze.
Sad man, no booze.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wait, sad man.
I'm gonna,
Oh, my
I'm gonna load the empty
man!
boxes back back onto the ship in case I need them.
It's
Apparently he has
I
like
like
It's
a
okay. You have been
Especially 'cause
tortured
you're gonna
for
want
many
that dollar.
years.
You
I
got
understand
$1.
your
Push
Actually-
a button and they're all gonna go fucking rage zombie.
Before.
Yes.
I have empty boxes. You wish to load up?
I'm still in the lab.
No,
Yeah, you
I
guys
was
left.
I wanna
actually
see-
no. I was actually about to say.
Yeah.
Before we go, has anyone seen Boris?
Oh,
Yes,
this
last-
music is playing in the lab.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Perfect.
He's
So when you
probably
say
back
has
in
anyone
terrible
seen
lab."
Boris, you'll hear a small voice go, "He in lab still."
Oh,
Yes.
he's still in my lab. I start to panic.
Why are you worried? What will he find?
I have things.
Maybe time for you to show us these things.
Oh,
I
cool.
point my
Okay.
my shoulder-mounted laser cannon at his face, and I say, "Now it's time for you to show us all things."
Okay.
You should probably. Do
I take you guys back downstairs. I
stop
go
at
back
the same
down.
place.
We go back
You're
down.
still-
We pass by him again. He stops at the same place.
Stop
we,
it.
come, we get back down.
We're gonna call it
and,
Sergey's Crossing.
But we come to see
So
Boris,
as you guys enter the lab,
and we see him eviscerating the.
Just like coiling up an intestine.
Yeah.
Snip attendant.
There's like scattered all over the floor. Like you have to step around them carefully. I have just like dozens of open jars now.
I
I've taken the
groan
things
in
out.
terror of like I have to clean
Formaldehyde.
all of this
Also,
up.
formaldehyde
Oh my
everywhere-
God.
everywhere he
formaldehyde.
moves, I'm just gonna say he's like crouched down and doing like the,
Dancing to myself.
the fucking, I don't know what that's
The
called.
Russian bear dance.
It's the Russian dance.
The bear dance, yeah.
You know they do that.
Why
at
does
Ryan.
it smell so
Is
much
it the
worse?
dance-
I'm
the
sorry.
Cossack dance?
I'm gonna go up a little higher.
What is the
Something
name of the
is
Russian?
fine. We'll take care of you
Cossack
from
dance,
here.
yeah.
Oh, I will
have
send
like
you video.
two partial gribbet corpses over one shoulder because I'm like, you know, I'm juggling multiple things here that I want to.
You just
while-
flop on the
While
table.
this occurs, I'm going to sneak and try to like pick up my notes.
Are you gonna try to hide
No,
I'm
I'm
just trying to-
watching.
trying to pick-
I
I'm
have
trying
my
to-
gun trained on him.
the shoulder
The
cannon?
moment
Yeah.
that he starts to look sketchy,
The shoulder. I just imagine you being like, I have shoulder cannon. It
I
is
have
watching
shoulder-mounted
you
cannon. It
It
is
is
attached to
looking
my shoulder.
over there and
I
there.
want you to show me west wing of lab and the east wing of lab.
I have other one looking there.
So I tell you that I'm gonna blow your head off if you do anything weird.
So
In fact, if you do move like weird, I just like let a shot off, you know, like a couple of feet over that direction, so you know.
I
I
take
assume
my
when you
notebook.
see his shoulder cannon, you're gonna be like, okay, let's not blow up anything in my life.
There's a bigger gun on my back, but I haven't used that yet. At all.
I didn't. Well, huh? What?
It's
I
either,
missed that bit on the character sheet. I didn't look at.
Well, honestly, the thing about it is that I haven't chosen which one yet that I want. So
So you get like the class 3 weapon or some shit.
I get-
Armor with
I get-
level 1 upgrade is the shoulder cannon.
yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That's
I
it.
looked at it today.
Wait.
Hold on, let me
How
show-
does armor with a class 1 upgrade allow you to have a shoulder cannon?
Because the 1 upgrade is the shoulder cannon.
No. But 1 upgrade.
No, I have
Should
advanced
not give you
battle
a
plate.
shoulder-
I haven't used that yet either.
Or maybe it's the +1. Sorry, maybe it's the level 1 upgrade is like the mounted quality.
Yeah.
on the
So
weapon.
so you can have mounted and you can have remotely controlled as like 2 separate
That's what it is. Okay.
things. So you can have like a class 3 weapon that's like mounted, remote controlled, and
No, with a gun, you can only go up to 2, which is 2.
oh, you can only do 2. Okay. So it sounds like that's your class 3 weapon. Is your shoulder cannon.
It says choose one,
class ones
either
and
a
class
sniper rifle, a plasma
Yeah.
rifle, or a pulse rifle.
Oh,
And it,
Jesus.
it describes the plasma rifle, which is the one I'm using as lobbed projectile burning plasma area of
Oh
effect.
fuck.
Explosive plasma launcher, firearm, rifle.
Hey, we got another melta weapon. Yeah, we had so much fun with those.
Fucking melta weapons.
Now I could use the pulse rifle. I mean, it's
And as soon as you took my melta weapon away, I made myself a living melta weapon.
Yeah.
and I do
Okay,
have
hold
I do
on.
have advanced battle plate, which I have not
I'm
looked
reading
at.
the Merc right now.
Actually, can I see the book, please? I'm actually gonna look that up. See what my
Unique attack, armored, carapace, shielded, +6 armor.
oh, personal force field, yeah.
Okay, and
No, that's
clumsy.
+1.
wait, is he like a super overpowered merc?
Basically.
Oh yeah.
Holy
I'm like
shit!
Boba
Wait,
Fett.
wait,
I'm
hold
like
on.
Boba
Okay,
Fett.
so if you're wearing battle plate, there's no way you're wearing a suit.
I
you're
mentioned
wearing-
earlier that I haven't put it on yet. I
Okay,
haven't
it's
used
like
it.
in a thing.
Yeah.
Armored is 2, carapace is 3, shield is 1. Apparently it's stats.
Oh my god.
But
that's
it gets
right.
clumsy, heavy fighting, personal force.
Okay, so it's a pistol with a laser and mounted. Okay. So the thing with your shoulder laser is you can't fire it remotely. It is like your.
Yeah, he hasn't been.
It is like a normal. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
No. So there's like.
I mean,
I wasn't sure how that was set up. I now see it's a laser and it's mounted.
I do want to have it on a vision-based track. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
that
no,
it's-
it's the idea that if you have there's like a remote fire, like modifier you can put on things where you can say like fire and shoot a gun.
Oh yeah.
And
Right.
so this is like it's the idea that instead of shooting a pistol with your hand, you just say fire and like that's your.
Oh, you're
action.
saying that's the same action as if you were shooting a pistol with your hand.
Right.
You can't
Yeah.
also
I
have a pistol in your hand.
I just
Totally,
actually
gotcha.
recognize something that my character should be doing more realistically. As soon as you point that weapon at me, I immediately run up to you and start like being enamored. Like, oh my god, this thing is amazing! Holy shit, can I improve it for you?
Wait.
Please,
You
can I
find
please?
this sickle at
Yeah,
your throat.
please, may I please upgrade this? I have so many items.
Are you still going off when I have the sickle at your throat?
Yes, I don't fucking care. I'm
I'm
used
gonna
to
say
this
like
shit.
even
what
if
you
there's
do.
like a drop of blood coming out, he's gonna be like, yeah.
Yes! Give me the opportunity. I will make this the most beautiful shoulder cannon you will ever see.
I lower the sickle.
So you're like, I have power over you. I have no power over you.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
First, you have balls. Most men piss themselves when little sir come their way. You are ballsy. I appreciate it. Second, what is this you say about making shoulder cannon?
Oh. This is my dream.
Actually,
I
Robert,
make great weapon
I'm gonna
of
say
mass.
you should decide which weapon you have like by end of session.
Well, he's
Oh,
pointing
this-
the shoulder
The
cannon.
sickle
Is
is
there-
like just a normal
Well, no,
knife.
it's between the sniper rifle, plasma rifle, and pulse rifle.
plasma.
Okay, you're choosing
Yeah,
plasma.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's the most like what I've already described.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure you weren't like saving it, and then you were like, in this situation, I want
No,
this.
I would not do that to you.
Cool.
I'm experienced RPer.
Sweet.
I'm not a fucking munchkin.
And you
Sweet.
lose your right hand. Wait, were you right-handed or left-handed?
Ambidextrous. Do you have the feet? No, I do.
Yeah.
It's like saving your Clipper card when you cheat on the bus, just in case.
The trick is
Oh,
to
it's
have
see
not
a,
the guy-
the trick is to have a fucked up clipper card that doesn't scan, and you'd be like, wait, no, I scanned it when I got on.
No, so that one doesn't scan, and then they go, "What's your name?" If they catch you, and you go, "My name's Dane Burns."
Yeah.
That always
You
worked
always
for me.
you always blame Dane.
Yeah.
That's- yeah.
Wait. You have a guy? Okay, that's
Yeah,
great.
we have a guy that we
Let's all
blame
do
for
this.
everything. Yeah. By the way, fuck you, Dane.
Hey,
You're
wait,
welcome.
wait. Is it your burn notice? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Actually, I think out of everyone here,
Is it your
Johnny,
burner?
did you ever meet Dane?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, these two. Oh yeah,
I
and
met
you
him a
don't like
lot
Dane.
of times, dude.
We
Just
just
say
get
it on fucking camera.
we just get Dane swatted.
I mean, he knows. There have been times where I'm like, hey, Dane, you want to play a game? I'm playing with Costa. And he's like, isn't that the guy who hates me? And you're like, oh yeah, I forgot.
This does happen.
He's one of them is the accurate response.
So I look at you and I continue to have my cannon
Dane.
pointed at.
But I'm looking
He's
at
not
it
gonna
with
watch
great
this.
beauty.
I might send
Sure,
him the link
sure.
now, though.
It's the
Um,
first time I've seen a weapon in many, many
You want
years.
to be
Yeah, man, fucking
I
do
tell
it.
you, well now it is time for us to see everything.
Indeed,
Yeah,
you
Sam.
shall.
Just roll.
This is great.
Is that what you like? Do you say that?
No, I'm far away.
Just-
Presume
Oh,
this is, like,
okay, okay.
happening while
That
he's-
would be
yeah.
funny if you're like over here and you're like disrobe. We're on the same page.
Costa, I got more info for you once this is.
Okay.
I'll tell you more about how they function.
Would you say
Okay.
that you're
I
afraid?
actually wrote a bunch of shit about how they function
Alrighty.
anatomically because I knew you would do this.
Nelson,
I look over your
would
shoulder.
you say that you're
Are they
afraid to
male,
go down
female?
further?
I don't know.
I'm
Actually,
squeamish.
Are they
Would- would-
bisexual?
I
Wait,
answer
wait,
correctly.
important
Right.
distinction. Are you
Answer your
afraid,
answer
or do
honestly.
you just go, I don't want to see that?
Yeah, I've gotten to the point where I'm like, I'm done. This is as far as I want to
Okay.
go. Everything else looks too fucked up for my
Mainly
taste.
because if you're afraid, he can make it so you're not.
Oh
Yeah.
no! Actually, you should stay up there for plausible deniability reasons.
I mean, that
In
helps.
addition to everything else, as your PR guy, let me tell you, you haven't seen any of this, and you should actually get up into the tops right now.
You're like, I
Let's
saw
play-
some
play
weird
with some
stuff
rivets."
with some hands,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
like
no,
maybe
oh, no,
they
I
use
already
dead
said
bodies.
earlier when he described all the bits out there and the stink of the formaldehyde. I was like, it smells really bad in here. I'm gonna go up a few
Oh,
more
okay.
floors.
Yeah.
You know what you should do?
That was already
take some
established.
selfies with the Gribbets, but don't post them. So that way, like, if you post them, we
Right.
might not.
I'm
we
not
might
gonna
need
do
to say
any of
that-
this.
No, take some selfies in case we need to prove that you are friendly
The
Right.
with
living
them.
with the living one.
But don't post
Oh.
them because we
Like
might
if
still
things
need
go
to deny
well
that
with the
you even know
Gribbets,
about
we
them.
want to have documentation.
Yeah.
If they're like, look, he fucked Gribbets, you'd be like, no, look, I take selfie. It is good.
Yeah.
If they're like, he murdered
That's even
Gribbets,
more
you're like,
evidence that you fucked Gribbets.
oh, yeah,
friends
reverse those. They're like, he fucked Gribbets. You're like, I've never met the Gribbets. But this time,
Yeah,
like,
exactly. What
he
that's
why you
murders
don't post
Gribbets.
it.
You're
Well,
like,
that's
no,
good
look, I
in
took a
case you
selfie.
I have to ask, do you have like any insignias that proves that you're part of a space book?
Ooh, that's a good question. We never came up with like a Spacebook certificate or something.
I've always thought that I had like credentials like on
I
my
mean,
on my chest.
Yeah,
or
we can
something.
do like a badge.
All right, cool.
You know, we can just fucking make like hollow badges
Cool.
where
Sick.
like they're like
So
super hard to reproduce.
I'll show
They're
you a
really
hollow
hard
badge.
to get.
All
So I
right,
can tell you, working
I
for
show
a
you my hollow
corporation, if
badge.
you lose your badge, it takes like a fucking week and a half to get it back.
Oh man, that's
So-
a brutal
Yeah,
week
to
and a
lose
half.
your privileges for a week and a half.
You
that
can't go to
fucking
any
sucks.
bars. You can't get any hollow clubs. You can't get your
Yeah.
dick sucked
It's
by
more
a
like you
virtual
can't get into
stripper,
your
yeah.
office and you can't get out of your office because you have to badge out.
And you can't get food because
So if you lose it when you're in, you're done.
You joke. My office
No,
literally.
see.
If you go into the office, you can't get out without a badge.
Really?
If a guest visits, we have to, or they have to pull the emergency lever, and then
Wow.
the
Does that
alarm goes
happen?
off. I mean, yes,
wow.
because we had to put up a sign that says, "Please do not set off emergency alarm," because it's a pain in the ass.
That sucks.
Because people would just be like, I'm next to a door. I've heard people walk to the door, stop, and go, shit. And I'm just like, damn it, Garrett, I fucking heard you. I know it was you. You lazy son of a bitch. Your desk is 20 feet that way.
How does he get back in?
We have a buzzer you can ring.
So getting in is easier than getting out?
He could walk to the front desk and they could let him out. He just doesn't do it.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
And now if he watches this, I know Garrett. I fucking know.
We all know Garrett.
Yeah, seriously, Garrett, what's your deal?
Next time we pull a fire alarm and they ask us what our name is, we're gonna say Garrett.
Yeah.
Because fuck
Garrett
you,
Burns.
Garrett.
Wait.
Actually,
Garrett
if you ever get caught doing something they ask you what your name is, absolute best name to use is Rusty Shackelford. Hands
No
down.
one's gonna believe that. If I was a cop
Because
and you
if
told me that
anyone
was
watched
Rusty
King of the
Shackelford,
Hill and you say Rusty Shackelford, they're gonna get it. You're gonna get at least a chuckle.
Oh, you think it's funny to call yourself Shackelford boy? Maybe
Bull.
when you're in a pair of shackles, you won't think it's so goddamn funny.
Officer
Damn it,
White.
Shuckleberg.
Yeah, right.
Whoa.
Bull.
That boy ain't right.
Aren't there some
So
unarmed
yeah,
black people you should be
I,
murdering or something?
Oh, whoa!
Wow.
All right.
Wait,
Well,
Wow. On
for
that
it.
note, let's go find Francisco.
Aren't there some unarmed black people you should be murdering,
Oh
officer?
my god.
Oh my god, Jesus Christ. Well, we're in here
Which
right
one?
now, I guess.
D-
So,
I was gonna say,
so,
all
yes,
of,
I'm
all of
gonna-
our wacky, hilarious violence and like awful
Jesus.
stuff, but a
Wacky,
little bit.
hilarious
Oh no
violence.
no! I'm talking about in game. We're laughing about all of this stuff. Talk about a little bit of real life though, and then, ooh.
Yeah.
On that note, let's go back to the silly.
Silly over the top
I
violence.
first I hand you a my badge, showing you my clearance level.
Cool.
I'm sure it's lower than yours at this point since you're like
Probably.
It's
really
not
high up
high.
I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
pretty high, but yeah, no.
No, his clearance level isn't
There's
top
like-
secret,
there's
it's
like-
warning.
There's like the average person, and then like 3 more levels, and then like the operations department, and you're like 1.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Your
Sure.
clearance level is like witness protection. Like,
But
Well-
it's more like they give you enough access that you're like, I'm special.
Well,
Right.
But not a lot, not enough that you're like,
yeah,
I'm
my
gonna
own
break
clearance level's
shit.
pretty low, but my files are fucking corrupt and shit.
Oh, like,
It's like,
it's
you
definitely one of those
blacked out.
things where you're like, let's open this profile, and it takes a few seconds to load, and you're like,
Redacted.
that's not how this works. It should load up
Redacted.
immediately. And instead, it's like one of those things where you open a page, and then you watch the scroll bar go like, dink, 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 and you're like, I didn't know it could be that small.
yeah.
And then everything
What?
other than the word the and a is
Yeah.
redacted.
You just scroll, and you're like, wow.
And like after like a page, it's like asshole, and it's like redacted again.
You use the control F like K, and it's like 40 fucking lines, and then it's just like killed. You're like, they skipped a letter. Word. All right, so
Yeah.
y'all pile into the shuttle. You prove you are who you say you are.
Oh,
so
no,
you take
I
my
t-
drink.
No, we're
Or no, I'm
we're
sorry.
in my
You're still
forced
down
him
in
back
the,
into
in
the
the
lab.
thing, in the
He's
thing,
showing
the
us
lab,
the
that's
goods.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I give him.
Yeah, so-
But you're like, what is your name again?
Name, insignia,
Talk-
your hollow badge.
Talking to Nipple?
Yeah,
If you don't mind.
please talking to right nipple.
I used to work for Comcast.
Low hanging fruit.
Habits.
Yeah, I live for the low-hanging fruit.
That's you gotta pluck it. That's what it's there for.
Yeah. I'm also going to hand you the orders that I was given from Spacebook. Have you look over those. And then
I'm
I
just gonna say, when you get the orders at the bottom, it's like, burn these once you're done reading.
The order where at the end it says to dispose immediately after
Where?
reading. How many years have you had this?
I am already disposed.
Hey,
They're
Benny!
definitely dated like over a year ago.
Hey Benny, little guy.
Oh, he's.
On his
Yeah.
Hey Benny, take this. Take this. There you go.
He'll just go, yep. Fold it up, put it, go like this, and you kind of pause and be like, I didn't see a pocket.
That is exactly what I hoped you would do with it.
Now, I show you my.
Once he does it, he clears his hands.
It's like in the pocket we had earlier that we don't see.
No sleeves. You never saw a knife.
He did have a knife earlier. You said he was sharpening a
You
knife.
sharpened
That's
a
true. He
knife.
was sharpening
You
a
didn't
knife.
see where it came from or where it went.
We
That's
still
what I'm saying.
don't.
It's with the knife. It's with the knife.
It's in the
the
knife
whetstone.
place. Whatever the
Hammer
knife place
space.
is. Yeah.
But
Fucking
I
hammer
know
space.
how many
Yeah.
buttholes they have.
You do. It's more than one.
Oh no!
They're so
They've
advanced.
automatically
They're
made
so
it
elegant.
We really have two buttholes. We just taste out of one.
True.
That's.
I mean, no. There's a directional problem.
I
We
mean,
also
you
have
can't go
teeth in our
in.
butt to like make sure it's all
There's
chewed up.
only
real
one
nice.
in.
God, that would be a nightmare.
I mean, not according to South.
Butt teeth.
Yeah.
Really worried about the
One
butt.
scientist goes too far.
Chipotle goes into any hole.
Chipotle away,
I'm
man.
going to have
Need
so
to use
you
that
embrace
Chipotle
it
away.
when he creates butt teeth.
Costa, let's just say butt teeth is not an absurdity.
Okay.
Butt teeth is Benny's new nickname.
You
Yeah.
might find out where the knife place is,
That's what I'm
and
saying.
it might be your kidney.
It might be butt teeth. Yeah.
You might go, why is there a knife here? And you're
My
here.
kidneys. I put your kidney where the knife used to be. In my second butthole.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Only one kidney. You have spare. You'll be fine.
Yes, Ben, yes.
You're in a dark room. You hear, you have two kidneys, yes? Yeah. No.
Check again.
Hey, look up, look down, look to your kidney. Where is it? It's in my hand.
You
know the kidneys are diamonds.
You need to learn how to count
Scabs
better.
is so bad.
It would really be like, look to your left and look to your right. And when you look to your right, you just get slapped with something warm and heavy. And you're like, oh, what's that? Your kidney.
It'd be better if it was like that whole line with the like, you have two kidneys, right? Yeah, wrong. And then like you go to the doctor thinking like you took one of my kidneys. He's like, you have 4 kidneys.
I've literally.
He
They're all
put
functional.
I don't know where. Yeah.
Hey, 2 of those kidneys are filled with cocaine. Okay?
He took one shitty kidney out and wired up like 3 really bad ones.
No, the best part is the doctor would be like, there's no scar tissue.
no.
I don't know how this could possibly
He's
happen.
like, you have two on the
See,
inside. but
I was
you've got
imagining
4
actually the
on
reverse.
No, no.
You have 4 kidneys. Your blood is alarmingly clean. There is not enough hemoglobin. You might die.
You know, he's all like, son, I think you have a condition.
Yeah. But you can
Also,
drink
should
like a
definitely-
fish.
Yeah.
Should definitely get
No,
the
they're
check
not
out.
livers. Just kidneys.
Not true. Okay. You can take a shitload of like fucking.
Oh,
By the
you,
way,
you can
Costa,
pee
I've
for the
been
longest
Fun
time.
fact: so you actually did discover that they have what appears to be multiple, like 4 kidneys.
Okay.
I actually did come up with that previously, and then you said this, and I was like, oh wait, right, that's in my notebook upstairs. They do have like you like find their like what you think is a kidney, and you're like, there's more.
Oh my god. This is a lot more destructive than I thought it was.
Yeah.
This isn't like put a hole in the guy's head. This is like make him a stain on the desk.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the weapons
Probably
are very
don't want to
open-ended
stomp him
in
afterwards.
this.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, there's
like,
nothing to stop.
Like, there's a reason that you use your shoulder cannon instead of this on people.
Right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
The plasma cannon's like, hey, is there a bunker? Not anymore.
Yeah, it's a class 1 two-handed, clumsy, destructive, far distant plasma.
Wait, far?
It's like anti-vehicle, basically.
Right.
Wait. No, it doesn't say far. For the plasma rifle?
Yeah.
Explosive plasma launch. Oh, yeah, launcher.
Launcher, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Lob
it seems
projectile.
it's more
burning
like a
plasma
rocket
immediately.
launcher.
Yeah.
It basically,
it's an
you know what it is?
anti-vehicle.
It's like
It's
the
an
it's like the
anti-spaceship
XCOM
weapon.
2 like plasma cannon from the automaton.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I get a 9. I'm dancing with Benny.
Like, what are we looking at here? Like, just a little
Alright,
white guy shuffle, or like?
I got a question. I got a question for the board.
Yeah, we're like dancing
Oh,
separate.
like
people
straight
look
up like
shaking.
techno Viking.
Yeah, pretty much.
I got a question for the board. I can take this in 2 very different directions. I can go darker, or I can kind of segue out. And I would like to ask
I'm
the board.
kinda-
Otherwise, I can roll.
I'm honestly curious
get dark?
how you get darker.
Yeah, let's go dark.
Alright.
Let's go darker. Just
I gotta say,
Here I thought I was gonna.
I do love the idea of going darker. I love the idea of someone joining a group and being like, "Here's my character," and it's like, first session, we gotta kill you, man. Like, I'm sorry, but you started out normal, and then you just were like, "Here's the stairs," and we're like, most
Excitedly
people-
showed us that you were a Nazi scientist.
the moment the stairs opened up,
Right.
right when Benny came into the scene, I was like, something's deeply wrong here.
I haven't.
And
I
then
haven't
the stairs,
seen,
and I'm like,
I haven't
and he's
seen another
completely into it.
like Russian human being or whatever that could get me out in a long time. I think that if you can handle this, you can handle the monster. You can handle me
I
getting
just
out
think
of
you
here.
shouldn't have shown us.
No,
I just think you could have just tried to
Oh,
get
no.
on the
But
boat.
it's
I'm
more
very
like
excited
you only
right
talk to
now.
one person for like a
Oh, yeah,
year.
good
You
point.
hang
and
out
you're
with
just
the
like,
regular boy man.
let me show you what I
Right,
did.
right.
I
Regular
painted
boy
my
band.
wall, and you're like, I don't see any paint cans, and you're like, nope. And you're like, why is there mold on parts of your wall? And you're like, oh, that's where I started. And they're like, wait a minute, it smells a little bit in here.
Yup.
And then he's
one
like,
arm of yours is bigger than the other.
and he's like, here, let me show you my closet.
Yeah.
You're like, oh.
There's a shoebox.
So let's
I
find
mean,
out what's
I'm not
in your
gonna lie.
closet.
I may or may not have hid other people down here.
I mean, you don't know.
I mean, you know
But we'll
that.
find out soon,
Yeah.
right?
So,
So,
they've had to ship like cowboys out time after time. It's just like as long as it's only once a month, they don't give you shit for it. You know what I mean?
Okay, Ivan, you'll get one cowboy
One
every
cowboy per
30
month.
days. That's it. You use them up early, not our problem. All right.
Why
Johnny.
must you torture
All
me?
right, Johnny, take it down.
Okay.
Take it away.
So,
Do
God
it,
damn
yeah,
it.
what's going on?
All right, fucking. All right, so I look to you as you
Look at
point
all
your gun
this
at
shit
me,
my character's
and
not
you
gonna
you
see.
are demanding that I show you my secret. So I look around, I look at the scene. I'm like, I must show you my glory and my shame. I go to the bookshelf where I have my 3 books.
Fuck this shit.
and I rearrange my only 3 books that I own, and then another like
Well,
secret
how do you
passageway.
rearrange them? Be more specific. You have 3 books.
I got
How did
yeah,
you
yeah.
rearrange
No,
them?
so,
Use the
like
code to
I
guess
move
menu
them in a
permutations.
specific sequence order or something. Shit.
Like 2, 3, 1. Like,
Yeah, exactly. I go, I just move one over, switch it, and move it over, switch it, and then move the side over, and then switch it. It's a bunch
That many
of
switches is literally the total number of possible combinations ordered.
Yeah, exactly.
It's literally like taking it from its spot and moving it into a corner, and you're like, wait, how is it standing there in the first place? Like, no one book can just stay
Like
upright.
So, seriously, if you have like
it's kind of a
shift, and then,
toggle
like
switch.
try again,
yeah.
shift,
Yeah.
once more, that's all combinations.
Yeah, that's
it.
all I got. That's all I
I mean,
got.
you have a full bookshelf. You can kind of just.
You just pull the middle book out. The other 2 are just to.
No, see,
Give a
I can't,
semblance of
one
an
person
appearance
might
of
take
a
out the
code.
book, so I need to make sure that they got the sequence.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's this little sequence there. So yeah, I do the sequence.
Fucking outside of your mind, Mr. Scientist, man.
I've had a lot of time.
Clearly.
So, and you see one like these doors kind of pull up, and you see a curtain behind there.
Oh god. No one likes
Secret
curtains.
doors, and then after the secret doors,
There's a curtain, so that even you
There's
can
a
see
flair
the
for the
horror.
dramatic, to say the least.
It's like even,
No,
even
no,
he
I
doesn't-
love it.
no, no.
I fucking
even
love
he
it.
wants to get into the room, take a seat.
No.
There's
There's
like
a
a
good
there's like
chance
a
that he
black
is
light
a
coming
flair
from
for the
behind the
dramatic.
curtain, like you can see it, and there's just
second
one
one has a
single
Y.
chair one single chair in the center, facing this giant
You got some like
menagerie.
dry ice coming up from
God.
underneath.
And slowly I go to the side, and I start pulling away, and you see many gribbets, all having a giant orgy.
Oh my god!
I am breeding
Oh my god!
these
Oh my
gribbets,
Can they breed on their own?
and I am, and you can see that I have like piles of pictures. I'm like,
Okay.
I'm like drawing these gribbets out in great detail, and you can see like I have like male gribbets having sex with male gribbets, female gribbets having sex with female gribbets. I got like gribbets like yeah, and you can like tell that, like,
Kama Sutra
and then you like also know that like some of the gribbets have now become deformed because I may or may not have been fucking with their biology, and also
Inbreeding
maybe
them?
having inbreeding.
And then
So-
maybe you fucked a couple of them.
I'm not saying
Listen,
no.
if Mark Dickinson
I'm
there-
not going
At
to
this
admit
point, the line
yes.
is so blurry.
One has a mustache.
Yeah, you do note that a couple of us have mustaches. One of them is wearing the suit and looks like a dwarf.
Oh,
So,
my,
yeah.
oh my god!
So yeah,
I thought it was gonna be. I honestly thought it was gonna be.
But it looks like a dwarf. He means it literally has a beard.
and as I
My guess
open
was
this,
human gribbet hybrid.
as
That
I'm
was my guess.
pulling the
I thought
curtain
Gribbet
away,
centipede.
I stare into your eyes, and I look into your
I looked
expectantly.
directly into your
and I'm
eyes
like,
during this
welcome.
entire thing.
It's like opening it like any of you into it.
Yeah, no, and I go, welcome to my experiment.
I
You are a very
regard
lonely
this
man.
for a moment.
I
and
go for my
say-
gun.
I say,
This is what your plasma rifle's for.
Right. I literally said, I think we should nuke it from orbit. It is the only way to be sure.
So I'm gonna say there's a moment of silence, and then you hear,
Did Benny not know? Benny, did you know about? Benny, did you
when
know?
you
of
turn
this?
when you turn and look at Benny, he'll just be on his shoulder and hugging his head, just Batman.
Little do they know, they are all bennies.
Okay, on a 1. Okay. Continue.
Wait, what'd you
He was
say?
going to
Do
shoot
you,
On
guys,
a
do you
one.
guys not know
Just
this thing?
immediately just kill fucking better.
I would have told everyone to get out of the room.
You told me to go to go
No,
darker. I mean,
I think
yeah.
Johnny should have been in a fucking 40k game. I thought I made
Yeah,
it kind
right?
of dark,
For real.
and I think Johnny would have been great.
I just am definitely doing this, just like
I think I'll go join Sam. Yeah, goodbye.
I'm gonna fucking blackmail the fucking CEO of Facebook with this shit.
I just set the rope.
We're all gonna be rich.
Take a photo of this.
This
is where.
All right,
Oh, it's all.
My
on
father deserves it.
His
Real quick.
description.
real quick.
and I go and I go like,
Sir.
oh sorry.
This shit's
Sarah,
gonna go viral.
roll me a medal real quick.
A what? A medal?
A medal.
What is my medal?
I think you get a
I think
plus two to it.
I'm gonna walk up next to you and then roll a medal.
So in a lot of the other role-playing games that we used to play, like
You have,
Twilight
you have a
2000
plus
shit,
two, yeah.
we would roll a dice and it'd be like, this is something that I don't want my character to do, but that my character wants to do, and it'll have bad consequences for me as a
Yeah.
player. But if on a 1, I'm gonna do it anyway.
I respect that.
That's 10.
All right. If you notice Molotok walking up to you and reaching toward a grenade from your belt, would you stop him from taking it?
Yeah.
Would you try to stop
Yeah,
him
yeah,
from
I
taking
would.
it?
I would.
Roll
He didn't
for
say
C.
anything.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say.
I mean, it's rude
I'm
to
just-
take
I'm
a
gonna be, like,
sandwich out of my
dumbfounded. I'm
hand.
just
I
gonna-
would
I'm
try
just
to
gonna
stop
reach
him
in
from
and grab
taking
it.
a
So
sandwich. out of my
basically,
hand.
Molotok's gonna walk up and he's gonna try to take a grenade from your belt.
I leap away.
I guess roll physique, both of you.
Oh, not come.
I mean, you get a plus one, he gets a plus two.
I was gonna say, I mean,
6.
wouldn't metal also work for him, considering that he's trying to quickly react in a?
All right, I would allow metal, I guess.
6. 7.
You get a 7.
7.
And he
9
gets
a reroll.
Wait, you get plus. Oh no, that's a 7 plus 2. Okay. So basically, he like gets 2 fingers on it, and then you jump away, and it just rips off your belt. He has it.
So I stop moving and I put my hand on top of his hand. And I say, Molotok, what are you doing?
Getting rid of sins.
I look at him.
perfect.
I look at him and says like, these are my orders. Spacebook. Be quiet.
Just the Molotov, what are you doing? And just this, and just the staring, like.
That's what I had.
Yeah. You read
This
my
is
orders.
part of your orders.
You read my
Look
orders.
at this! I pull the Gribbet with the mustache out. And I hold him in front of my body for a minute.
When you pull him out and you hold him out in front of everyone, he looks at him and goes,
Mustache
Aw.
is sin.
You kill him, we keep room.
The room is fine. This pile over here is not fine.
I look at the fucking.
I'm actually okay with this. If this happens, I'm fine.
How old are you, little one? I say, are you okay? Are you in pain? I say,
so when you ask that, it'll turn and look at Benny, and Benny will go, pain is life.
I just like slowly.
Nope.
Like,
I'm gonna say
slowly and
no more
deliberately.
sins.
I just
I'm gonna roll
put
the
my-
grenade into the room.
I just put my hand on the head of the little.
Ah,
and I just-
sweet
I just
release.
bend, and you see my hand start to tremble a little bit, and then just. Pop.
Oh my
And
god.
I just drop it.
Congratulations, Lenny.
So I'm gonna roll the grenade in.
I assume you pull the pin first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm assuming the pin came out like.
I wanted it.
Alright, actually, but the pin came out and then you just have the...
So it
the-
rolls
yeah.
in, and then I'm gonna kind of like turn away from it, like in front of everybody,
Yeah.
and just kind of wait for it to go off.
Yeah.
Boom!
And honestly, I
Just as
didn't
the
even,
music
I didn't
ends.
even want to say boom because I felt like the silence was a better descriptor of the moment than anything else, of just the pop and everyone's just like...
As I'm walking back up, I'll tell Sergey, just walk away. Just go.
So, most
You feel
important...
like a wave of hot air. blow past your
Most
face.
importantly,
Okay, I
the
think I know.
doctor is still alive.
Oh no! I was gonna say he
So before they walk up,
So I noticed
Oh, no,
this
I-
how are
happening,
they bringing him with
and
them?
I immediately press my button on my wings and fly the fuck out of here.
So
Plasma
this
cannon.
this is where you find out he presses a button which you thought was like just like a fucking like a button, like it looked like something that you just like attached to your clothes. It's a fucking Buzz Lightyear button where he presses it and fucking tiny wings pop out,
Okay.
and you realize his weird looking shoes that you thought were braces are actually rocket boots. And he takes off fucking back down the hallway away from you.
I'm going to go past Sergey.
So-
I shoot him with my.
I'm
I'm
going
gonna
to
say-
shoot the.
I'm gonna say contested medal to see who goes first.
Yeah, I'm gonna draw my gun.
That'll be a 13.
I'm walking up. I was, as
Dude,
Bruce
you're
mentioned,
high too.
walking back up the hallway and telling Sergey.
Well, you're forgetting that I had this tracked on him the whole time anyway.
Well, you also get a +2 to medal, so
yeah.
you got an 11. Johnny, you got a 10.
9 because of -1 now.
Your medal's -1.
Yeah, I'm a coward.
Oh,
Sorry, dude.
That's fine.
so basically he's gonna pop it, make
At
a
the moment
literally like fly up and away, and you're
You're
just gonna
shoot
like
me out of the
shoulder
sky.
cannon, just like turn and look and just. Bah.
You still hit him though, right?
I do. I still
But
hit him.
metal. Actually, yeah. So go ahead and roll
I do
metal
still hit him.
to shoot.
Okay. I kind of want to miss.
Well, okay, wait. First up, what is your ideal situation for shooting him? Is it insta kill or shoot to wound, or shoot to stop?
I'm gonna shoot him in the.
Destroy the flying thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot him in the back, in the exoskeleton, whatever is providing him
Yeah.
that ability.
rocket pack.
He's got like a little like pack
It's
and
a
like
good
foot
chance I'm gonna
stabilizer.
kill him anyway, but like whatever.
Ooh.
6.
All right, you actually miss.
Sick.
And he knows.
And I know. So
I will get you, flying frog fucker.
so I'm trying to fly past and then I
Alright.
close the door on them.
Roll me
was the-
and roll me 2 interfaces.
Molotov. I throw you another grenade.
Your doors are no problem.
An 8
Yeah.
and a 6.
Okay.
Molotov has killed
Okay.
enough today.
So what happens
I'm
is
gonna
This is gonna be a
walk
so
first.
this is what happens. So he flies out of his glory and shame room, hitting his like fucking wrist computer. He locks the door behind him. It clips his foot a little bit because he did it too quickly. It throws him off balance a little bit. And while in the room, he tries to open the next door. and he fucks it up.
Oh shit!
And he just slams into the door. Full speed.
Oh fuck me!
Roll me physique real quick.
Oh god.
What was loud bang?
3.
You're on the
Three.
other side completely.
Okay.
He just shut
Wait,
the
you
road
have
between
2
you and
minus
us.
ones?
Huh?
Oh no, sorry, that was
between.
before.
Yeah,
Sorry,
we're in the
before.
shame room.
Okay.
He's
Yeah,
in
my
the
medal's
next
nice
room.
one,
We're in this
yeah.
stairwell.
So basically, you just got like a minor concussion.
All right, so I'm
You just
busy.
were like full speed and you're like, oh shit, oh, I'm gonna get the code. Nope. And then you just slam into the door at full speed and just like stop and just like, oh,
Fuck.
fuck. So I'm gonna say until you make a successful physique roll,
All right.
you're out of it.
Okay.
But
So
everyone
right.
gets 1 action per round.
We are trapped behind a door.
You are currently trapped behind a door.
I started leaving about the time that he said I will get
You
rid
gotta
of
say what you're gonna
sins.
do before you roll, but I'll still allow it.
Okay. My plan was to just punch through the door and then open it.
Alright. You did roll a 14?
Oh
Yeah.
my
I think
god!
that's what
Damn
it
it!
is.
Yeah.
So he literally, well, part of his thing is he can punch through fucking
Yeah, I
everything.
get it. I
So
get
he
it.
just
But
walks
it's
up to
the
the door,
14, of course.
punches
of
through
course.
the center and is just like,
I run up to that and fire my plasma cannon through it.
okay.
Fire for effect.
No, yeah, doors are open permanently.
Like
Yeah.
I'm not aiming.
You just gonna start firing?
I'm just done.
Okay.
Blowing up my lab.
Yeah.
His lab was actually pretty sizable.
Well, blowing up this
Downstairs.
section at least.
I don't want to fight any of your mutant offspring.
They're
I
already
mean,
got blown
you
up by a
blew
grenade.
up the vast majority at this point. If it makes
At
you
least
feel
they
any
died
better.
fucking, you know? Like.
Yeah, I mean,
We should all be so lucky.
except for the mustache one.
Except for the
Oh shit! Yeah, the seat on that one. I forgot to swap
It's
the
cool.
chairs.
It's cool.
That one we
I
somehow we
know
lost
now,
the
and
bolts.
knowing is half the battle.
Somehow we lost the bolts that attach the chair seat to the frame, so it just slides. I took that one last session, but I forgot to swap the chairs this session.
It's cool.
I need to just buy new bolts from Home Depot. Roll me a medal.
Me?
Yeah. See if because your ideal situation is you hit him.
Right.
Oh, I'm already up the stairs though. So.
You hit the doorway to the stairs.
Right.
I'm imagining like a long hallway, not too complicated.
I don't
6.
remember there being two doors.
Right. So there's like a
I'm
door
just
here,
rolling for
and then,
garbage.
like a door here. So
No,
basically, he like
the door
ran
that's
out.
up the stairs, and
I'm
then
gonna
the
owe you
door
vodka
that's to
when
my
I was
secret
this-
chamber.
Huh?
I'm gonna owe you one.
So
I
on the
imagine
opposite
one
It's all
here,
good,
I imagine
man.
one at the base of the
We
stairs.
appreciate the
Oh,
help.
so there's 3 doors.
Right.
Glad I can
Okay.
be
Airlock
assistant.
Gotcha, gotcha. All right,
Yeah.
cool.
So
Are
I
you on
will-
to just straight Tito's now? Like, are you out of? Red
I have a
Bull?
little bit of juice left,
Okay.
but it's mostly teaspoons.
I got a 6.
You got 6.
Yep.
All right. So you shoot random
I don't
shit
know how well that makes
nearby.
sense.
You don't
Until
hit
I'm
him.
satisfied, you know, a
Yeah.
couple shots. I think I'm satisfied that like the other side of that room is probably pretty vaporized right
Yeah.
by now.
You blow up some experiments.
So when he said we get rid of sins, I was just like, nope. Started walking back out.
Oh, you would have walked back
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, I was trying to say that.
You guys would go. Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys would be in the. All right.
And he's shooting wildly
If
out
we,
that
if we
door.
want to wreck, okay, so to retcon
Oh,
this,
no.
if you had done this, basically you would be like in. Would you have gone all the way up the stairs,
I was going up
or
the
would
top.
you go?
Yeah,
You would have gone the whole way.
The idea is
Okay.
that he was gonna pass by me and say, "Don't go down."
Okay. So
He's
at this
no
point,
point- he's
you
no
two
point.
are
Turn around and
already
go
like
back up.
to the stairs and going up to him by the time this occurs.
Okay.
Because the instant he was like, "I will show you my glory and shame," you're just like, "Nope."
No.
Yeah.
I stuck around through the glory
Oh,
and
okay,
shame
so he
until
showed you?
we will get rid of sins. I was
Okay.
like, nope.
So basically,
Nope.
you guys
Nope,
are in
nope.
like the stairwell, and then you just hear like a really loud like, thump. So the question is, if you hear the loud thump, you stop and turn back around, or if you're just
Nope.
like,
No.
Keep
Nope.
going.
This is
All
kind
right.
of what I
Then moments
expected.
later, you're
This is what we expected.
okay,
Oh, explosions!
your
Yeah.
plasma fire. Yeah.
plasma fucker.
You frog fucker.
Oh yeah, it's like full.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody empties that garbage can. All right, new round. Johnny Lou, roll me physique.
Oh wait,
That's a
I didn't do an action. I'm looking for takeout.
I do want to point out that I didn't
Yeah,
choose any of this.
824 does
I
not deliver
was
to
given a character
Robit.
sheet.
God damn it! Is there anything here that does?
The closest you could get
Delivery.
was probably some fresh barbecue from the place downstairs.
That's a hardly delivery.
Lol.
4.5 stars? That's bullshit.
That shit's probably like 2.5. There's like
No.
one person gave it 5, one person gave it 1. That's
great.
the rating.
I was gonna say, who gave it 1? I imagine that like him and Benny are the only reviews on there.
No, 5 and the cowboy was 1.
Oh. Ah.
Giving them Jameson.
Huh?
Why do you have like 3 bottles of Jameson?
Because
Because
think
we
the
haven't
last
helped him with
party-
that yet.
Because
Because
we
he
haven't
has-
had Tuesday party.
You have like, okay.
Oh yeah, St. Patty's Day, yeah.
Yeah, we were supposed to make car bombs.
Right.
I think we
Yeah,
still have a
thank
thing
you for
against.
pointing that out, though.
We have a fuck ton of Jameson.
Monster crackers. Did they let you down a couple?
Meatball Parmesan crackers. Wow. Okay.
I'm alright. I'm
Wait,
very
what?
full.
Meatball, Parmesan, what?
Crackers. Boom.
Frog legs?
Yeah, frog legs. Meatball parm.
Parmesan meatball parm frog legs?
Frog legs.
Actually, I also have some fucking cheeses.
Oh yeah, if I was you, I'd be grabbing some meat.
Some
No, I'm
fucking
good.
Jesus.
Shit is roasted already.
I had my fill.
That shit's pre-cooked. Heat and eat.
Oh, actually, fuck Jesus. We still got pizza.
I just- I
no,
really
give
hope-
me the Cheez-Its then.
No.
Hell yes.
They are fucking
Just
Jesus.
don't kill them, por favor.
Yeah.
All I want is Johnny to get away. So his character becomes like the bad
I want to
guy.
become an
yeah,
NPC
like-
at this point, yeah.
At this point, if he does get away, I'm gonna make him the villain
Yes, please.
because that's amazing. Because I fucking love characters becoming villains.
Me fucking too. I'm into it.
And
Now,
you
I'll
made
take
a great
that
character. You're like, behold, my
I didn't see that gag coming. You haven't hung around me enough.
And it's just so clear at this point that you're way beyond
It's been a while
science.
since I've had a dad.
I'm playing God.
You're way beyond any excuse you could ever make for being a scientist.
So Johnny, what did you roll? A 5?
I rolled a 5. I'm
We
still
haven't
concussed.
seen a
You are
single
still
logbook.
concussed.
We haven't seen a single like,
Any documentation.
control. Like,
No record of any science actually having been done towards any constructive use.
You made a shitty exoskeleton. We really easily just pulled apart.
To be fair,
No, he easily pulled apart.
Oh,
Alright.
true.
you did an exceptional job.
I can do one thing and
And now
punch
we
his
don't
head.
even know if we were killing this kid.
You probably did.
For fuck's sake, all my
Probably his own offspring.
all my items are like
Wait, is
brass
Benny
knuckles and
related to him?
electronic.
Because he's the only one that can talk.
You don't know.
Benny.
So next session, Johnny does Benny.
I was thinking of that. but I
No,
wasn't
next
gonna
session,
say it
Johnny's
until
Fernando.
after. Yeah. That's my new thing is every session I just make Johnny play the villain. That would actually be a hell of a mechanic, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just instead of me
But we
playing
go
the
every
villain.
time, like, and then you open the door and you see, we're like, we shoot him.
Oh shit.
And you see Johnny's character.
I'm
Oh,
literally
wow.
saying, you open the door and you see, and I look at Johnny and just goes, "Open fire! Open fucking fire!"
Why
While
are you,
opening the door.
why are you shooting at me?
So creepy Doctor Man is still concussed.
He is. Creepy Dr. Man is still concussed.
Okay, so let's just
So-
capture him then.
Do you want to shoot again?
No.
Do you want to try to run to
I think
him?
we should- if he's already
Is
unconscious,
he, is
we
he
can
like
just.
knocked on the ground?
Capture him
Like,
and do what?
He's like on the ground.
I'm like,
just
I'm like,
rough,
I'm like,
like-
ugh.
He's like trying to get up.
Yeah, I'm like
Get out.
next to the panel, but I'm like,
He's
oh,
stuck in the
I
Mortal
can't
Kombat.
think. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Some screams.
I'm gonna walk up the stairs. Benny on shoulder.
So it's gonna take you like a full round to get like relatively close to the stairs.
Okay.
If
Now,
you're
this
gonna-
way,
If
just
you're
like
gonna
walk.
walk,
Yeah.
Okay, I run.
No,
the
like,
stairs.
dude, you should totally walk. Just be like, he escapes,
That's
and he's
acceptable.
like, Molotov after him, and you're like, you
Wind
walk, and
blew
he
up,
like
Sid.
Okay, yeah,
slams
yeah,
into
yeah,
the
I'm not
doorway,
gonna-
you're
okay.
just like,
I'm not taking a bet. I'm gonna
If you-
walk towards the stairs.
if you walk,
Benny
you
on
can
shoulder.
you can get like halfway to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm walking.
I run.
Okay.
I
You're
don't
gonna
really
run
see
up to him.
Molotov as a runner.
Okay. You're gonna get within
Actually,
like
that
5
was
feet of
saving.
him.
No, yeah.
Of him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Creepy Doctor
You
Man
shoot
give
him.
me frog leg.
Oh,
He's okay.
the problem with the plasma cannon is that it's sort of like a one or none, one and done thing. It's not like a.
Can I have preemptively done something on my turn rather than just try to do
No,
it?
right now you not until you win that
What
roll.
would your action be? Just out of curiosity.
To preemptively set up one of my grenades.
Bro, can I?
Okay.
I made a mistake.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I made a mistake. I didn't read. The shoulder laser is not the same thing. as the plasma cannon.
Correct.
No, yeah.
It's a firearm pistol, laser mounted,
Right.
shoulder mounted on advanced battle plate, focused laser beam.
Oh, so you actually don't
So
have
I don't have
that.
it at all, unless
At
you'll let
all.
me carry it like as an individual thing without the armor.
Yeah, I'm gonna. The fact that now that I reread that, you're right. It has to be mounted to your battle plate.
Okay. So what we will say then is the whole time, instead of it just being a shoulder mounted thing, it's just a big fucking two-handed weapon.
Or wait,
Oh.
hold up.
I was thinking you were firing your pistol.
I thought he was saying a long time ago that he was wearing the suit on top of his battle armor, and that it was ripping it, or that was like on half of it or something.
It was just soup.
I did make mention that there were like little chunks of armor poking out, but it wasn't my battle armor. It's just like decorative like shoulder
I
plate.
misunderstood.
You know, like
Okay.
I'm a suit, but I have armor. So
Alright.
let's
No,
correct. Let's
he's
correct
actually
the
got a
record.
straight up power suit, and he's got armor. He's got a tux that's actually big enough because it was custom built to go over his armor.
So I instead I'm
Just
gonna
buy
run up to him
quadruple
and
XL
try to shoot
Yep.
him.
He's got.
I'm gonna say
Or
you were going
just
low
like
key. Like if you weren't bringing your battle armor, you probably weren't bringing the plasma launcher.
Well, the plasma launcher is a totally separate thing.
Yeah, I guess.
It's the gun. It's the gun that I use. The battle armor is just a thing that has a laser with it.
All right. Let's say you were using your pistol up until now, and now you're angry, so you pull out the
Okay.
plasma launcher that's on your back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but I'm actually gonna switch to the pistol.
Okay.
Like I'm saying I
Never
want to
mind.
use non-lethal force at this point. And I go up to him and I shoot him in the arms, legs, arms.
Okay.
In that order.
Arms,
Bang,
legs,
bang,
Legs,
bang.
arms.
I like the moment of indecision. Just let.
I was like, I want to make him less mobile, right? So I was like, arms. Wait, oh, his legs. No, but he's flying arms.
Wait, real quick. Would Boris just be like sobbing in the room of glory and sin?
Oh, I wouldn't have followed them. There.
Yeah, he wasn't in the
No.
glory and sin.
Did
He was-
everyone just leave you alone?
He's in-
and
I'm
you
still
just
in the
kept
lab.
going?
I was assuming these guys
You
were like
just
walking.
still
Like
go
he
back.
started shooting
Just, like,
everything in the
walks
lab.
past
That's a good point, actually.
So-
You're probably like super focused.
Yeah.
Like you see an explosion.
I'm
you're just
still
like,
on meth
whatever.
doing the thing I am most interested
That's a
in.
fair
Yeah, no, he's got his earbuds in,
Like,
right?
I
And
would-
he's
yeah.
sitting behind him. It's this music, and just like you see a blue plasma bolt hit the fucking.
If you grab the sides of my head and we're like, we are leaving here forever, there is no food, I'll be like, I'll starve to death here.
I'm occupied, can't
This
you
is
tell?
this is like what I'm doing with my life right now.
Okay.
This is why
And now
I
I'm
am
starting to
now,
get worried
Mom.
that we're gonna have to kill this guy too, because he's getting a little too into it.
I haven't made any glory in sin rooms.
That's
man.
true. That's true. You are actually going at
You're
it
just like, how do these work?
No.
Yeah, that's
See,
fine.
but this is how it
You're
started.
doing the actual work
This,
that he says that he's
wait,
doing.
but this is how it started, okay? You know?
Simple
The
dissections.
seed is planted.
Couple of autopsies.
Oh, the seed was planted.
Everyone looks at Benny.
And he goes,
Get out of this house, Mike!
Benny, you have secrets,
You
man.
just order Mike out of his house.
Yes!
He is the villain.
Like it's grounded.
Go to your room, Mike!
I think if I went upstairs and I was like, babe, I gotta go. The group voted me out of the house. She'd be like, okay.
you're,
I get the bed to myself for a few days. Fuck off.
We rolled- we
You've been
rolled
voted
D6 for how
out of
many
the
days I would
island,
have to be
off the
gone.
table.
You're just gonna show up at my house, so it's like.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely show up at your house. Like you're easily the closest friend to me, and I know I can just play video games at your house for a little while.
He's like, you show back up there, and he's like crying alone in the rain.
Oh, I wouldn't be crying. I'd be like, hey, let's hang out.
You got your
Land
duffel
party.
bag.
Are you guys gaming?
I brought my son to the Tito's.
Yeah. I would legit just bring a handle of Jameson with me and be like, couch, trade.
I say, someone help me with scientist. We decide what to do with him later, but I know I can at least have a little torture fun. I'm a
Torture
Russian.
and word fun is
I'm
the
a
same.
Russian fixer.
You are.
Yes.
That's true.
No, this is.
This is my fucking speciality.
Well, this is also what's going. Oh yes.
Fine.
He,
I have an idea. If I can get out of being concussed.
Yo,
Whose turn is it?
I
so
I ran up to
Johnny
him.
did
he ran
one.
halfway.
He ran up to him.
He walked up.
You walked halfway.
He's not paying attention.
New round.
I'm leaving a
Alright.
negative review on my round.
Like, I'm pretty much assuming people are just like running past the lab where I am.
Johnny, I'll give you a
I'm
plus
just like,
one.
Yeah,
Alright,
well,
so
first,
that's
first
a,
he flies through the
a
lab
9.
and then smashes into
Alright.
the wall. You
I changed my
probably,
dice.
you know,
this kind
heard
of
it, but
What
yeah.
do you do?
And then
Alright,
you heard a
so,
bunch of plasma
Okay.
fire.
First off, I'm going to
And-
throw my electric shock cane at a syrup here, try to disable him, and then I'm trying to open the door and fly the fuck out.
Okay.
Well, one or the other, Bribby.
Yeah, you
The
get- you
first
get
thing I'm
one.
doing is throwing the staff to
Like,
shock him.
imagine the character portrait that I have with like my hair all fucking like fucking must to my face, and I'm just like fucking pissed, and he like won't fucking die, and I'm just like walking up fast to him with the pistol, just like.
So real quick, Johnny, roll physique. Oh, physique to hit him with it. Wait, yeah, because it's like a melee weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
But he's-
physique to hit him
Is he
with it.
throwing it or is he?
I guess you're 5 feet away. I can hit you with that.
You could probably yeah.
He like walked up to you, so like you can definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a
Ooh,
4. So that's a miss.
That's a miss.
All right.
Yeah. So basically, you see him like, see you, and then be like, zzz, like turn it on. It crackles with electricity. And you're like, no, and then he swings it at you, and you're just like, whoa, hey, no.
Click.
So did you shoot him? Or
I,
did you-
no, I put the gun up to his head and I said, if you want to live, if you want to breathe one more second, possibly ever touch Grivet again.
Oh,
that's your offer. Do you want to rape a creature ever
I
again?
didn't say that. I said maybe he could give little Benny Franklin a hug or something.
You're right, I'm sorry.
What's wrong with you?
If you ever want to give Catholic mass again, put the cane down.
Drop the cane and come with us. Perhaps we can rehabilitate your fucking crazy perverted mind.
I dropped the cane.
I
Did you say that I
pick
get
him up
to
and
via walking at this point?
Oh yeah, you get to him.
Yep.
I'm
Molotov
gonna-
is here.
I'm gonna punch in his back to break the jetpack.
Thank you.
But it's like gonna be. I'm gonna walk by and I'm just gonna hit him once and then keep walking.
Can you give me some warning about this kind of shit?
That's 9.
There's 9.
Yeah, just to punch at the jetpack.
I was going to ask that if you hit a 12 or above that you actually break my back, but I'm glad you hit a 9.
Now instead of flying,
Just
he
fucking
rides in a
bang you.
wheelchair.
How close is this happening to the lab where I'm working?
I mean, this is happening in the lab.
Yeah, it's just in the lab.
Yeah.
Literally seeing
Right
him,
behind
like
your back.
5-6 feet away.
Like this music playing in slow mo, I'm yelling with the gun in his face.
I'm aiming to disable
So
the jetpack.
at one point, I do want to lean over and be like, "Do you have more calipers somewhere?"
Oh, wait. I also
Fucking
have
pliers.
+1 armor. I don't know if that matters.
Liars.
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
I also have +1 armor. I don't know if that matters at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you roll 2d6 and you add +1 to it, and you see if it actually damages you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think it's
That's an 8.
I forget how armor works.
Basically, if he succeeds the roll on like a regular amount, then he doesn't take damage.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But the pre-built character is horseshit because +6. What the fuck is that? Are you kidding
Yeah,
me?
no, that's
No.
we're gonna need to deal with your armor because your heavy battle plate gives you +6, which is silly.
Horseshit. I'm the beefcake and I have 2.
Wow. Yeah, maybe we do need to deal with this shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
If
just
you
like
need-
half that or something.
Yeah.
Like,
You need
No,
a two
it's actually
to
pretty simple.
block
We'll,
it.
Yeah,
ju-
so
we'll
I'm gonna-
just
I'm
look
gonna
at
walk
what
up
your
and I'm gonna tear off
your
one of the
traits are,
wings.
and we'll just
And I'm gonna keep walking.
build it from scratch using all the same stuff.
I mean, you know, to point out, I haven't really used it at all. I know I've known about it. I know I have like a mech, basically.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
at the level it's at, it's like
It's
a
just
mech.
the pre-built's really awkward because it seems like it gives you like a level 4.
Johnny, what'd you roll?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
An 8.
like I said, it's like a vehicle.
Okay, so
right?
you still suffered that injury, so it still busts your jetpack.
Yeah, so I'm gonna rip off one of the wings and I'm gonna keep walking.
Watch, no, you're gonna punch it.
Sorry, I'm gonna punch
you
it.
said, you
yeah.
said you're gonna punch it.
Sorry, I'm gonna punch it and I'm gonna keep walking.
Spasiba.
The real question is, what is the drawback to punching his jetpack?
Dealer's choice.
Might explode.
It could just be crushed.
Or
it could be explode.
Fire?
It could ignite and
It
shoot
could
me.
ignite and shoot him across the room again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could hit him and it shoots him into the ceiling.
I actually like the idea of it shooting him into the stairwell because he's in front of the door. Actually, no, the door's still closed.
Yeah.
How wait? Hold on a second. How are these guys in the
Concussed against
stairwell
same door.
if it's closed?
No, I'm at the bottom.
No, these two.
We left
Actually,
before you
These
closed.
two.
I left
We left
before
before
it
you closed it.
They didn't want
No,
anything
no,
to do
you
with
didn't.
your-
You never
You
came.
didn't come down. That's right.
So
he
the-
had the code to open the door,
Oh, he shut the doors behind
but
you.
he shut the door behind him.
Oh.
I forgot.
Oh,
about
so
that.
you guys
I didn't
would've
Oh,
had
then
to
you
have
guys
been
are probably
with
in the
us.
lab right now, watching all this unfurl.
Oh well, if I
Yes.
was there, I would have smacked him in the head with my wrench.
We'll just assume everything
Yeah.
happened so fast.
I mean,
Yeah, well, if
I'm
he's
gonna
up now.
That's why I'm really confused now.
I have him in
Okay.
custody.
Well, it was also kind of retcon. So
I mean, they could just be outside.
let's just say, basically, you guys got to the door, and then we're like, "Fuck, the door's locked." Okay. Let's just drink off to the side. And then he just comes flying in and goes, bang! And you're just like, what the fuck? And then he shoots and you're like, oh shit, do we need to kill him? And then you look at him and you're like, he's just fucking knocked out on the ground. Like, we don't need to do anything. This is fine.
3 plasma
Just-
shots, by the way,
Just
come
keep
through.
drinking, just like, pew, pew, pew. And you're like, oh fuck, he might hit us.
But he's conscious now.
And then he gets up and you're like, oh shit, time to stop him. And then he walks up and just, blop.
And I'm gonna walk towards the stairs.
I'm
I'm gonna
gonna
like in one motion. I'm
The,
gonna
I mean, the
walk-
door's still closed to the stairs, so I'm gonna say he like hit it, bounced back.
May I insert something before the blap of the jetpack?
Sure, yeah.
Drunken smack with the wrench on the head. You know, the wrench with the,
El
with
Kabam.
the electric body, with the electric battery on it for the
Well,
stun,
proceed.
the stun effect.
You have a stun baton this whole time? Oh, jeez.
I have a stun wrench.
Yeah, that's
13.
really helpful for what I'm trying to do.
Alright, again, supposed to describe the ideal scenario, 4-year-old, but
Well, he said he was gonna
Fuck.
stun him with the wrench.
stun him
Yeah.
with the wrench. Alright,
Hit him on the head, stun him with the wrench.
basically, hit him on the head, stun him, he's bashed out, I think.
Molotov
Wait,
comes
how does
up.
stun work again?
Molotov comes up,
Fuck.
kicks him in the jetpack.
I mean, the whole time,
Forget
I
that?
just got him
Yeah.
to just
Or
admit to,
punch
like,
him.
go with us. I just got him to be like, yeah, cool, I'll go with you willingly.
Yeah,
That's
but
fine.
No, but no, I
Wham!
we've
Wham!
retconned
wait,
it, so
go
I'm
back.
already
So-
passed out now. Man.
yeah, it never.
So
you
that
never
never
got
happened.
that far.
Yeah.
Oh,
Deal.
right, you're
So,
right.
yeah.
Basically inflicted numbness.
So at this point, Mike.
Apparently there's a separate wound track and stun track for damage.
Huh.
So, stun damage, what is it? It's page
Dude, if you
57.
weren't a character, I swear to God.
Does it dizziness, numbness,
I-
partial paralysis, unconsciousness,
I'm
seizures,
going
cardiac
to
arrest,
suggest
and
that
death.
they Take him for a swim.
So you definitely give him, you definitely put him
Yeah,
into like the numbness, partial
I want to let the
paralysis
Gribbits
area.
deal with it how they see fit.
Well, you might train them so well that they just want to fuck him because they think.
Because he already,
No,
he
they
already
also wanna
slammed
kill
into
me.
a fucking
I'm
wall.
like positive they want to kill me.
so I'm gonna
Yeah,
give him
Yeah,
a level
well,
of that.
as a player, not as not as the character.
So what I'm gonna
Yeah.
say is, you slam him with that.
Went too.
He goes into partial paralysis. Molotov walks up, punches the
We have to
backpack.
kill.
I said I could go
basically-
either way. You
Basically, the
just said it,
backpack
baby.
activates again and launches him into the wall again. And he just fucking
No, you
headbutts
were
the
already
door,
too far gone.
bounces
No,
back.
no,
just
no.
like,
I could have saved myself. I had ways.
Jetpack seems to be
I had
more
ways.
trouble than it's worth.
Yeah.
I don't
At
think
least
you could.
indoors.
Oh no, I could. I could.
Nope.
Okay.
I could blame this all
Those
on
the rest
Facebook.
of us have jetpacks.
I literally set it up
All
so
right.
that way I could go either
Even
way.
me.
It's
So-
literally
I think
all
my armor
orders
has a
Facebook.
jetpack
None
on
of
it,
that
actually.
other
So
stuff happened. I
so-
was literally just
Like
Okay,
a
Johnny.
superhero in a tier
So at this point,
I'm going to
Okay.
create a new character. That's
so real, everybody.
That's what's
Just
happening.
need a class of shit.
So real quick, at this point, Molotov punches the backpack. It reactivates the jetpack, and it causes him to headbutt the door again, which puts him into unconscious.
Yeah,
And maybe a coma.
and
So,
potentially
not
paralyzed.
quite. He's one away from seizures, cardiac arrest, and death if untreated. So he is
Fine.
unconscious. You now have a unconscious scientist and a shirtless scientist in your midst. And I believe the shirtless scientist is actively dissecting an alien body.
Oh my god.
I go up to you and I say, Kostya, I think it is time for us to go.
Boris.
I mean, Boris. Borisovich. I think it's
Boris
time for us to go.
Borisovich. Boris the bitch.
No.
So I've been dissecting
Did you
this
hear
thing
what
for.
Jim
Oh, I roll
said?
physique
From
instead
Sky?
of metal
Yes.
or-
God called you bitch.
Okay. Oh well, still 11.
I'm used to hearing words from God.
I say, Boris, we,
So melee is
What's up,
physique
bud?
and metal is range.
I think we have time for go. What's up, dude?
Mike, how long have I been dissecting things?
I mean,
What's up, Seiji?
30 minutes. You're still definitely within the meth window. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, I am.
Definitely in the meth
I'm trying to decide
window.
if I've like gotten my fill, I guess, of this at least.
The sequel to Johnny Depp's
we
Secret
have
Window.
we have open crates you can put stuff in if you
Yes,
want to take it
thank you.
with us.
Like, can they?
Hey,
Can they
that's
take?
true.
I'm gonna say those crates can definitely be vacuum sealed too. Just in general.
Yeah, you
I'd
just
be
it's
like,
alcohol,
okay, time
like,
to
it
go.
would make sense
Okay,
to vacuum
I'm gonna
seal.
like start grabbing Gribbit parts with me and like a couple of tools.
I think that you would have been smart. You're enough of a scientist. You would have laid out a plastic tarp if you wanted to just like
Oh yeah. Okay.
and
Out
like
a hobo bundle.
hobo. Yeah, exactly. I was like
Scientist.
literally gonna be like hobo bundle over your shoulder.
Murder scientist hobo bundle.
I'm gonna hack the door.
Like one of those knapsacks they have in
you
old timey
hack
cartoons.
the door.
you know,
Yeah, I'm gonna hack the
like the
door.
stick and the bindle. I think it's a.
Boris is a murder scientist. Watch as he
9.
bundles his
I'm gonna
things
hack open the
to
door
bring to the next
with my
township.
fists.
Also, I'm just like I'm covered head to toe now in like
Like, yeah.
formaldehyde and blood and
Whatever
just
the
like
Gribbets have
flavor.
blood. What color is Gribbet blood?
It's aquamarine.
So you're covered in aquamarine.
I'm ready to go to a
fluid.
rave like immediately.
It's like neon.
Um,
So yeah,
Okay,
I hack open the door and I continue the same pace moving forward up the
Like
steps.
when you say I hack open the door,
I hack the door. You
Yeah.
fucking punch it open. Just punch through the metal and rip it open.
Door with my fist.
So
I am best hacker.
I haven't seen the Glory and Sin Room, but I will ask. Hey, did you guys know there's a lot of like synthesized custom NDMA in this lab? I wonder what it's
Oh
for.
shit! I hit the electronic music. Let the snuffer have dance
That's
party!
where you're like, what's this big red button do?
No!
Oh, but
Just
just
like- just like pictures
I
of
wonder
Dr.
why
Strangelove.
you need this much MDMA. Oh well, it's mystery.
Yes,
What
I
is he
was
doing
very-
with frogs?
very bored and alone.
You're very, very unconscious.
This guy's just fucking getting high on Molly and fucking frogs.
Pretty much.
You're really not that many steps removed from a chimpanzee.
Hey! I have been, I developed a bodysuits for them.
Yeah,
I
sure you
created,
did. Whatever helps you justify it.
bone
Improve
parts.
your way of life.
Hey, I
Feel better
did
about
my
yourself.
job.
Yeah.
Hey,
I did
I
my
built
job.
them a suit out of the bones of their family, okay? So I helped them. And
Some
it's
of whom
okay.
were my family.
Little did you know that they have to eat each other to survive. That's why they have so many kids.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, none of you know that.
Yeah, we didn't.
I'm making that hit.
I didn't know that. You
No,
should have told
I
us
didn't know
that before
that.
we beat the shit out of you.
We didn't ask.
That's also explicitly against what I wrote for you. So
Wait, actually, I have no idea. Did you really write
They
something like
they
that?
eat
I
each
did. I
other
might
to
have-
survive.
I thought
When
I
came
did.
here,
I
they
might have
didn't
not.
even know that
I will
Yeah.
check right now because I do not recall
Okay.
this.
So you're gonna go upstairs.
Benny's
I'm gonna
just
go
all
upstairs.
bad.
Okay. What do you say when you pass him?
Like this guy came and was just like, no, eat
Pass
each
him?
other.
There's one
What do you
talking
mean?
midget
Like,
frog.
there's
Yeah.
Yeah, like eat each other the way you do. Like,
Show them. And it also would have been less of a big deal that we wanted to eat them.
Let's see, there's bad things happening downstairs. We cleaned it up mostly.
How bad?
Oh, vivid his imagination.
No,
Can I be
more
climbing up the steps behind
no,
him?
when
and
you say
direct
how
him,
bad,
like-
Benny goes, bad.
I vomit.
Boy, eat
Mike,
ice.
Mike, can I be coming up the stairs directly behind him?
So
Like,
you
covered
asked,
in blood and formaldehyde and with that giant bundle?
You can be like 15 seconds
You're like
behind,
a gross Santa Claus covered in
And I'm,
grime.
and
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
holding his arms
yeah. Murder
in shackles.
clause, I think, is the more accurate.
And I actually, when you ask us that, I think about it, like what I'm gonna tell you I saw, and I actually vomit.
Wow.
Yeah,
Damn.
I vomit.
Wait, from what?
What you did?
Oh, yeah, great.
Like, I
Yes.
just imagine Serp carrying the body and being like, what happened?
Yeah.
Wait, real quick. Would you just vomit out, or would you do like...
Yeah,
And
I
then
would,
swallow
I would
back
swallow. I would definitely.
Ugh.
Because remember, one of my decorum is one of my things.
Yep.
You know, I would definitely.
So basically, this is almost exactly what I expect. How bad was it?
Much less. No sound. No sound. Just
Yeah, it's just
turn up the music.
We,
And then Nutella and
like
I.
I imagine that you immediately just take out a handkerchief and
let's say Doctor No Sin no more.
He is becoming a less of bad man. We are going to force it out of him. Like sponge. Squeeze. The evil comes out.
Okay, so for the record, I'm already decided I'm creating a new character, so you can do whatever them you want.
I think
That's
it's
good.
perfectly fine for you guys to be like, actually.
Oh, I know. I know
Yeah.
exactly what I'm going to do with this character.
Go
I
ahead.
already know.
I'm gonna, actually, speaking of which,
Benny.
where's the book?
Hold on,
I'm going to start creating a new one now.
I do want to have a little bit of an interaction with Serp right now. It's like, Serp, I leave this in your very capable hands.
I smile.
A little bit of vomit on the edge
Little
of
bit
his mouth.
Very well. What do you need from us?
I need you to gather Gribbet leaders. There is only one form of justice fitting these men.
Very well.
This penis from mountain.
I think.
Fucking wait for it.
Wait a minute. I think I know a way to gather Gribbet leaders. Okay. I go up to the surface. If I need to hack open the door, I will.
If you say, I think I know a way to gather Gribbet leaders, you will hear, yeah, I'll tell them.
Oh, I think I have a better idea. But you can help.
Okay.
So, we're gonna get up to the surface. Should we? Can we skip the hacking of the door because I have like infinite time?
Sure.
All right. So I'm going.
I'm just gonna say the password is 1234.
I'm going. To,
No, like it's
1, 2, 3, 5.
So,
Because when I do 1, 2, 3, 4, that's not it. I guess
1,
it's impossible to get.
3, 2, 4.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Oh,
Bringing in the heat.
come on.
Okay.
Come on.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's the Tetris song.
Sir.
the plan is actually really simple.
That's why it's a
I'm going to take a selfie of myself and I'm going to post on Facebook. Hey,
Yeah.
I just made it to Robit. check out the native species. They're such nerds. Also knowing that they know that I already fucked with him before. So, well, location
Wow. It's the
location
most
services.
aggressive gift I've ever seen. I have a gift for you. Also, fuck you, remember me? Fuck you!
Just in case you forgot.
Come get your gift, fuckers!
I'm not actually sure what just happened. What? Sorry, you posted
He tried to
on
blackmail them originally, so they all know him and hate him.
the Gribbets.
Yeah.
Oh, right,
So he
yeah,
posted a selfie of him with them going, I'm on Robit, bitches.
Come and get me.
Because all the Gribbets use Twitter or something.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh, when I said to gather the leaders, I didn't mean in a lynch mob. Like, that's not what I was trying to get.
It's okay. They'll be here.
Okay.
We can talk our way out.
Tell them we are at only Turian planet.
Oh, I
Must
see.
be easy
I
to
am.
find.
I think I look most like them. Maybe I should be one to address.
We don't want to say it. Well, I'm very
It's
glad.
pretty much.
So real quick,
I'm kind of halfway.
when you say, I think I look most like them, you'll hear, you look like Barracuda. Oh, I'm sorry. You'll hear, you look like Barracuda.
What is Barracuda?
I know Bear.
Snake.
It's a snake?
I only know better.
Barracuda. They call it Barracuda. I thought you knew
crap.
Barracuda.
We believe you, Benny.
There's
It's
something look like me that is big snake.
It's okay, we
It's
believe.
Gribbets.
Gribbets?
Yes.
It's Gribbets.
Yes.
Oh.
Molotov?
No.
You wrote Barracuda?
No, he say I look
Molotov
like
3.
Barracuda. No, he's not
And when
3.
he says Molotov 3, he'll go
outside.
Molotov 3.
Oh.
Like he's still holding his head. And he just
You
pets
like
it.
to be a pet to top
So
of
is
it.
he now? He just speaks in metaphor, like
I mean, he learned from a cowboy and a fucking German Russian.
Is the cowboy dead? I don't even remember.
Huh?
okay.
I think.
Cowboy
Oh
dead?
no,
I
the
know
cowboy's
he's
just
just
been
bound-
upstairs,
he's
just like
bandaging
just
himself.
kind of sad the whole time.
I threw the cowboy into the water.
Okay.
Oh no, that's right, he's dead.
Yeah, that's right.
He's
He's
fucking
super
dead. He's just super dead.
Just by the way.
Super dead.
I wasn't
All
anticipating
kinds of
him
dead.
dying.
Broke his
You
arm.
watch him get thrown into the
Incredible.
water, and then watch the algae get pushed up,
Yeah.
and then it didn't really get pushed up, and then it
Stop.
Good news
Laid
is I
flat.
saved hat for you.
no
Bad
jeans.
news, no jeans.
We can choose later.
Jeans you get anywhere. Cowboy hat is like stealing soul.
His
It's
personality
nice,
is in hat.
It's true.
It's like stealing
Nice,
a wrestler's mask.
It's true.
He
Alright.
loses all cowboy power.
he becomes a regular boy. That is why the algae hate him.
I also want to say that I put cowboy -1 on my factions. Just by the way.
It's fair. All cowboys are like, we heard about that hat you stole.
And that
this
doesn't
point,
apply
I
to
have-
Cowboy Kush yet, because he is a bigoted appropriation of cowboy culture. So he's not
He's
actually
meta.
cowboy.
So he's good. Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
also a Russian cowboy.
Yeah.
Hold on, I do want to mention.
He's like a slutty white
He's
girl
an
at a party
ox-
dressed as a
an
Native
ox
American.
boy.
Like she's not Native American.
One of my level ups
But who's gonna
was
say
that we overcome a situation with an explosion, with him throwing a grenade in there. Does that count?
Hold on. Let me just say.
Yeah, I know.
The one I have
I know.
is an opponent has showed the error
I think
of
the
their
music
ways.
said that it counts.
Let me just have you mull that one over.
I'm gonna leave that one.
I don't know what sin.
I'll let you mull.
Regardless, I believe.
Oh, I have a better idea. No, call Ludersov. I have a better idea. We make him science slave. We used to do all the time in government work.
What do you mean?
We force him to make science for us.
That's what I've already been doing.
Yeah, instead
Then
of,
we know you're good
Yes,
at it.
but instead of fucking frogs while no one watches, you work on making my shoulder cannon
Oh
better.
yeah, no.
I mean, that was my original intention.
If he has no more frogs, he might fuck your shoulder.
Johnny,
You don't know.
Yeah.
We're in character right now, so
Oh,
let's-
I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm talking.
exactly.
You're right. Yeah.
Tip
So, wait a minute. You say make science slave. You already. Oh, I see. What
Maybe
you're
we chop off legs, give to Gribbet as revenge, keep
saying.
rest.
Wait a minute. I think I see where you're going. The job is to stop the abuse,
Right.
and we found the abuser.
Right.
So all we need to do is remove him.
Right.
We don't have to kill. We
Right.
can just use until gone.
Also, cut off legs so he cannot run.
That too.
It's a bit extreme, but I like it.
Well, if we're
So,
going to keep me alive,
at
then
this
I
point-
might start playing this character again. Shit.
At this point, you'll hear, "Hi," and you'll suddenly realize that a bunch of Gribbets have popped out of the algae and walked up to you, and you didn't hear a fucking thing.
Ah!
It was
I hate
fucking
this
silent.
place.
They live in the algae?
Nope, they just popped up and walked across it, and no one noticed. It's fucking quiet. They're all stealthy as shit.
Creepy.
Oh, so while this I walked up the stairs.
There's about to be a storm
as the
version.
conversation was
You got
happening, I'm pretty much like walking up to the ship to deposit.
Oh, I'd imagine you literally just go straight to the
no.
ship.
Exactly. I'm not.
And you just
stopping
like
to engage
you
in
open like
conversation.
the top loader
The
fridge,
Gribbets are about to
Yep.
find out what he's been
close
doing.
it,
Yep.
and then just like
Oh,
I'm gonna
like
push
literally like you
Choice
close
made
it and
for
it's like
us.
someone snaps out of
Fucking
like a
pliers.
daze, and they're like,
Fucking pliers!
wait,
Yeah?
what do
Fucking pliers.
what do I do again? What am I?
I'm gonna
Right,
push it
Robit.
towards the
I'm
ship.
on Robit.
Yeah.
Right, like.
And then I guess I'll just like chill in the ship to
Yeah.
wait for people.
So yeah, so literally, you guys will be talking about this. This is after Sergey posted his post. And some robots will show up, and you'll hear a lot of like they all just kind of start making frog noises. And you'll hear Benny will go like and like take off the helmet, and like some water will spill out. And he'll start making frog noises with them.
Benny! You did not need helmet the whole time!
Is water. Is water.
I thought he was going to drown in air. It was weird.
What is this? Why are you...
Needs to keep
He'll
moisturized.
go like this, and they'll keep talking in frog speak. And he'll turn back and go, "We agree. You kill rest of men at mine. We let you go."
You let me go! You're a funny little frogman. However, I plan to do this anyway, yes?
We do.
Pretty much, this is what we're going to do anyway. Our point is to free you. You don't have to be hostage-like with us. There has to be no, we'll let you go. We're trying to help.
Yes. We will take care of the people, and we will be heroes to you.
You saw what I did! You saw what I did! I killed Shame Room!
I'm gonna get really close and go, little frog
They-
boy.
I mean, he's still on your shoulder.
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah.
turn and look at him and go, little frog boy. And Malta. People's champion. I could be Frog's champion too.
He watched all of you talk, and then Molotov talks, and he'll just go, "Molotov, only one we trust."
I am Frog's champion.
Very well. It is solved.
Frog's champion.
I wash hands.
You're like whatever.
yeah, then done.
You clean mine.
It's good enough.
Wipe out the rest of men. You feed him to algae.
On that one point, Benny, Mr. Franklin, I have to say,
When you say Benny, now we're actually when you say Mr. Franklin, like no eyebrows, but like a little bit of movement.
clearly you're a respected man. I misjudged perhaps your role in society. Mr. Franklin, as I said, we're willing to give you part of scientists. We want to keep the part of his body that makes science. Is it possible? Can we just keep head?
So when you
I'm
say
on
we
the
want to
ship.
keep the
Okay,
part of his
no,
body that makes
Yeah, at least
science.
let me keep my.
When you say
upper
keep the part of his
torso.
body that makes science, there'll be a lot of like angry like. "Brr, brr,
Yes,
brr."
I know. He made science all over all of you.
Benny will wave them down and he'll say, "You keep part that makes your science. We keep part that makes
Oh no.
science."
They want a stick, dude.
Oh,
He
dear
throw his
God.
dick into the algae.
I take out little sir. I knew I was gonna have to use
He'll
it.
say no. You know, he'll wave his hand and just go, just agree.
I will do more than agree. I will perform here. It will be quick. Snip, snip.
Snip, snap, snip, snap.
Are you sure? I tuck it behind his balls. Are you sure? I have like 1 second. It is easy. I've done this many times. Oops! Oh, look! Look, I already cut. What will I do now? I mean, you could take them or not take them.
So as you do that, some Gribbets will move forward to like take him from you, basically, and Benny will go. We have better way.
Oh God!
We have better way. They'll drag him to the algae. They'll basically like part it, put his lower body in it,
Oh God.
kind of scoop it back in,
Oh God!
and then one of them will like tap a rhythm on the algae, and then his body will twitch a little bit,
Oh my God.
and then they'll just be like, "You take him in 10."
Dear God. Okay.
I hate this planet.
This place is fucked.
You
Do I
just,
clean up now?
It's very fucked up.
we take him in what?
You take him in 10.
10 minutes. Fair. This is quick, actually.
10 to heal.
Easier for beheading than even in home country, yes? More than 10 minutes most of the time. You have to wait in line 50 minutes for fucking decapitation. Anyway.
You wait in line
Benny-
for everything.
You wait in line for everything.
Benny will go, what? You clean
But only
mine.
if you have everything signed in
Then you
separately.
take.
Yeah, right? You must go to correct bureaucrat.
Oh,
We clean mine, then we take.
Oh,
he's
look at you dangling carrot and stick now for us. Before you just sit in your little suit and you say nothing. Mr. Franklin.
So he's not smiling. I'm just smiling because
I know he's
hilarious.
not. I know he's
But
not.
he's not smiling. But when you say you just sit in your little suit and smile, you just see like the dorsal fin just like like no facial expression, but just like
Ah, yapsel mopsel! We go to mines.
Put him picking back up and go, little frog boy.
oh, he never left your shoulder.
Oh, perfect. So yeah, I'm just gonna turn, look at him and go, little frog boy, you will be also frog champion. It'll be perfect. Come with us.
Yes, he's duo like Master and Blaster.
Plus, like Hero, Master and Blaster, we don't speak frog language.
Great hero back on home planet.
Legendary hero.
Legendary. They rule a whole town.
Whole planet.
Down this planet, why not? You don't know.
He's wearing
May
the
as well be
fucking
frog.
Master Blaster outfit, by the way. I want to point out to you that guy is wearing a diving suit. He's wearing a-
Wait,
It
what,
just
what's
occurred to
Master
me.
Blaster?
Thunderdome,
Max.
Beyond Thunderdome. Master
Oh,
Blaster.
Wait,
God.
if you search Master Blaster on YouTube, you get Stevie Wonder.
yeah, he has a song called Master Blaster. Jam.
That should not be the
So-
first.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
So
That
there is
should not.
planet
I'm
named
sorry, Stevie Wonder's a fucking legend.
Thunderdome.
I mean, he's a legend, but Master Blaster is one
It is
thing.
welcoming place.
You're also
They say when you
a
go in, they say
place.
welcome to Thunderdome.
Oh, this is it. This is perfect. I am champion of Thunderdome.
You're
You,
gonna say I'm champion of Thunderdome.
the frog boy, can be like me, Moltok. Champion the frog people.
I wasn't gonna give you as a sidekick, but I love it. I didn't realize that Master Blaster literally had.
This the diving helmet. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
helmet.
this is a diving helmet.
So
on it,
good.
yeah.
Can I see?
It's very similar to the rhinoceros and the frog guy.
It's pretty
in,
close to a diving
Because he
helmet.
gets shot in the
Small
face.
soul.
a
It's
couple
not
of
it's not
times.
a
Yeah.
full diving helmet, but it is
Yeah,
pretty
let me see.
close to
Yeah,
a
yeah,
diving
yeah.
helmet. It's like a metal grated thing. Oh fuck.
Little frog boy, we will become heroes.
Yes.
Of both your
Wait.
planet
They will
and
sing
mine.
songs.
Listen to inspiring background music.
But he'll
Hold
go,
on, I've got the perfect song on my.
Then he'll go, I come with you to play mine. We see.
Confirm job well done.
I'm gonna like go and like shake his
Job
hand,
not
but it's
done.
like
No, you there
Give
to
him
make
the
sure
finger.
that job well done.
yeah, no, it's
you,
gonna be
you
like
there to confirm.
so. Index thumb, I'm gonna go shake his hand. With my hands,
Oh, yeah.
because they're like enormous.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go, frog boy, with me, you're fearless. We will
When
kill
you-
many enemies, all of which, in fact, I promise.
When you say frog boy, he'll go, frog man.
We will see.
First we train.
So he's holding your head and you say that and you'll just feel a finger go.
Okay,
It's a little wet.
I'm gonna
And
say,
it's
I'm
not-
gonna-
and
Not
it's not
all
a
the
finger.
way, just like a little like.
And now you have a brain parasite.
yeah, I'm gonna like stroke his face.
Now
with
you're
one
telepathically
finger, and it's
connected.
like the size of his head.
Oh, it's like half of his face.
Yeah. And it's like
Brush his tiny little frog face.
Oh my god. I fucking accidentally made Master Blaster. This is glorious.
So he's
Yes.
so he's head deep in the algae. Let's go to the mine.
He's like waist
Well, no,
deep.
he's waist deep in the algae.
Oh, okay, cool.
So what exactly are they doing? Are they taking all my legs? Or
Oh
are they just
yeah,
taking
your lower torso's gone.
You're
Okay.
being filleted. At
So
base.
basically,
So-
no one else knows this at the moment,
Careful
but
what you wish for.
no one will know this unless I explain it. Basically, they summoned a creature they've tamed,
Yeah.
and it ate the rest of your body.
Sick.
And essentially, the rest of it is the algae healing the rest of your body as if it were algae. And there's going to be some shit as a result, but we'll figure that out later.
All right. So should I
will
continue
you
to try and play this
We're gonna
character,
make
or
him
should I
another
create a
deal
new
on the
one?
entire
Definitely
bottom of his
can
torso.
play this
Some weird
character.
plant
But would
monster
you
now.
recommend it?
If you don't want to,
But
can
I mean,
easily
I
fuck it up.
could.
legs.
The-
Up to
Not
you.
hard to
No,
come by.
no. What I'm thinking
more
is I could like
fatigued with this
redo my vehicle thing as just like a little hover thing. So I'm literally just a floating torso.
With a wheelchair.
Like you have to
with
imagine
legs.
an ex-KGB agent, and you've crossed his line. You've seen what I've done in this game already, and
Yeah.
you crossed a moral line for me that's making it really hard for me to think
You
about what
almost
to do with you.
vomited, so you know.
I-
But
yeah.
you know, so
Technically
like,
did.
so I'm asked.
Fair
I mean,
enough.
I asked you, should I go deeper?
Yeah, sure.
And you said I should
Yeah,
go
yeah.
deeper.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
I'm asking the group, do you want me to continue playing this character? I literally could create like a thief, like right
I think
now.
it'd be more
I
fun
think
if
most of your group wouldn't. I think most of the group at this point is like.
Okay.
Well, we were gonna keep the science part alive, so like when,
Yeah,
when
I
I
mean-
go into my little weird shrine room where I keep him to torture him and ask him questions, then he can play the
I
character.
think
your
I
magic
think we
eight
can
ball.
keep
Yeah,
him.
it's-
But that's
I
the way
think
to
we
play.
can
You can't
keep.
accompany us on like missions.
I think we can keep
no, I mean
him.
he can have a real
well,
character.
I think
anyways.
we can keep him as an NPC that Johnny plays occasionally.
That's what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
But not as a primary character.
That's,
That's
what I mean.
fine.
That's what I mean. It's
Yeah.
Right,
whenever,
so I should
whenever that
create a new
character
character.
shows up,
I
you
think
should
yeah,
play
I
it.
agree.
That's more than fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was gonna
so-
say someone that could work with us.
Someone that hasn't performed
Well,
like Hitler-esque crimes.
Again, I had a way out. I had a
Like,
way out.
It
Could've
was
made it
a
work.
great experiment. It was a
We
wonderful
found out that you
experiment.
can give a frog a mustache.
all
You know,
agree.
no, you mean
It's gonna
experiment.
corpse.
I think we can, a point we
It
can all
reminds
agree
me
on.
of like
Yeah.
that if you
A
give him
memorable
a
character.
Oh, a character that existed for a single session that we will never forget.
Yeah.
Ivan Asimov fucking tried to give intelligence to the frog species. Yes. Through his own dick.
Oh, my
Yeah.
I am so smart. I can create gods out of my cum.
Billions.
You're trying to fuck sentience out of an entire race.
I mean,
Oh my god.
Into an entire
Into
race.
an entire
No, I think what would happen was
My
it was
mistake.
into and then back out of again.
Yeah.
As like the inbreeding started happening, all the weird shit.
I just really gotta emphasize the fact that like none of that existed before this session, and I'm so happy that it does. I fucking Johnny, I cannot explain how badly I wish you were in our 40K game because I feel like some of the shit I made up in our 40K game, you would have been like, "Oh, is that how far we're going?" No, we're going deeper, and I'd just be like, "Oh, okay."
I've always wanted to play a Chaos Space Marine.
Yeah. So I never went that far, but
Except
I
you
went
don't really
like
play them. You know what I mean?
No,
you
you
just
don't.
unleash them.
That game was weirdly fucked up because it's like probably the two noblest characters in that party was our
NPC minions.
well no I was well yeah, that's the objective yes answer
Yeah.
but the two that I was actually going to say was our like borderline sociopathic cyber sniper and our
Creepy Doctor Sniper?
Dr. Sniper.
Dr. Sniper.
Yeah.
And the other one being our bloodthirsty, constantly rampaging murder, like screaming like Amazon murder hobo, which was me. I basically, did you play Mortal Kombat, the newest Street Fighter?
I don't think so.
They've got a character in there named Nikali, and he's basically like he's basically like this far away from the Aztec god of war.
Nelson was like, "I'm gonna make a character of that."
Yeah. So it's just a dude
They
in
had-
space
they had-
that had one of the
they had-
like Aztec.
They had
horrible-
multiple kill sticks in
And
that
I was
game.
just the universe's fastest mechanicus.
I played a straight up. I played a medieval knight in a 40K game, and I think I actually made it work pretty well.
Hell yeah, you can
There
make
was
it
one
work.
instance where literally
Orcs make it
the
work. You can make it
party
work.
would have wiped if not for his medieval knight in full plate just shrugging off a fucking fireball that wiped the like it was literally like
What?
Costa was like essentially like a wizard who could cast pyrotechnic bullshit. He could literally like
I was
melt
our
it.
artillery cannon, and that was it.
Yeah, he
Right.
could like melt a tank almost. Actually, not almost. He could melt a tank.
Yeah.
He could literally like if you put him outside of a spaceship, he could burn a hole in the hull. Like literally measurable by damage, he could burn
I'm
a
still a
hole.
little
in
bummed
the
out.
we
that I
did
never
a
got
lot
to
of
be
flanking
in a
that way,
spaceship
actually.
and then like evacuate a nearby
Right.
spaceship.
I actually had an
by
entire
opening the
mini
warp gates.
module for
Nice.
spaceship combat because I knew you would do that.
I think I could open up warp portals so I can be like, one end is in the
We
cockpit
are
of that
going to
ship,
the
the
ship.
other one is in space.
Oh
Yeah.
no! I've always wondered why people
To
didn't
quads
do that
and
more with
singing
teleporters
things.
in Star Trek.
Yeah.
Just teleport their reactor out,
Uh.
or their captain. You know,
Yeah,
like,
seriously.
there's so many weird ways you could, or just like
It's the shields interfere with teleporters is the simple solution. Is the
yeah,
the
but
easy
there's a lot of
explanation
times
for
where
why.
like their shields are down,
We
and
had
the
to
first thing
face-
they say isn't teleport the crew off the ship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like,
Or just teleport the
We
fucking
had,
engine. Just
Yeah.
yeah, or even just all the weapon systems.
Yeah.
Or just
In the
teleport
game,
them
we came
into the
across
break.
An NPC
Yeah,
who could do,
actually, fuck.
Yeah.
he could fire a
Teleport
fireball
them
at
to
the same
jail.
strength he could,
Uh-huh.
Or space.
and it TPK
Then
one
put up
shot
our
the
shields so they
entire
can't teleport
party.
them back, and then
but
go into warp drive.
I wouldn't say minorly
See, that's why I'm a-
inconvenienced, but inconvenienced me and TPK'd
Yeah.
everyone else.
it literally, if he had not survived, the entire party was knocked unconscious.
Wow.
And
No.
the best part was he hopped out of the tank and was just like, "I'm gonna kill this wizard," because they assumed he was a wizard like him. And the wizard was just like, "I had one.
Yeah.
That was my one
yeah,
shot.
yeah.
I blew my load.
And this
didn't
medieval knight is gonna
kill
cut you down with
everyone," and he just
steel.
walked
Medieval
out.
guy versus old man with a knife.
Yeah, he just walked out and was like, "I'm
Sounds
not
like
even."
a one.
Yeah.
Literally, he said it, and I was like, "I'm not even gonna roll, because you're just gonna beat him to death."
Yeah.
Horribly.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
It's
you
just like,
guys.
so we're in a tank, and this guy does the equivalent of like throwing a fucking napalm grenade in. And he's like, okay, everyone in there is clearly dead. And then this knight is just like,
Like,
The other
Getting
guy's
out of
like,
the thing.
"Oh,
you're in a
no."
sci-fi scenario, and you're like, "Oh, like everyone has armor to stop bullets, but no one has armor to stop like fire." And then the guy crawls out in full fucking plate mail, and you're like, "Why? Why do you have that?" Like the number of times where
Oh,
something happened,
Which,
and he
because
would
of my
just
background, I could move. My background negated the agility max for wearing armor, so I could move at twice the
Oh,
speed
nice.
anyone would expect anyone to move
As
in
if you
plate
didn't
mail.
have armor, basically.
Right.
Wow.
he would just charge someone at full speed
That's
in plate
really
mail, and
scary.
everyone's like, "What?" And then they get hit with a train.
Yeah, that's
like,
really. Just
Our
imagining a
main
guy
combat,
running at normal full speed in armor is pretty frightening.
Yes.
Our main combat tactic was either
It was Smash
fire for
Bros.
effect with Kostya, or Bash Brothers with sniper support.
Yep.
Dude.
And I was
But-
highly jazzed.
My favorite part of the entire series when it was every single combat situation was them fucking up and then adapting and fucking up and adapting and fucking up and adapting. Granted, one of them was an attempted player character murder of another player character, which was a whole thing.
It's Warhammer 40k.
but-
I'm surprised it doesn't have more.
But literally, the last fight we ever had actually went off as planned without a hitch as a stealth mission, and then we stopped playing.
It was perfect.
Like, it was
Yeah.
literally like a textbook perfect stealth infiltration.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
everyone was just like,
Well, it was.
okay, we're good.
So what was the last one?
Bucket
Was that
It was the,
Check.
it was the
You
base
weren't
of the
there.
smugglers.
You were not there, and we did not have your fire support. And it was
Coincidentally. It was perfect when Costa wasn't there.
it was
Yeah.
well. No, I mean, like it would have been a lot easier with him.
Fights
there.
ended fast when I was
Yeah,
there.
they
I mean,
did.
can I just say.
basically, the long story short of how it went was
Fight
me,
starts,
me and
everyone
Joe
should
Bob
have died.
had to swim from behind and basically do a 2-man raid against all of their barracks. At the same time that everyone took the tank out front and started like lobbing.
Well,
No,
not
no,
everyone.
it was just me.
Only him.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because he was on a cliff
Watching you.
as a sniper, just like, there's a guy. Boink. There's a guy.
Here's how it worked.
Not
though.
only
There's a
that, not only that, but we since we had captured some dudes earlier, we knew what the frequency of their comms was. So he just made modem noises the whole time, so they couldn't communicate. Because all they were just. So like, there's some guys in here.
I
What?
decided
We're
that
getting
this is
killed
now
over
Warhammer
here.
56K.
There's 2 giant guys.
Warhammer 56k.
It was
Like
literally,
New York Jews.
it was a great moment as a
Access
GM
word.
where like I have planned this out in detail. I even had a module book that described the situation, and he just went, I scream into their comm channel, and I just went, what? And he just went, I scream into their comm channel
In binary.
non-stop
Yeah, in
in
binary.
binary speech, so it just ruins everything.
Specifically-
just go room to room.
Specifically reading his memoirs.
No. He was singing the Mars national anthem. He was
That's
singing.
true. I was
And
singing
that's-
to
he was singing that,
Yeah.
but it was in binary, and I just sat there for like 3 minutes, like, there's nothing that says he can't do this, and they have no solution to this because they can't say switch to channel 7 because they can't hear each other,
And even if they could, he'd hear it too.
and he would switch to them. So I was just like, it's literally a group that their entire strength is that they communicate, and you just rob them of the ability to communicate. And I was like,
I only shot like 3 of those dudes.
you shot a lot.
You shot
But
like
it was more
11.
the fact.
And when you're the DM, you can't
Yeah,
ever see it coming.
you were
That's why-
headshotting
You never
everybody.
see it coming, and then the players are just looking at it from the other end of the wall. You know what I mean? And they're like, "Oh, there's a chink." And you're like,
Because you're
Wait,
like,
I thought about this, and I was
phrasing,
like, "There's no way."
phrasing.
Well,
But yes.
There's a gap in the
and it's a wall, and it's a wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
get it.
it's more. I know exactly what you mean. Where you're like, oh, here's the scenario.
Here's a
I planned it all
vulnerability.
out, and they're like, you missed a spot, and you're like, no, but
Yep.
you're in.
But that's a good game.
So there's a
And no,
chink-
it
there's
is.
a
It's
chink in
great.
the wall, and then
That
they're like,
moment
"Great."
is wonderful. It's what I love about GMing. It's me going, hey, Johnny Lou, here's a
Yeah.
character I planned out, and he goes, I'm gonna make it dark, and I'm like, what? And then we have an entire session where I'm like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what is gonna, like, literally he's like, I take you into a secret room, and everyone looks at me, and I'm like, I don't fucking know. Look at Johnny. Like, he's the GM right now. I fucking got nothing.
So one of the
we
earliest things we
take
did in
out
that game was
fire.
honestly one of my favorites. The whole escalation from the like, we're trying to be subtle, right? So we meet those the
Cloud
baby
Boys?
faces,
yeah.
right? And we're just like, okay, so we need to like get. We
There's
need
a
some information
gang
from them.
that is notorious for taking care of their face, so they wear masks.
Yeah. So we took
So they're
so,
called
like,
baby faces.
So we just need some information from them, and we like try to approach them in this bar, but we kind of fuck it up, and we're like, so we're at
Kind
this
of
point
fuck
where
it up. You guys basically walked in, slapped your dick on the table, and went, "What up, bitch?" Like you
okay.
basically walked in and were
So
like, "You're
I
a
was outside.
The problem is we never
I-
fit
what I
in
remember is
anywhere
the-
because these guys are like giant fucking armor.
It was
So
more so you
here's
just
the thing:
failed your
the plan progressed from let's try to keep a low profile and be subtle as possible. Shit, now they know who we are. Shit, what if they track us back to where we live? What if they find us in the streets and ambush us? Okay, that means we have to strike first. Okay, but if we strike first, we have to make sure we clean them all out. We can't leave any left.
Right.
So the plan shifts from moving subtly to like fucking incinerate 100% of their entire
it
base
was
of
gang
operations.
genocide.
Yeah,
They
and then, like,
literally went, we failed one op, let's wipe out the entire gang so there are no witnesses.
yeah, seriously. Just
And they
blast
found
the
their
board,
hideout.
burn
Yeah.
the place
They
down.
found their hideout, burned everyone out, murdered all of them, and then one of the players burned a name into a door.
We decided to pose as another competing gang called Holocaust.
Yeah.
So
That was
it
just-
went
was
from
just one
keep
player
low
was just like,
profile,
I burned
cloak and
Holocaust,
dagger.
and I was like, okay.
It's just so like yeah,
Yep.
try to keep a low profile. Couple
We
of
want-
steps of
we
reasoning.
want to disguise
we're burning this
ourselves
place down
in
and
the
call
edge.
ourselves Holocaust.
Yes.
But it's a simple step. Like,
I mean, you literally
Seriously, steps.
became a gang. Like,
I don't know.
you
but
may have had good intentions. You became a
we
gang.
weren't really a gang. I think we were
My-
like terrorists.
You were a local group of
I think
people
when you
with a
make
set
crimes
of
together,
intentions
I-
that went around murdering people
Yeah.
with your own set of priorities. I think
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
about as simple as you
No,
can
no,
get
but we
with
didn't
a
have
gang.
any like profit or anything.
I mean,
Or
Gangs
any
don't have
territory.
profit
Yeah.
all the
We
time.
were
you kind of had terror.
We were-
religious terrorist organization.
Yes, that's really what we were. We were
You
we were not a
terrorist
gang. We were
ISIS,
terrorists.
basically.
Yeah.
You're a religious murder organization.
You were ISIS. You
Yeah,
were sorta
yeah.
came-
Exactly.
We were the
My
Spanish
favorite part-
Inquisition.
My favorite part was
Nobody
the
saw
foot
us
race.
coming.
The foot race that turned into a guy
Oh my
trying
God.
to shoulder check me and failing and then falling off of a cliff because I didn't do anything, and that was the best part.
There's an
Oh, yeah,
entire
that's
like
right.
For the
thing
guy who
where
defeated
they
himself.
met a guy and he was like, you need to prove yourselves in a series of like challenges of strengths.
Right.
And they were like, lol, okay. We're stronger than everyone you have.
Right.
But like,
And
my
so it was
You
favorite
have a
like-
was,
robot who runs at 90 miles an hour, and they wanted to race.
He's
him.
literally
Okay.
faster than
so
Usain Bolt.
it was 36 meters every 6 seconds. That's what it was, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 30, so
I think.
36 meters.
He's
so-
literally faster than Usain Bolt. His character was faster than Usain Bolt. And so they were like, we challenge you to a foot race. And they just went,
Okay. Yeah, sure.
yeah. And literally it said if it said in the module, like, if the guy starts losing, he tries to shoulder check the person, and it's an opposed agility check. His agility was off the fucking charts.
It was maxed. Actually.
It was like as high as he could get it. And
Like
so it was just
Spider-Man,
like
Spider-Man
Yes.
level.
like literally it was like someone shoots you and you're like, never mind, I dodge. Someone shoots you again, I still dodge.
Also does.
Spidey senses.
And
Baby
so it's
tingle.
just this character just like he tries to shoulder check you. I dodge. He fails by more than 4 degrees of success, and you're like, well, the rules say he falls through a hole in the ground. So he dies.
I just remember.
So we're.
I'm gonna call it for tonight.
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
tonight.
I do remember
I
someone
didn't
also
know.
challenging us to a knife fight, and then they went, "Okay, we choose a manga to fight."
Oh yeah.
They
You're like,
did
honestly,
do that.
Yeah.
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 Trying to
And I was really tempted to like
Ooh.
throw a knife at another guy, but I let you do
Where
your
you
thing.
I'm trying to.
Yeah, it was. Well,
Not
it was
really.
one of those things where the guy was like, "All right,
Actually,
we're gonna get
Johnny,
started."
did you drive?
And
What? Yeah, I drove.
You drove? Okay, because you might actually be closer to him than Craig.
Oh yeah, I'm
Is,
like
uh,
24th and Van Ness.
I'm actually going to my girlfriend's tonight. She lives like 2 blocks from me.
I drove.
But
Oh,
how's the
you
car?
drove though.
Yeah.
Never mind. Yeah. You're in the mission.
Yeah.
You're probably near Costa. Then.
Not
No?
really.
No.
I'm-
No.
I mean, getting to Costa, you can go by the mission.
I'm like the southern branch.
Yeah, but
there.
we go around.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever.
Okay, I'm
it's
gonna
kind of close
stop
to the
recording
22nd
now.
mission.
All right.
Whee!